So I beat her, weirdly enough, it just went down without a hitch. I couldn't believe it. There was just nothing to report, you know what I mean? There was no, but I beat her is dead. Listen to me, I beat her is dead. It died in like 2015, so we're standing there and everyone's on phones and no one's doing nothing, no one's dancing, and I'm just thinking, this is gone. What happened to I beat her here, do you know what I mean? What happened to I beat her? I beat her's just not the same no more. And so would I go back? No, I wouldn't. I would never go back, because to be fair, the view of I beat her when we were there, it ruined me thoughts of I beat her. You know, like from back in the day, and it's just different now. Now it's just like, you know, I'm not being disrespectful, it's just full of bellends. So I beat her's not the same no more. DJs are all still good in that, but it's just a different world, you know. Back in the day, there was no phones, everyone was just like, way, and now it's just like no one dancing, everyone's just standing there, and maybe a little two-step at best, little arms in the air, little clap now and again, and everyone's like, oh mate, jib it. So to be fair, I couldn't wait to get home. So when I've got home, right, I felt a bit guilty because I thought, what about the kids, you know, what about my little kids? So I said to the baby's mum, what's that, I'm back? She's like, you back? I said, yeah. I said, I'm going to book an oldie for me and the kids and all that. She's like, yeah. And I said, so do you want to come? She's like, lad, I'm not going oldie with you. Which is understandable. She said, who are you going to go with? I said, I'll just take me and the kids. She's like, what? I said, I will take me and the kids on the kids holiday and we'll just smash it. So she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. I said, that's when? I said, I don't know, tomorrow. So she's like, had you been back a day? I said, so? Because what I done was, before I came back from Ibiza, I washed all my clothes and doing all sad, so I thought I'm not even taking out the suitcase. I just left the suitcase in the kitchen. Ready to roll part two with it now. You might think that's a bit messy, but obviously I've added a few new things to it and all that. But what, lads? I'm just on tour, aren't I? With my kids. So I said to her, do me a favour, get all the kids' stuff ready and all that. I'm going to book it now and all that. She went, where are you going? I said, I don't even know. I'm going to have a little look around. So I've had a little look around and I've seen this gaffer in Turkey. And this gaffer in Turkey is like based around kids, and you know what I mean? So I thought, yeah, I'll take them on my own. And I've said to my I'm going all with the kids. She's like, lad, you've only got back before. I said, I know, but I'm just going to take them, because I had like father guilt, because you know what I mean? You're going all without your kids. You've got to, I feel guilty, do you know what I mean? So I thought, I'll just go on a proper belt, and just me and them. I'll have a time out, right? So my big mate phoned me. He's like, what's that, lad? Are you back? I said, yes. I'm going all day again. He went, when? So what I'd done is, before he'd phoned me, I'd been booking it and looking around, and I've got this boss hotel, and it's all like children, like orientated, do you get me? So like, they've got this, they got that, they got this, they got that. I'm like, yeah, that's proper style. They'll love that. They'll love all that, because my kids are mental. My kids are both mental, and you know them. If you know me, you know me kids. They're just the mental, mate. So I just want to go all. They're like, yeah. I said, all right, sad. So I booked all the, go to Turkey, we go to Turkey, 5-star hotel. Not that matters, but you know what I mean. It's posh and all that. I've got to think about me as well. So I thought, these will be in bed about by 10 o'clock in the night, defo, you know, like with the sun and all that. So what am I going to do? Because I've got to stay in the hotel room. So I'm not on holiday. I'm on holiday with them. So I've got to do what like they want to do, yeah. And my mate goes to me, listen, lad, I need to meet up here. I've got someone I want you to meet. I'm like, lad, I'm going on holiday with my kids. He's like, how long for? I said, only a week, lad. He's like, well, what about when you get back? Then we go to Marbella. And I'm like, why do you come with me? He's like, no, I'll already be over there. He says, I'll tell you where. I'm like, oh, all right. So he said, who you come with? I said, I don't even know, lad. I said, just let me go on holiday with my kids and let me just like spend time with them. I'm not taking no phone with me, lad. I'm only taking me Percy. So if you want me, get on me on that. He's like, go on, I'll leave it alone for a bit. I'm like, all right, lad. He's like, how was I beat her? I said, lad, you know what, to be fair, 6 out of 10 at best. It was shite, lads. I'd never go back again. Now, I'm not being disrespectful. The DJs were boss, don't get me wrong, but the atmosphere was just like, it's just phones and, you know, just people getting famous for just the stupidest things. And so I get to Liverpool airport out with the kids, and that the kids are buzzing, and it was like an early morning flight, so they were tired, and you know what I mean. And my little baby, he's heavy, do you know what I mean? Now, let me tell you about his first words, right? Listen to this. My little baby, right, he only ever used to say "gir." He'd say "gir" for everything, like, do you want to drink "gir?" Or he'd be like putting "gir." He never spoke, right? Now, this was a couple of years ago, and I took him on holiday, right? And this big fat kid come over to me, right? I was sitting by the pool with my baby, and my baby never spoke words before. And this fat kid said to me, are you a Scouser? I went, yeah, why, lad, what's happening? He went, so am I. He said, no, you're not, lad. I said, you're not. I said, where are you from? Like, Whittle or something? He went, well, I'm from the Whittle. And honestly, listen to this, right? Honest to God, I'm not, no shit, listen. I was thinking in my head, Muppet Wool, right? I was thinking in my head, right? And before I even got a chance in, my little baby, right, his first words were Muppet Wool, and he just went, Muppet Wool. I was just like, no way, lad, you're just being ripped off by a 2-year-old. And he was just looking, he was devil, he had nothing to say. He's going, I'm not a Muppet, lad, you know, I'm just having a good time. I said, no, lad, I'm not. I said, no. I mean, I just looked at my little baby, and I said to him, lad, say it again. And he just never said nothing again. But listen, my little baby's first words, right, was Muppet Wool. Now, that was a couple of years ago. That's not now. That was a couple of years ago when we were on holiday last time. His first holiday ever went on. Oh, mate. And I was like, I said to the baby's man, and she was going, and I heard it. She was, I can't believe, because she was with us on that all. She was like, lad, it's you. I was like, no way. But now he's like, now he's got vocabulary. He's like, he's not shy. Listen, the kid is not shy, right? So this plays a part in this holiday. We get to the airport and all that, and this is going on, this is going on. And we get to the customs and all that, and they've got me on an hold, like, listen, lad, take your shoes off and all that. And I'm thinking, why, lad? Why? You know, this must have one of them faces, right? The baby just says to the customs fella, you little rat. So he's laughing, right, because he knows it's funny. And then he says this, blah, blah, blah. But it's a kid's holiday, nothing's coming on, nothing's getting fucking empty, or whatever. So, get to the plane, all that. Now, the baby's fell asleep, and the big one's sitting there talking to me. He's like, the big one's like proper clever. He's like a little smart ass, you know what I mean? Like, proper clever, like private school, scholarship and all that. He's a little smart ass, mate, right now. I don't know where he gets it from. So we get to this hotel and all that, and it's a belter, it's proper boss, it's just like all kids stuff, and this entertainers and all this, that. But there's nothing really for me to do. There's a bar in that there, but I'm on my own with my kids, so I'm not really looking on drinking, but I thought, you know what? So I've just like swallowed it. I haven't been drinking, I've been like with them all day in the pool doing this, been talking to the lads and birds with their kids, you know, just mingling, you know what I mean? So I get back to the hotel and that, and on the first night I thought, nah, I'm not going to have a bevy like that, because it was one of them hotels where you can just press one on the phone and he'll bring you anything up, it's all inclusive, you don't have to pay for it, but I wasn't really about that, I was about the kids, you know what I mean? So I took my laptop with me. So a few days gone past, now a day for the week, so about 2 days gone past, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a bevy, because these are going to the gym. And when my kids go to sleep, they stay asleep, they're asleep like all night. So they go to bed at like 9:30, 9 o'clock, and they're asleep till like 7 in the morning. And I'm just sitting there, just like, yeah, what now? So I'm just sitting on the balcony on my own and all that. You know, no limo, no nothing. And I thought this one night, I thought, so I'm going to have a bevy. So I get to the bevies, as a bevy, I've got my laptop and I'm just doing whatever. So my mate phones me, big mate, he's like, lad, I'm in Marbella, now we're getting over. It was last month, but it was late last month for the 28th. So I said, all right, I said, I'll get over on the 28th then, in fiction, this is all in fiction. So I said, all right, so I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll buy everyone tickets and just pay for everything, and then that's it, and then we'll go. So I'm online, right, and I'll be honest with you, I'm half cut. It must have been about 12 o'clock in the night, but then they're up till about 7 in the morning, so I thought I'm half cut here, only on beers and, you know, like little whatever, not like nothing crazy, but, you know, I'm on holiday and it's roasting and I'm sitting on the balcony and knees of the kip, and so what? I'll do what I want, and I'm not causing no harm, am I? Can't have a baby with your kids, why can't I? Do you know what I mean? I'll be sound by the time they wake up, it's only a few beers and that. So he ends up just like getting this little mad one in my head, and I'm thinking, yeah, I tried to book tickets, right, for everyone, but you need the names and all that, you know, on this thing I was on. And to be fair, I went 5-star, all inclusive, everything, and I thought it was supposed to be like 14 grand, but there was an offer on for 9 grand. So I'm like, so I phoned on me, I'm like, listen lad, I'm going to Marbella, I'll pay for everything. Come and they're like, yeah. So Levy, Tosh, Chris, Robbie, everyone's like, yeah, and me. So I books everything, gets all the names, and obviously I know the names of the test anyway, so I'm like, all right, sign, like, go ahead, sign. So no one of them said no, but I thought if I weren't paying for it, he'd probably give me excuses. You know what Robbie's like, oh lad, well, I've got dates in fucking Newcastle and all that, and Levy's like, Levy, babe, or Levy, but none of them said no, so like, go on, sign. So I booked everything right, and it just confirmed, and it's sound, we are ready to roll. So for me big mate, I'm like, yeah lad, I'm coming over, and he's like, where are you going to? I said, well, we've got to land at Marriott, you know what I mean? It was either Marriott or Gibraltar. Everything's booked, everything's signed. So it gets on me all day. I don't know what, I had a boss time with my kids, you know, it was proper boss, no like proper dad and kid bond time. It was boss. Best holiday I've been on, to be totally fair with you, do you know what I mean? It was. Now, obviously it wasn't a lads holiday like Ibiza was, but it was just boss, because you're listening to them and they're carrying on and they're moaning and they're arguing with each other. You're just like, oh lads. Jimmy. The time comes when it's time to go home, and he didn't want to go home, and I'm like, listen, I'll take you away again next month, whatever. Gets home, by the time we're on the flight and all that, by the time he gets in the taxi and because I never took my car at the airport, I just took a taxi, do you know what I mean? So I've had a few berries in the airport, and like waiting to come home and on the plane, and not like where you're just like out of control, but just a few berries, right? I'm thinking about Marbella, I'm thinking, you know what, Marbella's going to be proper funny, but have I made the right decision yet? Because they wouldn't go on holiday with Levy without me, because I control Levy. I don't mean to sound like that, but I do. I've got mind control over the kid, but they haven't, because he's not asked when he's with them, but with me, he'll listen to me, because I'll be like, lad, come here, what are you playing at? What do you do? Like I was in Ibiza. Like in Ibiza, don't don't get me wrong, it never went off, but it nearly did about 50 times. And cause I'm there, I'm like, lad, what are you doing? He's going, lad, but I'm like, shut up, lad. And he's like, lad, what the fucking doing? I'm like, shut up, lad. Just leave him alone, he's alright. He's fucking no harm, lad. He couldn't harm a fly, lad, just leave him alone. So it's just one of the things where you're like, listen, lad, you've got to keep, like, when I'm out with Levy, right, I've got to keep an eye on him. I've got to keep an eye on him all the time. So it's like one of my kids. Because if you leave him alone, you'll just stay ruckus somewhere and you're like, and you're like, where's Levy? Like, it's him. It's defo him. So I've got to keep that in mind anyway. It's all sad, everything's sad. So we've got back and everything's sad. The kids have gone back to the Mars and this, that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, no way, what is that parcel lad? So next thing the Cliff phones me. He's like, lad, that parcel lad. I said, what's it like? I said, open one of them now. He went, so I just open it. I said, open one of them and just tell you what it's like. I said, because this is supposed to be like fucking 9 out of 10. So he's like, lad, it's heavy. I said, have a stripe. He's like, all right, go on, chat. So he has a stripe. He goes to me, yeah, lad, it's proper boss, lad. I'd say it was 9, 10 out of 10 for what's going about now. I'm like, is it? Yeah. So I'm sitting there now with the stripe for he's going to be on the kids, as you know, yeah. So he goes to me, what do you want to do? So I said, yeah, put it into 4 corners, right? I said, no, in fact, no what? Put it ogle aside and send it, come and bring it to me now. He's like, do you want to drive up with it now? I was like, yeah, drive to mine, I want an ogle of it. He's like, all right, sound. So he drives mine and ogle of it. I'm looking at him thinking, that's proper heavy, that's heavy, that. But I'm supposed to be going away on the 28th, aren't I? That's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the night. So I'm sitting there looking at it. So I've left it for the day. And then when I woke up in the morning, I'm starving, I've had a scran, I've had this, that. And I've got nothing to do until we get back from Marbella. So all the lads are like, lads, yeah, this, that, we're going to do this. I'm like, yeah, sad. So I'm sitting there, and in the end of it, I've had the brandy, right? And I've got this ogle. So I'm looking at this ogle, and I'm thinking, that looks proper tasty, that. So I thought, do you know what? The inquisitive me, the curiosity side got the better of me. So I've ended up opening it, haven't I? So I've opened it. Well, that's it. I've just been off me barney. I've ended up off me barney, right? And I thought, okay, I need to pack it in, but I can't. I'm on the decks, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and everyone's following me. I was in a boss high spirits, and you know, the kids are being all the, what have we got to lose? I'm supposed to be going away in like 10 hours, but I thought I can have like 8 hours kit and I'll be sound. So I've got 2 hours left on it, yeah. It never happens. So I ended up just off me barney, flying. So I thought, you know what, you need to just go to sleep now. So I thought, lads, you can't go to sleep. So I thought, here's what I'll do. I'll put headphones on my phone. Next thing I've got a kip, right, and that's it, lights out. I've woke up and I've just been like, you know, like when you just first wake up and you're thinking, so I've looked at my phone, the headphones have fell off me while I've been asleep, yeah. I've got like 95 missed calls, and I'm thinking, cause the headphones have been in my phone, and they fell off me while I've been a kid. I haven't heard the phone ring, so I've looked and I'm like, mate, it's 25 past 6, the flight was at 6 o'clock, I've missed the flight. I'm like, no way. So I just see all the missed calls, text like, lad. Because what they've done is they've waited till they get to the airport, because that's where we're meeting. And then they've started getting on me, like, you know, the flight's going to go there. So they've gone without me. I'm like, no, but to be fair, I couldn't be arsed flying, I couldn't be arsed facing the public. And I thought, you've wrecked it again. So I just jumped up and being like, you know, you just jump up. No, it's like, no, remind me of, have you seen Home Alone with, like, where he wakes up and everyone's gone? That's what it felt like to me. So I've got on him, I'm like, where are you? They're like, lads, what are you on about? So I'm just, do you know what, it must have been about 10 o'clock in the night right now. Levy sends me text message saying, you are a muppet, nice one for the oldie. He sends me all videos, this resort, it looks proper boss. So I'm like, all right, sad. So I've got on bookings.com and I thought I need a flight. So I booked a flight for the next day, and the next flight the next day was like 8 o'clock in the night. So I thought I'll just meet them over there. So it's only 60 quid one way, because all the rest was booked back on the way, and all the hotel was sad and all that. So I thought, sad. So as I've got up, I've got the cafe, I've gone for the scan, and I've thought, I wonder what they're doing. So I've rang Levy, but his phone's off. So as I meet me scan, I thought, you know what, I'll just text Tosh. So I'll text Tosh, and I'm like, what's happened, lad, how'd it go last night? And he just texts back, lad, you're not going to believe what's happened there, it proper went off. I said, so went off? I said, what do you mean went off? He meant, lad, him again. So Levy, I knew it'd be him. Now, they wouldn't have went on holiday with him on his own, because I'm not there, they wouldn't have done it. But because they thought I was going, they've gone. So what they've done is, Levy's bailed them, because they've been moaning at him. Do you know what I mean? They've got off and gone back to the hotel. Levy's gone on a mad one, probably with old birds and bars or whatever he's doing. They've gone for a scran in the morning. So I'm having a brekkie in a cafe while they're having their brekkie in a cafe or wherever they are, but they weren't in the hotel. So I'm like, what happened there? He's like, oh lad, it's gone off and this, that. But they couldn't really talk on WhatsApp to me, obviously, do you know what I mean? Because you can't just start going on whatever's going on. So I know something's gone on heavy, but I don't exactly know what. So I've said, all right, well, have your scan and then get back on me. He's like, sound. I said, do you want to try and find his flights? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, sound. So I jumps on, I'm trying to get flights, I'm trying to get back to Leeds. There was no flights at all. The only flight I could get was from Malia to Heathrow. So obviously I'm going to sort that out. So I'm like, lad, do you want me to sort flights out and all that? And they're like, no, because we don't know where Levy is, lad. I said, all right, well, do you want me to get you a hotel somewhere else? They're like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, sound. So it goes on. It's called Balamander or Balamora. I can't remember what it's called, but something like that. So we ended up getting them a hotel for the night in there. As we're having like back and forth convo and all that. They're like, well, we're going to go. I said, go to the hotel now. I said, that hotel's booked for you, yeah. I said, I'll have to email you the stuff and all that. He's like, come on, sound. So I've emailed me, mate, the bookings and all that. Everything's signed. I've got a proper box there. Now, you've got to remember, everything's in my name because I've done all the bookings, which was good for them, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, if the bookings are in my name, but then they're still down as named people on it. So whatever's going on, I can only imagine. Nothing at all. I mean, absolutely nothing at all. Surprised what Levy's done, right? I can hear Robbie in the background, proper crying. Chris is just like, oh, lad, he's messing him. So I'm like, yeah, I put him on the phone, so I'm talking to him. I'm like, right, all he is, go and find Levy. That's it. Just stop what you're doing and go and find Levy. And they're like, all right, we will. But lad, we need to get our stuff out the hotel and all that first. And I'm like, lad, but where you are to where the hotel is, it's like an half an hour taxi drive. And he's like, I know. I said, all right, well, one of you's go and get the bags and all that, and one of you's go. And then use other two. You go and find Levy and then meet him back there. Obviously split up and sort it out. You can't just leave Levy bouncing around my bed on his own. Do you know what I mean? It caused murder, lad. And they're like, lad, I can't even be asked him. And he's there. I'm like, oh, lad, shut up, lad. You know what he's like? Shut up, lad. Stop moaning at me, lad. I'm not even there. You know what I mean? So obviously I'm not going now. So there's another ticket gone. And I've just had to buy another hotel for them. It's like something made me not go. I swear it was like intervention. Something intervened where it just did not want me to go to Marbella. And just, it is what it is. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it now anyway. So they've gone back to the hotel and all that. So as they gone back to the hotel, right, I just get this message, and it's a picture of all busies outside the hotel. So I've just wrote, fuck off, and then that's the last I heard of them, right? That's the last I heard of them. So about 2.5 hours later, I'm ringing Levy, and Levy's phone's off. It's just off. So I'm thinking his battery's gone there, because he wouldn't just turn his phone off like that. So about 2.5 hours later, he rings me, and I'm like, lad, and he goes to me, lad, everyone's been nicked. And I'm like, what? He went, lad, I said, what happened there? He went, oh, lad, he said, I was meeting them in this gaff, right? And as I've been walking to the gaff, because he's been with birds and all that, because you know what he's like. So he's been with birds and been like, I'll meet you in there. So as he's met them in there, as he's walked in, he's seen some kid from Bayaz who we ate. Like, I've got no, it's not really on site for me, but for him it's on site, and when it's on site no matter where you are, innit? So he's done him, he's gone over and done him, given him a few up the arse or something. I said to him on CCTV, he went, no, he went, there was defo no cameras, lad. I said, well, have they all been nicked then? He went, like, here's what's happened. As I've done him, his mates have jumped up, but then they've all jumped up. So if there is CCTV, it's only going to be the straightener. It's not going to be what I done. And I'm like, yeah. I said, are you sure? He's like, lad, 1,000,000%. I'm like, how have they been nicked then? He went, lad, because they were all talking to birds and that. And you know what, Robbie, and that's like, Robbie's probably trying to get into all fucking all lads in there, telling them what hotel they're in and all that, you know, just like proper bellends. And I'm like, yeah, it makes a bit of sense. And then he said, and they've got a taxi back, but they were going on at me. So I've just been like, fuck you then. So I've gone to another bar, lad. I've been with birds and that, haven't I? So they've got in a taxi outside there and gone back to the hotel like fucking amateurs. So whatever's going on, obviously the CCTV's seen outside the gaff. They've seen what taxi is. They've got hold of the taxi driver, because it's like a small nick gaff in it. So they probably know, you know what I mean? They probably know what I mean. So then the taxi drivers blew them up. So then it's took them a few hours or, you know, till the next morning to sort it all out. When they've gone back to the hotel, it's only been about, probably about 10:30. Do you know what I mean? In my time. So 10:30 here is like, what? 11:30 there. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. It hasn't been that much of a late response. That is probably about how long it'll take them to go through CCTV and all that. So they've grabbed them and nicked them. So now I'm saying to Levy, lads, well, here's what you're going to have to do. He's going, lads, all my bags. I said, lads, you're going to have to just leave everything. He's like, what is it, lads? If you go back to the hotel, you're going to get nicked. And if you're the one who's done it, and you've got DNA on you, or the lad grasses you up who you've done it to, or something, you're going to get nicked, lad. He's like, oh, what shall I do? I said, let me get online now. I said, lad, just go and do something. Just leave your bags, lad, you know, you've got to just go and replace everything, lad. It's only clothing, lad. You can, you know, it's better than risking. He's like, yeah, it's sound. So I said, and then when they get out, lad, you know, that hotel's booked till Tuesday. So if they get out before then, because I can't really see anyone, no one's going to start shouting names and all like that. And the lads who they've done it to, that firm, I can't see them being snitches neither. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be like, there's going to be nothing to go off. So they are going to get questions and all that, obviously. But they're only in a busy station. I found out after he wasn't in a jail. Right, I'll tell you that in a minute. I'll tell you there's a difference though. So, and over there, all the busies are corrupt and that. And one of my mates said to me, lad, they'll just pay to get out, you know. I'm like, do you reckon? He's like, yeah. He said, lad, the corrupt just gaff everywhere, they'll just pay to get out. I was like, yeah, I hope that's the case, lad. You know, he's like, lad, I guarantee you now, as long as no one's being proper badly hurt or no one's in Aussie, and even if they are, if they've got nothing to go off, lad, they'd probably just rather have dough, just leg them, do you know what I mean? If they've got nothing to go off, they've got nothing to go off. And I'm like, oh, well, hopefully, lad, hopefully. So he's like sort of reassuring me behind the scenes. So then the phone's levy up. I'm like, yeah, lad, I've got you a flight from Malia to Heathrow. He's like, go on, sign. So he's just like got no stuff for him. He's just coming as he is, you know what I mean? And I'm like, lad, where's your passport? He's like, lad, I've got my passport on me. And I'm like, why? He went, I don't leave it in an hotel room. I was like, lad, that's proper lucky, that, you know. I said, lad, that's lucky. He's like, lad, I never leave my passports in hotel rooms. And I'm like, yeah. I said, what about them? He went, they've got theirs on them as well. He said, we've all got our passports on us, but if they've got the passports on them, then the busies will suck them off them, obviously. Do you know what I mean? They'll be remanded, one for questioning, whatever. So he's like, I don't know. So he said to me, well, lad, will you come and get it from Heathrow? I'm like, lad, I'm not driving to Heathrow to get you. I said, you're mad, aren't you, lad? I said, he wasn't even there for 12 hours, it cost me £9. And he's like, I don't know, I'm sorry about that. I'm like, lad, you're not sorry, just stop saying that to me. And I thought, so as he's on his way back and that, I've been sitting there and thought, hang on a minute, I'm not paying £9. They never even lasted 12 hours. They got there at like, something like 9:30 at night, yeah, and they were nicked by what, 10:30 in the morning, so 13 hours, at most 12 hours, 13 hours, and that's when they got there. So by the time they got to the hotel, it's 12 hours, they haven't even been there 12 hours, but they've been nicked. So I thought, I'm not paying £9 for that. So I had all their bits, I've got their pie. So I thought, yeah, it's Sundays what I'll do. So I go to the pie, and I take each off everything. So I've got my £9 back in bits, right? And I thought, you know what, I'll just press that one-to-one, bang, 18 grand out the way, sound of double me though. So then Levy phones me, he's like, lad, I'm in a taxi from Heathrow. He's like, go ahead, I said, get some man. He's like, I will. So he gets some man, mate, I've got big fat stripes, brandies for him. I'm like, lad, what happened there? So he's telling me, I'm like, yeah, you're mad. He's going, lad, you know who it was? He told me. And I'm like, why, lad? I went, lad, that got sorted. He went, lad, it's never sorted. He said, you sorted it with them, lad. He said, but I never sorted with him. So, lad, I just got him. I said, Evie? He went, no, not really, lad. He said, no, I'm like, no, I'm crying about. He said, just a few little pokes and that. I'm like, what are you taking blades out with you for? He went, lad, do you know, because no one was there, you weren't there. Now, when I'm there, I search him before we're going out and all that. Honestly, I do. I'm like, come here, you're getting searched. Because remember when I'm with Rav, ever since then, I just search him all the time. So that's what's happened there. So he's been, you know, he's just been let loose. He's been on the wild side, and he's caused murder. He's got all them nicked, right? And then he's got back. It's just, it's ironic, isn't it? It's just proper ironic how he's got back, and they're, you know what I mean? They're just all in pads and that. Tuesday comes, right? And I'm sitting there sweating a bit because I haven't spoken to none of them. I haven't spoken to any of them. Now, Levy's obviously buried the next day. He stayed the man, he got off and all that. Tuesday night comes, and I'm thinking, do you know what? These should have been landing round about now, do you know what I mean? So I'm phoning them. Not messages, 1-6, so every one of the phones. But I thought, hopefully they're on the plane, and when they land, I'll get delivery reports, yeah? So about an hour later, boom, delivery report of everyone. I was like, yes! So I phoned up, like, what's that? He's like, lad, you know what I mean? We have to pay to get out. I what do you mean? He went £2 each, lad. And the lads, it weren't just them that got nicked. The other lads got nicked as well. So the busies have nicked. My mate, the three of my mates, right, because Lev got away, and he've nicked like 5 of the other firm. So the busies have just been like, well, no one's pressing charges, no one's making statements, everyone's going no comment. So we want £2 off all yous, and you can go, and then you can get your flight and just fuck off. So the busies have took me mate to the hotel, to get the stuff and then took them to the airport themselves and waited for them to get on the flight and just being like, don't ever come back here, none of yous. What a result, but mate, I'm glad I never went. And you know what, it's the best thing I did was not going to that gaff, you know. I swear it, mate, something just stopped me, and it's just the best thing ever. So when they come back, I was like, the next day, everyone's gone home and done what to do and all that. So the next day, I said, oh, this comes to mind, it comes to mind. I'm like, listen, I've took all that off you, you know. They're like, what? I said, lad, I'm not paying £9 for a holiday I didn't go on, and then you have rested in 12 hours and been nicked. Lad, if I would have went there, I would have got nicked with you, lad, and it'd have been Levy's fault. And they're like, yeah, but he wouldn't have done that if you were there. I'm like, I know, lad, I know. And Levy's just like, oh, shut up, lad, it weren't even my fault. And then he all starts arguing. I'm like, shut up, all you, shut up, that's it, it's done. Yeah, that's it, it's done. I've chucked off all yous. I've got my dough back. That's it, see you later, job done, yeah. And I was like, yeah, sound, lad, sound. And that's what happens. You know what, there's a saying, right, and I mean it when I say it, you can't take them anywhere. So we're sitting here on the brandies, on the stripes now, and Levy's like, yeah, we may as well just come out. I'm like, lad, I'm not coming out with you. He's like, what? I said, I can't be asked, lad. I said, you know, I can't be asked, and my phone's blowing up, so I answered it. And it's one of the lads who was over there, right, from the other firm. And he's like, oh, lad, what's on? And he said, fucking hell. I said, what happened there, lad? He went, lad, Levy, lad. He said, Levy just come in, lad, and they're just doing such and such, he said. And then we've ended up fighting with Tosh and all that. He's like, lad, but, you know, where's Sam with them? I'm like, lad, he's on now, though. He's going, what? And Levy's just shouting down the phone, you fat knobhead, watch what happens to you, lad. Lad, every one of yous are getting it. And I'm like, lad, shut up. He's like, lad, they are. I swear to God, on site, any one of them. And Chris is like, yeah, any one of them. And I'm just thinking, I said, lad, it's going off, lad. And he's going, lad, somewhere he wouldn't do it. I'm like, I know, lad. I said, but it is what it is. And Levy's going, why are you just that calm, lad? I'm like, what do we do? Let's start screaming, shouting. I don't even know what happened, lad. I wasn't even there. I said, I wasn't even there, lads. What do you want me to do? Stop talking to me, let me hear what the kids got to say. So the kids going, you know, lads, you know, it was nothing to do with us, and, you know, we've only jumped in, lad, because Levy's done that. Well, you know, what would you do? I'm like, lad, exactly the same, lad. And you know what, it is Levy's fault. And he's going, what was all that over, lad? I said, I think it was over me and such and such. He went, but lad, you're Sam with him. I said, I know, lad, but he's obviously not, lad. And he's going, lad, how does that even work out? He said, haven't you told him you're sound? I said, lad, I told him we were sound. I said, but he's told him it's on site, so whatever's gone on, lad, it's not to do with me. Do you know what I mean, lad? I said, what do you want me to do, lad? I said, I can't control him, lad, they're their own men. I said, so whatever's gone on, it's gone on. And he's like, I said, so what do you want to sort it then? And they're like, no, lad, no. And Levy's just like, listen, lad, sort it, you little shit houses. You're only shit houses. Like, no, just proper escalating it. And I'm like, oh, Levy, shut up, lad, just sit down and shut up. So I've been like, lad, I don't know. I said, I'll have a word, lad, because I don't really want to fight with these. They're half all right, you know what I mean? They're all right. They're all the sounds. We had a little disagreement, but it got sorted, and Levy's just carried it on as usual, and then ends up doing that, wrecked there all day, wrecked that all day, but I wasn't even on, but I was supposed to go there. And it's just like, Levy, lad, you need to proper chill, you know, lad. And he's going, oh, lad, look, you're taking sides. Taking sides. Lad, I paid for you to go on holiday, paid for an hotel room as well for you, and paid for your flight. What are you on about, lad? Well, you never pay for it because you billed us, lad, and you probably put it 1 to 1 and span it for double. The kids on me, so I've just burst out. I was over just saying to the lad, listen, that sounds old, see you later. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to have to just sort it. So I had to sit down, everyone, stripes, brandy, you know. I said, listen, lad, I said, we've got enough problems, lad. I said, let's just forget about them. They're no one, lad, do you know what I mean? I said, lad, an eagle doesn't care about what a crow's doing, does it? And he's like, yeah, but I thought a crow could fight an eagle. I said, oh, lads, what are you on about? I said, I can't. A crow is the only, like, bird that can catch an eagle, and a crow lands on an eagle's back, but then the eagle soars high to altitude, and the crow can't breathe, so it falls off and dies. And he's like, oh, yeah. I said, well, you've been watching documentaries. He went, nah, lad. So I was laughing. No, shut up. Yeah, just talking shit off your party. Degs phones me, and I'm thinking, no way, I haven't seen Deg for ages or heard from. I don't know where he's been. I'm like, what is going on, lad? Where have you been? He's like, oh, lad, sorry about that. He said, like, I've got all these things, remember, but we're going to take the business. I said, we're not even doing that no more. He's like, what? I said, we're not doing it no more. I said, it's all gone up. I said, that pub ended up getting melted. I said, and then when I went up to Scotland to see that kid, that Pete, you know, with Rav's mate, I said, lad, we ended up just battering them, lads. I said, and he gave us it under the bag. And he's like, so we're not taking business off people. I'm like, lad, no. I said, lad, you've been off the scene for weeks. What are you on about? And he's like, oh, lad, I don't know if it's been doing this, been doing that. I'm like, oh, lad, it doesn't matter. I said, no, we're not doing that. He's like, well, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, well, what do you want to do tomorrow? He's like, I'll come and see you. I went, yeah, of course, you can come and see you. I'll come and see you whenever you want. He's like, all right, Sam, I'll come and see you tomorrow then. I'm like, all right, Sam. So I don't know what he's got planned, but it just seems like he's got something planned, right? And it reminds me I need to phone Rav, because Rav was supposed to be coming to Liverpool because he's buying his son a house in Liverpool for whatever reason. So phones Rav, I'm like, what's happening, lad? He's like, what's happening, Scouse? I said, what are you up to, lads? Babies, as usual, you know what I mean? I said, what's going on? I said, are you coming to Liverpool? He said, yeah. He said, I'm going to be coming to Liverpool next week. He said, I'm going to get an hotel. I said, shut up, lad. I said, come and stay in mine. I said, you and your life can come and stay in mine until you sort the house out, because he's seen the house online and I think he's through a bidding for it or whatever, do you know, but it takes a few weeks to sort anyway. So I'm like, yeah, come and stay in mine, lad. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, it's not coming down here, staying in hotels, lad. You know, my mate's got pads there as well, apartments, if you wanted to stay with your kids, you know what I mean? But you're more than welcome to come and stay in mine, lad. You know, you're more than welcome. So she's going, lad, is Rav coming? I said, lad, Rav's coming to stay. And Levy's like, oh, lad, are you messing? I'm like, Levy, why is it always you, lad? Let things go. This is the problem with you, lad. You don't let things go. You always just keep going and keep going and keep going. It's just weird what you're doing, lad. And he's going to me, oh, lad, I know. I said, just chill out, lad. I said, you know, just concentrate on you and the baby, lad, and your bird. Just sort your head out. You know what I mean? Lad, let's not just have another you. It just can't all be about you, lad. Everything's always about you, lad. But I'm off my bar and just like telling them off. And he's taking it on the chin because he knows I'm right. But Robbie's looking at me and saying, lad, shut up. He's going to end up going off. I'll fucking batter Levy, mate. I'll batter him, honest to God. He's due a proper good slap off me one of these days, mate. He is though, you know what I mean? He is though, but it'd have to be something proper serious, you know what I mean? But, you know, sometimes when your mates just go on, you just feel like just slapping him. That's what it's like with him. You know, we're brothers and all that, but Chris is sitting there, I'm like, how was your holiday? He went, lad, honest to God, he was going, lad, it was proper sound until he did that. He said, everything was sound, and Robbie's like, lad, it was proper boss. Tosh is like, lad, it was boss, and then it's just him. So Levy's like just sitting there with a cob on, just like, lad, I'm not even asked, I'm not even speaking to none of you anyway. He's like, did you get me my bags? And Robbie's like, I got them, yeah. He's going, what in yours? When you fucking bring them here then? He went, well, lad, what do you mean? He said, lad, go and get me my bags. And Robbie's like, I won't. He's like, lad, go. He's like, I won't. He said, lad, I won't. You can come to mine and get them yourself. And I'm like, Levy, shut up, lad. He said, he's done you a favour by bringing them in the first place. So it's just like, it ends up being proper funny. And then next thing, Taylor phones me. Remember Taylor does all that from the dam. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, yes, lad, what's that? And he went, lad, I've got a proper heavy graft there, you know. I'm like, yeah. And I can remember him saying something about it, but I didn't know exactly what he was on about at the time, really, because he sort of half fizzled off, and then I've been to Turkey, and you know what I mean. I've ended up just like not seeing him and not earning nothing off him for that. So I'm like, how much? That he's going, lad, easy 350 grand. I'm like, yeah, how heavy? He said, scale of 1 to 10, it's going to be like probably about a 7 hardness, lad. I'm like, yeah. I said, all right, so he went, are you in? I said, of course I'm fucking in. He's like, lad, don't bring Levy. So I'm like, all right, Sam. I said, lad, well, where are you going to be tomorrow? He said, well, I'm only in the South End, lads. I said, all right, Sam, I'll meet you in such gaff. Yeah, he went, yeah. So next day, the day all gets off and all that. I go to meet him in this gaff in this restaurant in the South End, sitting there having a scam, and he's telling me, and listen to me now, this graft is going to be heavy. So Taylor's graft's going to be proper heavy, but it's not going to be for a few weeks, maybe even months, you know what I mean? He's just like putting the feelers out and all that. So, you know, it's in the pipeline, you know, we will do it, we'll sort it when it gets down to it. But there's a couple of things that could go wrong first though, so let's see what happens. So anyway, finished up the scan and gets back, and I thought, you know what, where's Deg? So I'm ringing Deg, no answer. I'm just like, what's happening there? So then his bird rings me back, and I'm like, what's that? Well, his wife, should I say? I always say his bird's his wife now, isn't it? So I said, what's that? And she's like, she went, his dad died. I'm like, what do you mean his dad died? She's like, I said, that's mad, that's proper madness, that. I was like, when? She was like, a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, that's why he's been off the scene, but it must have been when I was on holiday with the kids, you know what I mean? Because I haven't heard nothing off him, and I've been trying to get hold of him. He's just been on the missing list, so what am I supposed to do? There's no way of getting hold of him, but his dad was good to me as well. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to blow his other phone, so I'm blowing his other phone, no answer. And I'm just thinking, this is a mad one, this is a proper mad one, this. Next thing, Levin Sosh outside mine, I'm like, what are these ones? So I goes on the door, like, what's time? Like, lad, what time? I said, why, he's all dressed to go to, like, lad, we're going out. I said, if he's like you, I said, I'm not going out, lad. He's like, what? I said, lad, I'm busy, I've got stuff to do. He's like, what? I said, lad, I've got to do all kinds, lad. I've got to go run round everywhere. He's like, lad, just chip it. I'm like, nah, I swear it, lad, I can't, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Lad, you're born, you've changed you. I'm like, lad, how are you even going out with him after what just happened in Marbella? And he's like, I know, lad, he's blagged me. I'm like, so now you're trying to blag me as well. What are you on about? I said, where's Robbie and Chris? Like, lad, he wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, 1,000,000%. I know quite well he won't. I was like, and then so it's like, lad, have you spoke to Dex? I'm like, no, you know. He's like, where's he been? I said, lads, it's dad, his birds just told me. He's like, what? And Lev's like, no way. And I'm like, lad, every dad in it. I'm like, yeah, like, that's why he'd be on the missing list. I said, well, obviously, that must be, mustn't it? What about the funeral? I said, lad, the funeral's already been done, lad. I said, didn't know nothing about it, lad. You know what I mean? I said, you know, we couldn't get hold of me, lad. I was away, weren't I? Only had me Percy and that. And then when I've got back, lads, you know, when you've gone to my bay and all that, lads, I don't know what's happened, lad. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm sure he'll surface soon enough, do you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah. He's like, lads, get some lemon. I'm like, yeah, what you want? He's like, a nose. I'm like, lad, I'm not giving you a nose of that. He's like, why? He's like, because lad, I said, you can have half a nose. He's like, go on, Sans. He said, we got bash. He said, put it 1-to-1. I like Sans then. So he ends up with a nuggle 1-to-1 and everything. I was like, lad, I put that on the bill out there. Oh, lad, as if I just get out of my house now and I'll see you later, all right? So goes back in, I'm sitting there. Next thing, the phone goes, and who is it? It's Degs. Wonder he returns, what's happening, mate? Where have you been hiding, lad? Been trying to find you for ages, lad.
What do you mean, where have I been? Fucking hell. I've heard you planned a fucking holiday and didn't even turn up yourself. What happened, lad? Everyone got nicked. Let me guess, fucking Levy again. Told you about that kid, mate. He's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, lad, he's a fucking liability, isn't he? Because I went with the kids and all, didn't I? I ended up fucking trying to go to Marbella to meet my big mate and all your lad. And I just never made it, lad. I fell a kip, didn't I? I fell a kip, lad, with my headphones in and missed all the phone calls. So I never even ended up going, lad, to my own holiday. Lad, I fronted it all as well. But I took it all back off them in bits on Lemo. Yeah, everyone got nicked, lad, right? Have you spoken to Sasha or anyone? No, lad, everyone got nicked, right? Everyone got nicked. And it was just like a good job I never went anyway.
You love him, no, don't you? Nah, serious note though, mate. Fucking hell, sorry for being quiet, man. My old man passed away, didn't he?
Oh, lad, I know. Do you know what? I phoned your wife, lad. I was talking to her. She told me about your dad, lad. And I was thinking, why is he not got hold of me, lad? But, you know what I mean? It is what it is, lad. You know what I mean? But, you know, I loved him, lad. I loved your dad, lad. He was a belter, lad. Think of the funny things he used to do for us when we were kids, lad. He was a belter, wasn't he used to come and pick it up every Saturday, didn't he? Like, because your man, your dad's hospital. He was like, he's come with us. And your dad was to be like, what? Lad, we used to go play snooker and bowling. Remember bowling with your dad and quiz and all that, lad. Nah, I respect him for that, lad. You know, he didn't have to, but he did, lad. You know what? I love him, lad, but it is what it is, mate. And no, I'm sorry I couldn't be the funeral, lad, but I didn't even know, lad. I didn't even know what happened, lad. You know what I mean? I didn't know what happened. And I spoke to your wife and she told me, and I was away, and you know, this, that. But, lad, you never even tried to get hold of me.
Fucking hell, lad. Sorry, mate. Sorry. I just couldn't be asked to all the fucking questioning and all the answering, all them fake sorry. I know it's all fucking real from you lot, but you know, all them fake sorries that come out of the woodwork and fucking, oh, he'd be sadly missed and that, you know what I mean? He hated half the cunts. But nice one for saying that, lad. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, you just brought back some memories there. I actually said to him the other day, I sat there at the grave and just said, listen, Dad, I know what happened between you and me old queen happened, you know what I mean? But I wish it was you that came to Liverpool with us and left her back there. It's nasty, that, innit? He's obviously left me a few bits and bobs, yeah?
Yeah, he will do. He was Brucey, lad, weren't he? What he left you, lad?
Well, you know the factory that he had? I've got the keys.
No way has he left you the keys to that factory. Is that your factory now, lad?
Yeah. It's mine. I've got to pay a little bit of inheritance tax on it, but it's mine. Do you want to have a come round and have a walk round with me? I've got a few ideas. What are you thinking?
Lad, the first idea that springs to mind is just fill it. Yeah? Fill it, we'll get straight. Yeah, we'll fill it, lad, we'll fill it. Looking, you know, think about it, lad, I remember it. I can't remember how big it is, but I can remember it being massive, right? Because we used to go there years ago, didn't we? So, if we can just fill that, just full. Lad, it'll be worth Brucey's, lad.
I knew you'd say that. Just fucking fill it. Bro, when we went there, we was young, mate, you know what I mean? We've not been there for fucking years. It's massive from what I can remember. And you've only been in the factory part as well, haven't you? And the upstairs bit, bro, there's a fucking ping pong table, whatever you call there. Pool table up there. You could live in it easily. Fucking hell, mate, you got me thinking now. But when you say fill it, bro, it's gonna cost.
Yeah, we're out the dough from the bank. What you got, lads? You haven't spent all that, have you? No way. It's only been a few weeks. You bet not have just blew all that straight away. We'll throw in, lad. Listen, worst case, lads, I've got dough, right, but I want me dough back, and then we'll split it after what I've spent on it, you know what I mean? So if that's the case, lads, I'll throw it all in, lad, whatever, lad. You know, I'll have a little look around now and see what else I'll throw in, lad. We'll phone Ezo, yeah, with Marky, Troy, see what they want to do, lad, you know what I mean? Even Macker, lad, Macker will be game, because he had dough from the bank as well. So we'll just see what's happening with everyone, lad. You know, if we all put the dough in from the bank, what we done? Into that. Lads, it's money making money, innit? And we got it for none.
Like, he's left me a few bits and bobs there. That I don't need these cars and that. I'm gonna keep his bikes just out of memory's sake. But the cars, I'm gonna sell them. So what we'd fucking make out of that? If you're saying fill it and leave it all up to you, that takes a worry off me. But bro, when you say fill it, we're gonna have to look at it, mate. It's massive. It's massive, mate. Seriously, I'll sell these cars, mate, and I'll pots, lights, wacky bill. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Ventilation is not really going to be an issue, bro, because the place is massive, and cuttings, but it's going to be some cost. It's going to cost that, you know, because if you're saying fill it, bro, it's fucking massive.
What I'll do is I'll phone a few of the lads, right, because we're going to need a few people there, because if we fill that, lad, it's going to have to be like security. We're going to have to be there all night. And upstairs, there's like a living area, isn't it? Listen to me, lad. I'll buy bunk beds. We'll all go down there and we'll stay there. We'll just fill it. You know for it? Just proper fill it. Yeah, lad, listen to me. You don't even have to do nothing. Just say yeah. Just say yeah. And I'll do all the rest, lad. I swear it now.
Bunk beds. Oh, mate. Imagine us, lot. 1 minute on camera, fucking pulling up at grocery shops and then pulling up at IKEA. What the fuck? Bunk beds. Oh, mate, this is going to be an adventure, this. I'll pick it up, we'll come round and look at it.
Lad, it's going to have to be manned 24 hours, do you know what I mean? It's going to have to be manned, lad. There'll be that much going on. And then there's the gardeners, do you know what I mean, lad? That's got to be sorted. It's got to be, you know, everything's got to be done, lad. You know, we've got the other units anyway, so, you know, they're none compared to the size of this factory that I can remember, lad. Come round and get me on, let's see, what day? Yeah, come and get me on Friday. You come and get me on Friday, and me and you go down, right? And we'll have a look at it. But I'm going to bend a few of the lads on it, lad. I'm going to get Troy. I'm going to get, you know what I mean? I'm going to get a few of the lads on it, lad. I'm going to put the figures out now and see who wants in on it, lad. So bear with me, because I know they will anyway. Even Ezo, lad. Ezo will, because I know Ezo's got no toast. Something happened, lad. One of his pies got took, and he was down. He's been paying bills off, lad. So he'll be happy for it, lad. You know what I mean? So get on the phone to Ezo. Ezo, my brother, what's happening, lads? Listen, I've got a little thing on there, right? There's a few of us in on it. I know it sounds a bit heavy, but see what you can do. See if you can clear it your bed and that. You're going to have to come up and stay with us, lads. We've got this new gaff by ours, so I'm going to need to come and stay up for a bit, yeah? See what you can do, lads, and see if you can get him, you know, I know it sounds mad, 14 weeks, lad, but, you know, go home and that. But, like, we need to stay there mostly to protect it, lad. You know what I mean? It's like £1 million gaff, lad.
Mate, I'm definitely in for this one. Definitely, I need a big score, you know, lad. I need a big fucking job at the minute. I'm on my arse. So, you know what, if the missus doesn't like it, fuck it. You know what, but she'll be happy with the end results. I know she will. So I'm definitely in. Defo.
So far, we've got me, we've got Degs, we've got Ezo, and we've got a factory. Let's just see what happens here. I'm going to get on to the rest of the lads. Listen to me, it's going to be like a 14-week camping holiday. All of us don't. Now, don't get me wrong, we can go backwards and forwards and all that. It's not going to be like solid 14 weeks on lockdown, but we'll take turns to piece, you know, because I've got kids in the you know what? I've got to phone the baby's man. I want to tell that I could normally get the kids every weekend and all that, but I'm not going to be able to, am I? Do you know what I mean? I can't just stay there every weekend. So I can't bring the kids there, obviously neither. So she's gonna flip. I am not looking forward to this. Let's see what happens here. So jumps on the phone and rings the baby's ma. Listen, something's come up, right? I'm not gonna be able to have the kids for 14 weeks. I know that sounds mad and that, but I can't, because we're sitting on something heavy, right? It's worth about £1 million. So obviously I'll give you a cut, and I know you're not asking all that, but, you know, just tell the kids I've gone to work away or something like that. It's going to be hard. I'll be able to pop in and see them, but it'll be randomly. I won't be able to have them all weekends, you know what I mean? Because we've got a man, the gaff kid, and there's a few of us in on it from all over the place. So it's not going to be regular. I'm not going to get them all weekends and that, but I'll come and grab them like the odd day when other people are there for me, do you know what I mean?
14 weeks? That's taking the absolute piss, that, you know. Do you know what? Do what you're doing, but you know what? You need to grow up.
Why are you fuming on me? Yeah, look where you live. How do you think you live where you live? Look at the car you're driving. How do you think you drive that car? This is what I do. Yeah, this is what I do. So, you know, start coming at me like fucking all snarling at me and all that. Cause what? It's only 14 weeks. I'm not saying I'm going to be on the mission list for 14 weeks. It's just not going to be weekends like it should be. You know what I mean? So fucking slow your roll, kid, yeah? Slow your roll and get your shit together.
Slow me down, are you messing? We had your back since 2000. You know when you used to turn up at my house, stashing guns and stashing limo that you forgot to fucking tell me about as well.
So as she's just going into it, I'm just listening, but I'm not listening, do you know what I mean? I'm listening, but I'm not hearing her. Because I know what she's going to say before she says it. So I'm just going to just sit on the phone. So I'm just thinking. And while she's just like, just pulling all kinds out on me, do you know what I mean? I thought, you know what? While we do this one for 14 weeks, right? we may as well get other ones going and just do 14 weeks and get even more people on it. Because I've got a mate there called Rachel from down south. He's a property developer. She's like an estate agent, you know what I mean? So I thought, you know what, I'll phone Rachel and see what she's up to, because if she's got any new properties like that, it could come in handy. So alright, listen, so the baby's mind's going on and on and on. In the end, it ends up being like half sound. Like, I said, listen, like I said, it's not going to be 14 weeks solid. I'll give you the heads up, do you know what I mean? Because they're in school anyway. So I'll get them after school, you know, I'll take them out, we'll do this, we'll do that, and I might be able to have them like on a Sunday night or something, but I just can't commit to being 14 weekends, do you know what I mean? And in the end, she's like, oh, alright, you know what I mean? So, but I haven't blagged her, but she's just come round to like my way of thinking. So she puts the phone down, and I thought, you know what, I'll phone Rachel and see how she is. So I rings Rachel, but it goes straight to the answer machine. Rachel, what's happening, girl? You're alright? I haven't spoken to you for a while. What properties have you got there? We need some like big properties, you know, like commercial properties. If you know anything off the top of your head, let me know now, right? But it's going to have to be, you know, the way we do it. So I've got lads there with passports and all that, but they won't check out. But it'll cover your back from the office ways. See where we go from there, yeah? Because we've already got a big new factory now. It's going to hold like 800 plants, but we're looking on fairly decent commercial properties that are hidden out the way and not really in units or nothing like that, you know, just standalone. So have a little look and see what you can do for me, kids, yeah? What's going on anyway? How's everyone? How's the kids and that? Me know soon as, yeah? So about an hour's past, I'm on the phone to Degs. I'm like, listen, lads, we're going to get a few properties, right, all at the same time. So while we get Marky, Ezo, Mache, yeah, Troy, you know, well, lads, we've smashed it. We haven't just got them, we've got their firms, yeah? They can bring some of their lads and put their lads in the new unit, yeah? So what we're looking on doing is getting it all going the exact same time, yeah? About 4 units, yeah? One's the factory and 3 other units. May as well go in for it, lad. May as well go all in, do you know what I mean? Why not, lads? So as I'm on the phone to him, talking to him, I can see that Rachel's phoning, but I'm on the phone to him and he's just, you know what he's like, yeah, he's probably had the stripe and that, just talking. So next thing the phone goes down, she's left me a message. So I'm like, yeah, so I'll just dial voicemail, let's see what she's got to say.
Hiya stranger, it's Rach. Oh, it's lovely to hear from you. It's been ages. I hope you're alright. I'm doing really well, thank you. Family's good, daft but good. Anyway, I was listening to your message and I know we've definitely got 3, maybe 4 commercial units that are well worth you going to have a look at. Just let me know if you want to need the details. Just to let you know, I am going to go and have a look at a few new units this week, and I know one of them will fit all the criteria you're looking for, obviously with it being rural, detached and stuff like that, and the scale of it as well. So listen, if you're interested and you need me to arrange a viewing for you, or you want to go and look at it, just let me know, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, it's lovely to hear from you, and you take care. Speak to you soon.
Right, we are flying here. What an idea. I'm going to have to bring Rav in on it, aren't I? So I'm ringing Rav, but there's no answer. And I'm thinking, where's he? I haven't heard from him for a while, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? So wonder what he's up to. I hope he's all right. I hope nothing's gone wrong. Do you know what I mean? So let's try and get Rav on the scene, and then, you know, we can bring a few of his lads down and we'll just make a proper meal of it. You know what I'm like, yeah? We are all in, right? It's going to take some organising this, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be up and down the country like a fucking blue ass fly, aren't I? Oh, it'll be worth it. So I reckon we've got a mill in the new factory of Tegs, but, you know, these are the units. They could be a mill combined, mightn't they? So if we can just do a 2 mil snatch and grab in 14 weeks, it's well worth it, isn't it? So now we need pure manpower, don't we? Right, so we've got Degs, obviously he's on it, right? We've got me, yeah, I'm in on it. We've got the estate agents, we've got the factory, yeah. We've got Marky, he's going to be, I know he'll already be on it, defo. I haven't spoken to him yet, but I know he defo will be, do you know what I mean? We've got Ezo, he's defo in on it. So, what? We need Troy. Let's see what Troy says, because I have spoken to him, but not really, like, in depth. Mind you, Troy doesn't even speak in depth, does he? You know, Troy, it's like one word answer boy, isn't he? Let's see what he's got to say. So, rings Troy. Lad, what is that? I've got a graft on there, lad. It's worth pretty easy enough for it. And he's just like,
yeah, obviously, bro. I've been looking for a little graft anyway, so I'll do me nicely that.
So I'm like, yeah, it'll be a belt, lad. And I'm listening, I've been talking for about 3 minutes, right? And I'm like, what do you reckon, lads? Lad? Mate, he put the phone down hours ago. Soon as he said he'll do me nicely, he's put the phone down on me, and I haven't got it. I'm just still talking to him. He's horrible. He is the worst mate in the world, you know. So I'm just laughing to myself because, you know, what they expect. You know, he doesn't really engage much, does he? He does compared to like when, you know, the beginning of it. But, you know, since we become proper like brothers and all that. But he's still Troy. You know what I mean? He just says things that he needs to say, and then I don't know. I think he just. It's like people who don't know him, you just think, yeah, he hates me, but he doesn't. He loves me. I know he loves me. We're like brothers, yeah, and you know we are from what we've heard in the past, right? So it is what it is, right? And to be fair, he's the only person in the world who could put the phone down on me without me phoning back and like, hey, what are you on about, you? Just let him be, right? So I thought, Macca, I wonder what Macca's doing now. You've got to remember, these have all had majors, all right? So phone's Macca, and it's going boop, 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 you know, like he's abroad. So goes to his house, and I'm like, Macca, get on me, soon you're back, lad. Obviously you're away and all this, that. I've got something important, lad, so get on me, yeah. And he will get on me when he gets back. It just depends where he is and when he's getting back. So thought, right, Marky, phone's Marky, goes to the answer machine. Where is everyone? Like, Marky, phone me, lad, ASAP, I need you, lad, yeah. I've got something proper heavy on it. I know he'll be up for it, I know quite well he'll be up for it. But whether he can come and stay for 14 weeks is another matter, right? So I'm just thinking, you know what, tonight, right, they've gone out, you know, I've sorted everything with everyone, you know, I'm going to get the drawing boards at the big table, fat brandy, fat stripe, and I'm going to do some planning, yeah. So let's see where we go with this right now. I've got to phone Rachel tomorrow, and I'm going to get some viewings on these gas, what she's already got. But she's saying that the new ones she's got coming are probably going to be best suited. So, you know, 14 weeks, 28 weeks, it's all basically the same, innit? But with the other ones, I won't have nothing to do with that. So I'll be able to go and see my kids properly and all that, because I can't say to the baby's man, oh, it's going from 14 weeks to 28 weeks. She'll just be like, lad, go away. So just on my own at the big table, brandy, you know, pen and paper, just getting everything together, you know, making plans over like what areas are going to be best suited and who's going to go where and what firm. And then Taylor phones me again, and I'm like, no way, what's happening, lad? He's like, lad, what's happening? He went, listen, that's probably been called off, you know. I went, what? He went, lad, the lad who was on the inside of it with us, he's come bang on for something else. And I'm like, has he? Yeah, because I didn't know the full like ins and outs of the graph, but it was an inside job, do you know what I mean? So whatever's gone on has gone on, and it's probably best anyway, because he's probably bang on if you're getting off his game. So I'm like, all right. I said, well, what are you doing then? He went, what? I said, what are you doing for Dom? And he went, lad, I'm a bit stuck. I said, I've got a graft here, lad. He's like, where? I said, I don't know the full details, but it's going to be somewhere, and it's only a bit of weed, lad, do you know what I mean? I said, we've got like big premises and all that. Yeah, do you want to come in on it? He's like, yeah, I'll come in on. I said, all right. I said, but lad, you might have to stay in the factory for 14 weeks. He's like, what? I said, there's a living space. He's like, lad, I'm not asked. He went to Will, lad. He went to Will. He said, lad, I'm only in hotels and that anyway now. He said, that's better for me. Sound, there's our 24-hour security guard, defo in it, because if you remember, he's come back from the dam. So I thought he was with a bird. He must have split up with his bird. Something's going on. But if he's in hotels and all that, he'll be more than happy to stay there for 14 weeks rent free while he's making proper Brewsties, won't he? So I'm like, go on, sign. So now we've defo got our 24-hour guard, right? I need this kid not to be messed with. Yeah, he's a big kid. So it's going to be like a big, massive playground. You know, honest to God, all of us just in this gaff, it's just going to be a big, massive playground, right? Next thing, Tosh phones me. So I just ignores it because I thought, he's got nothing good that I want to hear now. Because what could he say? They phones me again. You're messing around, yeah. Phones me again. Text, lads, phone me quick. What are you on about? He's out 11 as the phone's going to be, lad, you are not going to believe what he's done. I went, what? He went, he's just done that, kid. I said, what kid? He's like, remember the kid who we thought was 15, he was 18? I said, no. He went, lad, ages ago when we brought him to uni, remember? And you let him go. I said, yeah. He went, lad, he just bumped into the lad who got put to bed. He had to know the one who was paying him. He's just bumped into his mate and proper done him. I went, what do you mean proper? He went, lad, he just put about 3 glasses right through his face. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, nah. I said, they won't do nothing back anyway. He's like, how do you know? I said, like, because Troy, I sent Troy to them and they seen that Troy was watching them and all that. I went, they won't want nothing to do with it, lad. He's like, he's on one, lad. I said, lad, you've only been out for like 3 hours. He's like, lad, we're coming to yours. He said, you aren't coming to mine. And I can hear Lev saying, give me the phone, lad, give me the phone. I'm like, don't put him on the phone. And I can hear Lev saying, lad, you've only got to make him laugh and then he won't be angry no more. So I started laughing and he's going to talk and I'm like, am I in loudspeaker? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why would you phone me on loudspeaker? Lev's like, what's happening, lad? I'm like, oh, lad, what are you doing? He's going, listen, lad, he had it coming to him, right? And, you know, I'm like, lad, what? He's going, like, can we get to yours? And I'm like, no. He's like, lad, you're lying. He said, lad, you've already laughed. You've laughed. That means you can't moan. He said, lad, we're coming to yours. I said, why? He went, can't stay out in town now. I said, why? Lad, I've got blood all over me. I'm like, oh, lad, get to man now. Use a proper bell end use to, you know. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I could use this to be advantage here. Not in a rat way, but in a good way, right? Because, you know, if I bend people on this who I need anyway, but they don't know and need them, then they'll think I'm doing them a favour, which I am doing them a favour. Yeah, especially if I end up throwing all the dough in. But I'm probably not going to have to throw all the dough in because there's going to be loads of people getting in on it. So I thought each Ethan, I'll phone Ethan, yeah, because he'll come over. If he comes over to his lads, there's three more men, yeah, so we're flying. So rings Ethan, he's like, what is that in Scouse? I'm like, hello, lad. He's like, what's the pleasure? Now, me and Ethan, we're good mates, but we don't really talk much, like, you know, just like hearsay or shit chat. It's only for things, so he knows he's got to. He's like, what have you got for me, lad? I said, I've got a big, heavy, like, it's only in theory right now. And he's going, lad, your theory's always work. He went, what is it? Hit me with it, lad. I said, we've got a factory, lad, it's going to be £1 million grow, probably could be even more. And he's like, what? I said, lad, it's in the middle of the night. I said, it's proper sound. He's like, what, where have you got that from? I said, why you asking me questions for? He's like, sorry, lad, sorry. I said, now you're messing. I said, you know, we made eggs from money. He's like, yes. I said, lad, it's that. He's like, lad, give me condolences. I went to lad, you can give me yourself, because you're probably going to come over. He, what do you mean? I said, lad, I'm inviting you over, lad, you and 2 of your lads. He's like, what are you going to do? I said, lad, I have to stay over for 14 weeks. He's like, 14 weeks? I don't know about that. I said, well, you don't have to stay over. I said, but one of you will. He's like, you know, in rotation at least. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah. He's like, do you know what, lad? Yeah. I said, he said, I've been arguing with bird anyway. I said, have you, lad? Yeah. I said, how are the kids, lads? So I'm just talking to him. He's like, lad, I haven't seen you for ages. I'm like, I know, lad, I know. Time flies, doesn't it? So he's all happy. He's like, yeah. He said, you know what, I'll fly over with 2 lads. I said, who are you bringing? And he's like, such and such. I'm like, yeah, I like them. He's like, Dad, do you like you? He said, lad, did he always ask you about it and all that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He went, lad. He said, remember the Temple bar when you left the bar and he started fuming over the price? So he went, lad, we all still laugh at that now, you know. I'm like, lad, he's a little meth. He's like, I know, but the funny thing is, lad, he's not. I'm like, lad, I know. I said, he's just one of them kids, lad. He's just like, he's like, it's the principal to him, lad, you know what I mean? He's like, what? I'm not spending that on that. You know, it's one of them things that it sticks out in other people's minds, but like, I've forgot it because he's always like that with me, you know what I mean? So I'm just having a proper laugh. I'm just having a proper laugh with Ethan and all that. And I'm telling him like little bits and bobs. And, you know, we could have 4 premises, could even be more and all that. And he's going, well, listen, lad, if you need dough, he said, you know, I said, well, lad, I'll be honest with you. I said, lad, I'm looking on throwing $250,000. I said, but I don't really want to throw no more. And he went, all right, well, I'll match you then. And what he went, I'll match you. He said, I'll throw 350 and you throw 350 in. We get our dough back after all and then we split it. I'm like, yeah, go on, sound. I said, well, if you're going to do that, that means you've got $500,000 to play with, lad. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, I've got a mate there, but he's got a grow shop and that. I said, but he won't be able to source it all, everything we need all in one go. And he's like, I know. He went, well, what the best thing to do would be, lad, is if you can get a premises around there, register it as a light shop, you know, like a polyphonic light shop and all that. He said, then you can get it in bulk, sent there. And I was like, no way, good lad. Because if you remember, Rachel's got so here's the new plan now. We go and get a property off Rachel. This is in my head as well. I'm talking to him. We're doing 2 things at once, multitasking. We'll get a property off here. We'll register it as a grow shop. We'll get like massive deliveries sent there as if it's like to sell. But then we'll just use it all for that. Do you know what I mean? Sound, mate, sound. What a good idea. So now we've got $500,000 to play with. It's absolutely not, and we will do that. And we look after everyone who's involved as well. So he's like, when do you need me over? I'm like, lad, the weekends. He's like, all right, sound. You have to fly the weekends. I said, stay in mind with your mate. He's like, go on, sound. He said, any problems, let me know. He's like, go on, I will, lad, sound. Nice one, mate. I'm like, go on, sound. Next thing it all goes, Lev, how are you that much off your bar? And where's your t-shirt, lad? And he's like, lad, it's in the car. And I'm like, what? He went, oh, lad. I said, you just took your t-shirt off in the car. Where? He's like, and so he's like, lad, he's took it off in town. I went, what are you going, lad, in case he gets pulled? I said, so where is it? He went, lad, he's lashed out with it. I said, what are you on about? I said, he just sits in the car. He went, lad, he's lashed out with it. I said, you've lashed the t-shirt out the window with blood on. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, lad, you're going to get nicked. And he's going, Tosh, you little prick, why'd you let me do that? Let's go. So he goes back and then they've got off again. He's gone to find his t-shirt. I'm just like, this is going to be one of them nights, mate. So now I'm just chilling, waiting for these to get back, right? And the hours are flying, days are flying. I'm thinking, you know what, these must be coming back here. And I want to go to bed, yeah? And then Deg texts me. He's like, lad, I'm going to come pick you up in the morning because I'm up in Liverpool anyway. And we'll go and see this gaff. I'm like, all right, sound. And he went to me, listen, lads, one of my mates is in there now, you know, like doing all the tidying, like getting rid of all whatever. He went, he's just sent me a picture of it. I said, what, your whole area? He went and told me. He went, yeah. I went, send me it. He sent me and I was just told, oh my God, listen to this, right? I was thinking it's £1 million graft, yeah? No, more like a $3 to £5 million graft. Lad, come and get me in the mud. You should see the size of this gaff. When I was a kid, last time I was there, I remember it being massive, but because you're little, you know, I used to think my nan's house was massive. And then when I was older and I went back in it, you know what I mean? I was like, nah, it's not, because my nan died and she sold the house and all that. And then one day I was driving past the house and the door was open and there was some fella standing there. So I stopped and went, what's that? And I was like, just told him. I said, I've got some memories in there, mate. He went, why? I told him. I said, can I have a look around? He went, yeah, of course you can, mate. So when I've gone back in there with him, I was like, no way, it's just like a normal house. But when I was a kid, I remember like sliding down a banister and it just seemed massive, do you know what I mean? So I had that in re-ed to this warehouse. Oh my word, right? So I'm phoning them, no answer. I was like, then one of my bird mates phoned, she's like, what time? I said, what are you phoning me for now? She went, Tosh and Lever, yeah. I said, what? She went, he's got no t-shirt on. I said, what do you mean? He went, lad. I said, why is he there? She went, no, he just knocked. I said, what? So I said, put him on. So I said, Tosh, lad, what are you doing? So she's like, lad, well, he just drove past. I thought, the light was on, so I just thought we'd knock. I'm like, yeah. I said, are you staying there then? He's like, yeah. And the bird's gone, well, are you coming? I said, I'm not coming. She's like, these aren't staying here if you're not coming. And I'm like, go on, I'll be there in a few hours, then I'm just busy. So she's like, all right, Sam, I'll just blend it for him and all that. So anyway, he goes to bed, little Brandy, little Stripe goes to bed, gets up in the morning, and Dex is already on me. He's like, I'm on my way. So I'm like, so I've jumped up, got a shower, got changed and all that, comes and gets me. And I'm like, lad, I've got to finish. So I've told him about everything last night. I told him about eating, I told him about everything. I just told him everything, right? And he's going to me, lad, you've proper smashed it here. I said, listen, and we've got another investor as well. He's like, what? I said, Ethan's going to throw 2.5 in as well. So we've got 500 grand to play with. And he's going, what? So I told him about the properties off Rachel and what we're going to do about the shop. I'm going to open a shop, like to get all. And he's going to me, how have you just sorted all that quick? And I'm like, lad, because that's how I roll, lad. And he's just like, yeah, he's going, this is sick. Anyway, we pulls up to this gaff, right, and it's just in the middle of nowhere, right? And I'm looking around, and there's only like one way in, one way out, and, we can put cameras here, we can put cameras there. This is proper sound, right? So, goes in, opens the door, walks in the main warehouse, right, and get on this. Oh my God, it's gone from 3 to 5 mil to 5 to 10, if not more. This is going to be, look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. Listen to me now. We are absolutely flying, and I mean flying. Right, I want to carry on with the story while I show you around this gaff, right? This is the factory, this is our new factory, right? Now, if you remember, if we thought it'd be a mil, then it's gone to like probably 3 mil, then it's gone to 5, then it's gone to 10. Listen to me. There's another room exactly the same size where you'll see in a minute. This could be easy, a 10 to 20, what, I don't know, let's just say 10 to 50 mil. Do you know what I mean? Depending on what it is. Do you know what I mean? Because if we're thinking about it, I'm pricing it as though we'll get £1,000 back per plant, right? So, think about it, yeah? Think about it. 5,000 plants is 5 mil, 10,000 is 10 mil. Think about how many plants you're getting in there, but then the setup cost, £500,000 isn't going to even go nowhere near what we need for that. Is it? So we're all going to have to get our dough out, mate, and all just proper invest in this, right? And as for the other properties, we probably don't even need them now, do we? Look at the size of this, right? I'm going to let you just look at the size of this, right? So just understand, and if you do it yourselves, look at what we're playing with here, look at the space we're playing with, and it's absolutely in the middle of nowhere, not bang on at all. Listen, if we rig that out properly, yeah, with a proper setup, yeah, we're getting loads out of it, and there's going to have to be firms, isn't it? Think about how many of us are going to have to be in there to man them premises 24 hours a day. This is going to be sick, right? This is going to be sick. So, I need to speak to Rachel, though, right? So we need to get this shop going quick. So I phoned Rachel, like, where are you? She's like, I'm just not far from Liverpool, about an hour and a half away from Liverpool, and I was being shown people around. I said, yeah. I was like, come and see me. She went, what? I said, come and see me. I said, come to Liverpool now. She's like, I said, can you do it? She's like, I can do what I want. It's my car. I was like, listen, just get to me now. And so I'll give her this factory address and all that, because she's silent to me, she's done things with me, there's no way she's not trying to. She comes to the factory with me, right, and she's just like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, she's going, wow. I said, you can get me like this? She's like, no, I can't get in on like this. She's going, oh my God. She's just like, that is amazing. That's it. And I'm like, in it. I said, imagine where it is now. Deggsy's gone missing since we walked in. I don't know where he's gone saying hello to people, all high-fiving people from his childhood. Do you know what I mean? All the special uncles or something. So it's just me and Rachel, and like, so we've gone walked around everywhere. Right now, I'm saying, are you hungry? She went, yeah. I said, yeah, come get a scran. Now listen to this, listen how much this just like takes a twist, right? And you've got to remember, I'm innocent, I haven't done nothing wrong, have I? So I said to her, yeah, I get in my car. So Rachel gets in my car, and we're flying down the road, right? And as I come to these lights, the baby's mom's mate's standing at the lights. So I've beeped and let onto her. You know what I mean? Oh my God, worst thing I ever done, right? Listen to this. So I haven't told nothing of it because I'm not doing nothing wrong, you know what I mean? But you've got a bird in the car, yeah. But I know that doesn't mean nothing because he's under the baby's mouth. She's not my bird, like that. But why are you going missing for 14 weeks? I never thought about this until I get this phone call, right? So we go to the scran gaff, having a scran and all that, right? Next thing, the baby's mad rings me, and I'm like, what's happening?
I don't know the fuck you think you are, I really don't, but I'm telling you what, I'm sick to death of you, and you just going on the fucking missing list every now and again. Honest to God, I feel like just telling you to get to absolute fuck, because you fucking do me head in. Like the girls that were brand new years ago, strolling in, and trying to just blag me out with all your bullshit that you come up with. When you talk about a million words a minute, the way that you do all that, like what you're trying to do to me now, fuck off. Can't be asked with you.
Ah, that's a nightmare, haven't I? That's a nightmare, haven't I? So I can't really be asked arguing with it, you know what I mean, while I'm sitting with Rachel, because, you know, it's embarrassing, it is, but it's not really, you know what I mean? But I don't want her thinking that I'm swerving the kids either, because, you know, you all know me, you know I wouldn't do that, but, you know, look at the dough on here, this is life-changing for all concerned, isn't it? This is me kids and their kids' future. My kids' future could be set up of just this one graft, yeah? So I'm going to have to go round and see her, but I just can't know why she's in this mood, because she's heavy, she's proper heavy. She's the only person in the world who speaks to me like that, you know. She's the only person in the world who's just allowed to speak to me like that, because she just knows me from inside out. She's been like my best girl mate since 2000 before I was even with her or nothing, do you know what I mean? So she knows everything about me, and she's done all kinds for me, you know, and she's wasted bed for me, she's stashed things, she's, you know, she's done, I got nicked by Plod right in time fighting, and she ran off the bonnet on the busy car and smashed the window, just stamped it out and ran away and got away as well. That's what type of bird she is. She's a proper Scouse, you know, it's like a girl version of me, so I don't really want to let her down or think that I'm swerving the kids for the bird, because I'm not. You know what's happening, but she doesn't, so I'm going to have to go round and speak to her, right? But, you know, let's see what happens here, I want to go home, I want to sleep on it, and then in the morning, you know, we're going to have to start the operation, right? So stand by, this is going to be heavy. So I've been busy all night, you know, just like pricing things up, just getting what we need and all that, and, I don't know, what a few people have put a few things out to me, a few of the lads, and like, what about the thermal, what about all this from drone shoppers, so I'm like, so I've got into one, just like went all out on it, right? And the estimated bill to set it all up is going to be about 3 mil, right? It's going to be about 3 mil, right? So I'm not throwing all that in. So, you know, either he said he'll throw $500,000, now I'm going to throw $500,000. So we need other investors, obviously. So I'm just going to have to get on the phone now and just see what's going on and who's in on it, you know, because we need a few of us, mate. We need loads of us. But the problem is, if anything happens to it, everyone's going to lose all that dough, aren't they? So, you know, people trust me, you know, I'm not a rat, you know me, so let's see what happens here, yeah, let's just see what happens here, so just get on the phone, right, so now I'm making a point of just phoning everyone, let's see what happens here.
Something Scouse, you alright, bro? Long time no speak. Yeah, I'm well up for that. Nice one. Lad, I can probably get about $500,000, but it all needs collecting in, I've not much around me. Give us a day or two, bro, I'll give you a shout back.
So while I'm on the phone, people talking to them, yeah, he's in, yeah, have we got dough, yeah, here's what we need about $500,000, yeah, like off each one, and you know what I mean, the dough back will be boss, so, you know, while I'm on the phone, people talking to them, I'm getting messages back, voicemails back, because I put a little thing out yesterday where I like left loads of people like messages on the answer machines, you know what I mean, so people are starting to get back to me, it's like, it's weird though, it's all like the same time, so I'm on the phone to someone and I'm getting a message off it, this is proper sick, you know, and I'm just thinking, you know what, these never let me down, you know, they never let me down, and they trust me, you know what I mean, they trust me, they know I'm not a rat, so, you know, think about it, people are throwing $500,000 at me, and they just know that, you know, nothing bad's going to happen at all, so, this is sick.
Yes, Scouse, what's happening, pal? Sorry, mate, I'm only getting back to you, bro. Fucking just getting back home now, mate. It's fucking been busy all day, but listen to me, fucking I ain't got a lot about me, bro. I've got a few bits and bats, but like if I put it all together, I've probably got about $500,000, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I'm willing to throw that in, my lad, and hopefully reap the reward from it, brother. You get me? But yeah, shout me, mate.
Alright, Scouse, what's happening, mate? I know I've got a few missed calls after you sent it. There's plenty of money here, I know, if you need any dough to put in, know what I mean? I know you like to front everything yourself, but let's all fucking chip in and help.
Yeah, Scouse, I'm all in, lad, I'll do that with you. Yeah, no worries, lad, no worries, mate.
Alright, Scouse, lad. I've just basically landed back for Turkey. I'm definitely up for that, my brother. 14 weeks. Cool. Doing your way. I'll have that, my brother. Count me in.
So we've got the dough we need, right? We're all going to throw $500,000, yeah? So we're flying, we've got Steo, we've got Maka, we've got Marky, we've got AJ, we've got Ethan, we've got me, you know what I mean? We're absolutely flying, we've got all the dough we need, so we've got 3 mil now. And this is going to be a proper head one, but Degs has been blowing me phone up, but I haven't been able to get back to him because the kids are here, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to go upstairs and just speak to him, but every time I go upstairs, the baby's just run off, like, you know, he's like proper nosy and all that. When he comes up the bathroom, take him down for me, right? And don't let him come back up, because we need to talk business, alright? I don't know why he always uses my bathroom. I was on shooters or the bathrooms there, he always comes up here. Little nosy man, isn't he? He always wants to see what I'm doing. So I need to phone Degs, so I'm going to phone for a little bit, because he's been trying to get hold of me. It's the hard, didn't he? It's all, isn't it? It's the hard, mate. It's not what he's done. This is what he's done. I only got a brief thing with it, but he had his dad's ashes in an urn, right? And dropped them. Or the lid's, something's happened, it's broken, and all the ashes blew all over the street. So he's filled it up with Uncle Ben's rice to give it to his family. I don't know the exact, I'm going to ask you about it now, but I don't know how to approach him, like it's a bit raw, but yeah, he's a funny man, so, you know. You nearly finished, mate? Good lad, okay. So, just keep him down there for us, alright? Lock that door. Lock that door there, okay? Nice one. Just take him in the living room or in the playroom or whatever, and just keep him busy for us, all right? Right, little man, give me 5, come here, give me 5. Right, now, do you want to go downstairs for me, go and play, right? And I'll be down soon, okay? Okay. All right, good lad, see you soon.
Chat me, lad.
What is happening, lad? You all right?
Yeah, just got up, mate. I did everyone last night.
Lad, listen to me. I was talking to your kid, right, and he told me something briefly, but I don't know how true it is. But lad, I need to just start it off with that, just to ask you what the fuck, lad. Lad, listen, I know it's a touchy subject with us, but what happens with the end, mate?
Oh, bro, he's a cunt in, mate. Fucking, I've only just got that out of my fucking head, lad.
Lad, listen to me. What I've got from it, because he was trying to be like dead, he wanted to tell me, but he was holding back, and I was like, lad, well, what did
How far did he go into it, the twat?
Lad, enough where, like, I believe him because I know you. Uncle Ben's rice, lad, what the fuck, lad?
I know I'm a cunt, I can laugh now, but fucking, I didn't know if I'd done the right thing or not, gee.
Lad, listen, there was no other options. What other options did you have? Lad, listen, I've got so many questions, right? I've got loads to tell you as well about the factory, lad, loads to tell you, but let me just get this off. I need to just get this off my head first, like, lad, I was laughing, I was thinking, I was like, I know quite well, this is definitely real, lad. So here's what, just tell me what I got told that the family were like doing your head in because they wanted the ashes in the house or whatever.
Stop, mate, did not stop, they wanted him down there. Fucking, you didn't like him, did he? You know what I mean?
That's what I mean, lad. So why was she pressing you for the ashes, lad? When, do you know what I mean?
Mate, not stopped for the past 3 weeks, so I just hit rock bottom and fucking I went on a bender and I done what I done. But oh mate, listen to this, yeah.
Go on. Lad, don't hold back. Tell me everything, lad. Go on. Listen, I love you and your dad, lad. I need to know.
Don't tell no one this, but our kids are cunt, mate.
Lad, I won't tell no one. Listen, lad, you know me. I'll be honest with you. I'll probably just tell like Lev or someone because lad and Tosh just then, but I won't tell them. Yeah, I'll just tell them, lad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna Dad, just listen. Just give, me, trust me. Just tell me everything from the start, lad. What the fuck happened there, lad?
Bro, you know what he's been on me. We want his ashes down here. We want his ashes down here. Yeah. I've got me. Our kid's gone. I've got our kid's son here. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm not going to be around for forever. But he needs to know who his granddad is, innit? So he's not going to be travelling to the other side of the fucking country to look at an hole in the ground.
Yeah,
his ashes, mate. You know what I mean. He's not been buried. So why the fuck go down there to be sprinkled on the grave?
Yeah.
I'm getting warmed up now.
Go on.
So I've ended up going on a bender, haven't I? So I've got my old man in the urn. And I'm just walking, bro. I've got the dogs with me. I'm just walking. I'm talking to him. It's late on, you know what I mean? I'm just talking to the man, you know what I mean? More than I did when he was alive,
Yeah.
So it's a bad I'm in a dilemma here, mate. You know what I mean? I need a fucking sign or something to tell me, because I don't know if I'm doing the right thing keeping you here. Do you want to be with your family? Do you want to be with us? What do you want to be?
Lad, he's not like the type of person to stay in the same place, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No, but
he's
he
go everywhere,
comforted anyone, wasn't it? So if he thought if it was easy for there, he'd just rather be there, you know what I mean? He was just an easy man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I thought, what the fuck do I do? So I thought, nah, he's my dad, I'm keeping him. I know he's selfish, but I'm keeping him, you know what I mean? We didn't have long together. So I'm fucking walking, the dogs are pulling like a prick, yeah. My joint's gone out. So I've gone to light the joint, put the dogs in one hand. And I forgot I had hold of him, bro. So he's gone everywhere, mate. Don't laugh.
Oh my God, lad. What?
Everywhere.
Just like a big white cloud, lad.
What?
Was it just like a big white cloud or so?
No fucking hell, mate. It's when I dropped him, it was like a release, mate. But fucking hell, like some birds come running out of the house. I'm outside. It's like a little wall in front of this gap. So I'm trying to scoop him up, mate. The floor's fucking wet. The dogs are wandering off. The dogs are walking through him. You know what I mean? What the fuck do we do? So I've got my bank cards out. I'm trying to scoop him with your fucking bank cards. Inside his urn now, these bits of fucking tarmac in there. I don't know what's up to. This lady's come out and she's gone, you alright? I said, no, don't worry, love, it's me dad. So she's come running out thinking my old man's fell over, and then she just looked on the floor and she burst out laughing at me. And then it's full of apologies, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. But I think she was just a bit more shocked than I was from what had happened. But yeah, they're fucking. I got him all back together.
That was like with all dirt and that off the floor as well. Do you know what I mean?
There was all sorts in there. It's probably fucking cigarette ash and all sorts in there with it. I can laugh now, lad, but it wasn't fucking funny then, mate.
So what was the broke or did the lid just come off? What happened?
It's crap. I've glued it. It's cracked. Yeah, get onto this though. That's what made me do this now. Get onto this, right? So I'm fucking sat there and I'm at home and bored myself, man. Rolled a joint and I'm talking to him again and said, Dad, I'm sorry. And now I started laughing, picturing that woman looking at me, scooping him up there. So it's like me and him having a conversation together. So I just said to Dad, listen, right, I said, there's a bit of fucking ash, a bit of road dust and all sorts in this earth. The lid's cracked, I'm never going to be able to contain you. So how about we have a bit of a giggle? Right? It felt right weird coming after it. So I fucking tipped you out into a fucking like a snacky bag.
Oh my God, lad.
I filled the fucking urn up with fucking, that boil in the bag Uncle Ben's rice.
Oh my.
Filled it up with that, wrote a snide little note, like a proper snide note.
Oh my
not
God,
even what's on it. Put it inside it, super glued the lid. And I've gone down there and gone, yeah, you fucking wanted him, you can have him.
And passed on Uncle Ben's rice. Oh my God, lad.
Mate, he sounds like a fucking miracle when you shake him.
Oh my God, lad. You know what? Listen to me, lad. That's, I'll be honest with you, that's the most fucked up thing I've probably ever heard. And I've heard since.
Because I feel like there's a bit of humour in it rather because he's.
Lad, listen to me, it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Lad, I was crying last night, right? Now, if you would have just told me that now and I wasn't expecting it, lad, I'd have been I was fucking crying because I just had visions and I can just imagine your kite, lad, just like, I know what you're like when you panic, you're like, oh.
That's what I mean, I didn't know what to do now when I put the rice in there and I glued the lid. And I didn't even sit and think about it for the day.
Lad, where'd you get the glue from? Lad, tell me you took the broken in the shop with the glue.
No, I've just glued it.
Where'd you get the glue from? Just out of the other?
Yeah, it's just Gorilla Glue out of the cupboard.
Lad, listen to me, you fucking Gorilla Glued your dad and swapping for rice.
You could have opened it and sprinkle it. Anyway, I just on you would have had to.
Lad, they'll get on it, lad. They'll be like, what the fuck's this?
Exactly, there's a note in there, lad.
What does the note say?
Oh no, I'm not going that deep.
Oh my God, lad.
Yeah, I had a poor little letter in there.
Listen, do you know what's going to be funny? You're going to get stoned one day and think, shit, I need that note back, and you're going to try and get them back.
I'm going to have to change my number, man. He's sprinkling him in a fucking. I've not had no calls from him, but I don't know if he's getting sprinkled soon or he has done or what. But as soon as he opened that lid, and a lot of white rice falls out on a note. They're going to read the note at the grave, aren't they?
Oh, my
That's what I mean. I'm a fucking idiot, bro. But I've cut all ties with him now.
Listen, lad. Listen, don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
Fuck off.
Oh, my God. Yeah, lad. That's proper. Lad, that's fucked up, that, you know.
Ganging that or what? Seriously, if other people thought about that, would they think I'm a weird cunt or what?
Nah, lad, it is what it is, lad. Fuck, lad, you're our weird. You're our weird.
That's all, lad.
Right, get on this then, lad. Get on this, right. You know, for the factory, here's what I've got. Here's who's in on it now, right, so far, lad, right. And it's gone well bigger than what I thought, lad, right, because I've lad, I've had to go into one, I've had to contact my mates in the army and all that. I know it sounds mad, but just bear with me on this.
Army? What do you mean? It's a fucking growing. It's not what's going on?
Lad, listen to me, right, we've had to do it, right, because here's what I'm thinking, right, I'm thinking, it's going to cost millions to set up, right, I know we said it like $500,000, but lad, it's well more than that, yeah, me and Ethan, we're going to throw 250 grand in each, but lad, it's gone bigger, so I've got 6 people throwing $500,000, so it's got bigger, here's who's in on it, right, we've got me, we've got Ezo, we've got you, we've got AJ's on it as well, right, we've got Marky, we've got Macca, we've got Steel, we've got Slee, we've got Dech, right, so that's who's in on it, and we're all
I hardly know any of these, me, lad.
I know, but I do, but I do though, so don't worry about it. They're all throwing like $500,000 each and all that. Do you know what I mean? So,
what do you need from me?
Off you?
Yeah.
Nothing, lad. You've got the factory. Don't need nothing from me. Yeah, here's what we can do.
I can't not throw out in.
Alright, well, you can go to IKEA and get the bunk beds.
Oh, yeah, organised one, yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, the bunk beds are $250 each, right? So we're gonna need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like say six bunk beds for 12 people, right? And we've got Macca, he's coming from Scotland, he's going to stay for 14 weeks. Ezo's going to stay for 14 weeks. So we're going to have to rotate it like on and off, do you know what I mean? Now, here's what I've got the price to, right? Do you want me to tell you or do you not ask, do you know what I mean?
No, go on, I'm interested.
Well, for the lights alone, right, the way I've figured it out at all, you know, if we get one light for 2 plants, right, that means we need 5,000 lights, right? So the lights alone, they're like 75, 80 grand, yeah? So the pots, I've found Bosch pots there at 5 each. So 10,000 of them, lads, you know what I mean? It's like 50 grand, lads. So that's not, and then the feed and that, I'm going to go with AI, because I've been put on, no, my mate who does power over Ethernet.
Yeah.
Lad, he's bet me on loads of things, right? And we were talking about, like, what about the light, you know what I mean? Because the light will be seen from space, lad, you know, the fucking
That's
thermal.
what I was thinking, bro. It's going to be bright.
Well, this is where my mate comes into it. You know, my mate who's in the army, lad.
Go on.
Well, I spoke to him about it, lad, and he was just like, listen, lad, I can get you military spec shit. I'm like, fuck off, out. He's like, listen, don't ask me out, but I can. I said in big numbers. He went, yeah. He's like, but you're going to need people to install it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, listen, lad, you can get this paint, right? And it's called, like, phase shade paint, right? And it keeps the thermal in. Yeah, and I was just like, what? He's like, well, it's multi spec, like ghost mesh canopies and all that. Thermal shields, lad, with barriers, just like thermal reflection, lad. You know what I mean? It causes thermal mirrors, lad. I'm just like, what? He's like, lad, it gives a false baseline. Do you know what I mean? For choppers and drones. I'm like, what? He's like, lad, he's like, choppers and drones can't distinguish it from the background. I was like, what? He's like,
it does like a fucking barrier, so nothing can be seen through, like a
yeah,
fucking,
but
like,
it's layers and layers, lad. It's like,
sirens.
lad, it's a visual camo, yeah. Lad, thermal veil fucking panels and everything, lad. So the setup for it, it's come back at 3mm, mate. But I know it sounds rough, but we need to get the first one out, lads. If we get the first one out, because we're going to use AI, lad, for all the irrigation, all the lights and everything like that, you know what I mean? So if we get that sorted, mate, then we've got security there all the time. Do you know what I mean? We'll have to just, the bottom windows, we're going to have to board them up, right, from the outside, right?
Yeah, these shutters above them, you know. These shutters above them.
Yeah, but we still need to board them because we need to put panels in them as well, so the light doesn't come to the windows. Do you see what I mean? It's got to be sealed, lad, properly. So rather than, like, the factory's massive, so we're going to section the factory off, right? Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, bro, because it is too big.
Section it off first, right? We'll get people in to do all that. I've got people who'll do that, right? Get them in. It's like a fucking £3 million setup, lad. Do you know what I mean? And then that's not even with the lecky bill. Do you know what I mean? So
do you know what? It doesn't sound too bad, though, for what's going to come out of it. And what
yeah,
things are
but
going
listen, but that's only if it comes out of it. If anything happens and it goes or gets fucking bang on, lad, we've all lost Brewsties, lad, do you know what I mean?
Bro, you've got your army involved there, and the army involved, so fucking hell, mate, can't go around this, can it?
Lad, I know, but we've got to look at it though, worst case scenario, yeah? We've got to look at worst case scenario. So, I was thinking, where the car park is on the way in, let's get a barrier there, right, a barrier. Now, you might think, what, but you know my uncle who's got that container gaff?
Yeah.
He said to me, lad, I've got like, he's got all his, like, front system changed, so he's got like you know, the little snide hut that look like porta cabins.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Little security booth.
Yeah.
Like a little security booth.
Yeah. So we'll just stick Sully in there with a dicky bow on. You know what I mean? Walkie-talkies, right? Now, listen to this, right? Walkie-talkies, you can get scanned for frequencies. So what I was thinking is, lad, baby monitors, yeah?
Yeah.
No one's going to think of that, are they?
How the fuck?
Baby monitors plugged into each room, yeah? And we just talk to each other like that. Yeah, cha-ching.
Yeah, you've got some distance on them as well, haven't you?
Yeah, but we don't really need the distance because there's amplifiers for it as well. Lad, I'm on it. I'm proper on it, you know. I'm on it.
How the fuck have you done all this in a matter of no time at all, bro? How'd you do it?
Well, lads, listen to me, I've been absolutely up the fucking wall with it, lad, because I was just thinking, lad, you know, if we're all throwing how it's throwing, lad, now, if that, like, here's what I don't want to do. If anything happens to it, lad, it could look like it's me who's done something to it, you know, to rob it, to keep their dough. I know they all trust me and that, but...
Nah, I don't want to think that, bro.
I know, but when you're playing around with dough like that, lad, do you know what I mean? Like, half of these people are like, yeah, Macca's only got that to his name. He's like, lad, I'll throw everything in. Yeah, even Rav's in on it as well, lad.
Yeah, don't be thinking about them not trusting you. What's the crack on us trusting them? I know they're all boys and that, bro, but fucking everyone's greedy, aren't they?
Lad, we've put the cockney to bed. We've put about 5 people to bed. We put Dennis to bed. Think anyone's going to fucking harm us, lad? Don't even look what happens in the wedding, lad. Don't even what happens to them. They've all gone night as well.
I try and fucking forget, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone's gone night, lad. So, I don't think they're going to, I don't think the lads will start coming around my area, lad. Do you know what I mean? Doing all that then. I don't want to sound like I'm flexing when you're talking to me and you, but they won't do nothing like that, lad. They're all happy, lad, because what I've done was, like, now, this between me and you, obviously, right? What I've done was, I've bent the money, but I needed them, but made them, I didn't make them not think we needed them, but I just like as if it's a favour to them, which it is a favour to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's it. So there's only 6 of us throwing dough in. Everyone else, lads, they're all just getting paid. But what happens is when the dough comes in for it, right, I'm taking the 3 mil back and giving everyone their money back there, including myself. And then In theory, we should have 7 mil between us.
And then just roll them from there.
That's 7 mil between us, lads. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people, 7 mil. That's sound, isn't it?
For a bit of gardening.
Yeah, and that's only for the first. That's only for the first one. So if we get the first
I
one,
need to shake this fucking paranoia off me, don't I? I just fucking, I get worried about everything, you know.
lad, you need to pull yourself together, lad. You need to pull yourself. You're just not fucking armed robbery. You hammered someone to death in the stash. Listen, you're just in now, all in. You know what I mean? You're all in, lad. Now, as for the supply of all the lights and all that, right? I was talking to my mate, and my mate's got a grow shop, right? And Ethan said, I was talking to Ethan for a bit on the phone, and he said to me, because remember, know that Rachel from down south who's got the estate agents? If we can get a property off her, register it as it's like a grow shop, selling lights and all that.
Yeah, that was another one of my worries, that lad. I thought, if you just go and buying stuff in bulk or wholesale,
Dad, do you think I'm
reported, don't they?
Lads, do you think I'm brand new out the rapper? Listen to me.
Nah, I don't mean it like that.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. Right now, what I'll do is I'll get it. I've got
in. No, you're making my heart stop beating, mate.
We've got my mate Frankie who's in America, right? So all he needs to do is send me an order for because it's legal over there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he sends me an order for what we need, then our blag have shipped it out, but it won't ship it out. Do you see what I mean? We can ghost it, lad, and then we can take it to where we need it to go without anyone knowing. Do you know what I mean? We need to get everything in there on the slide, so it's gonna be like fucking Shawshank Redemption where he's got the mud in his catch. You know what I mean? Like,
fucking hell, we get caught, mate. We'll all be living in Shawshank Redemption.
I know, but listen, we won't get caught, lad. We won't get caught. Listen, we won't get caught, lad. We'll get it. If we get greedy, we will. But what I'm thinking is, see that factory, lad. If we get like say 2 or 3 out of that, right? And then me and you, if me and you threw $1 million each out of that money into making that factory into a sick business or something like that, yeah, just all run by AI, whatever it is we're going to do. Lad, there's a future business as well for the fucking kids and that, do you know what I mean?
Bro, that means a lot to me, that, because he run that business for fucking years and years and years till he got poorly, mate. I'd love to see that.
Lad, listen to me. You know, we were walking around the other day.
Go on.
Lad, I found all things, and you went missing talking to all your fucking old special uncles and all that, right? Lad, I found remains of shit, lad, where they've been doing it, lad, but only on a small scale in parts of it.
What, that what?
Lad, yeah, no, your dad, lad.
No.
Lad, listen to me, lad, I promise you now, you know what he's like, lad. Lad, he used to tell me things that he wasn't even telling you, lad, because you're his kid.
Bro, I used to smell it all the time, but I knew I was imagining things because he never smoked it, he never touched the sea, he never touched nothing.
Lad, he used to always say to us, oh, they smoked that wacky backy out there. Because he was born in seed in our heads.
That's why he was dead against it.
That's what I mean, is he fucked, lad, he's been at it for years, where to go his toes come from, lad.
You're a rum cunt, Dad.
Yeah, I'm not, lad. Fuck, don't shoot the messenger, lad. I've just put it all together and realised, lad, that's what's been going on, lad.
Maybe I'm just a chip off the old block, then, eh?
That's it, lad, innit, you know what I mean? And he's just had you in a bubble, you know what I mean? But as I was getting older, and he was getting onto what I was doing, he was like talking to me, and I was thinking, he's on it, but I didn't want to say nothing to you, like, because you'd be like, oh, and lad, he was just on it, he was on everything, lad, there's shit, think about it. Yeah, listen,
it makes me think now, that's why it took a shine to you, right? We're going Quasar this weekend, go and get your mate, all the time, go and get Scouse, I think he was trying to put you with me to guide me, because he wasn't always there.
Lad, that's what lad, 1,000,000%, lad, because he knew you were just like going to work and all that, like an absolute plum, giving all your dough to tax, lad, and you know what I mean, and this, that. Lad, look what happened to the bank, lad, where's all that dough? Who spends all that dough?
I know, it's free money, when everything I earn, I fucking get taxed on everything, mate.
Listen, stop diverting, who spent all that dough?
I've still got it.
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. All right, we'll sound. All right. Well, then you can throw 50 grand in then.
Yeah, all day.
You're lying. You're fucking lying, lad. You're lying. I know you're lying, lad. You do a lot of it, lad.
Deal's already made,
Yeah. You were saying, bunk bed. You were saying to me the other day, because when I was speaking the other day, I was saying that, and you've spent all the time. You're probably like, well, I've got cars and I'm going to sell them. And I was thinking, hang on a minute. Why would you? Yeah, you blew it all out. You've given it to everyone, haven't you?
Nah, I just got married and I saw she got a treat.
She got a treat. Some sweet that. What did she say when you went home anyway? I know you've told me briefly what happened there when you went home.
Mate.
Went home with different man.
She didn't say nothing for 4 days. She was in another room, mate. She didn't want to know me. We've been married 3 fucking months, and look at you disappeared and you're on a fucking missing list again, mate. I was getting in the air. I thought, right, that's why I went out and got the car, pulled up outside. I said, do you like that out there? She went, yeah, some people are fucking lucky out there. And I just flipped the keys at her. Yeah. She's laughing.
Yeah, we did.
So that majority of the dough went on that boat.
Wait there, one sec.
Ooh.
Oh, what, lad? I've had a fucking rough day, mate.
I was sort of joined now, baby. It's so banging for last night. I can't believe that kid told you, you twat.
Oh, lad, it was in a funny way, do you know what I mean?
He's not even told me that he's seen you.
He never seen me, he rang me.
Oh, right. He'll be breaking it now, though. I'm going to phone him and see if he fucking answers the phone. He'll ignore me, the twat.
Did I say I seen him? No, sorry, I didn't see him, lad. He rang me up, lad. And it was over 11, that weren't it, lad? Because he heard about my bed, didn't he? And he was just like, lad, what the fuck happened here?
Oh, fill me in.
Lad, listen to this, lad.
I've only heard Chinese whispers about this.
Oh, lad, listen to this, lad. It's like as if like God intervened and didn't want me to go, listen to this. So I took the kids away, didn't I,
You
lad?
always land on your feet, don't you?
That's, yeah, I'm not half, lad, listen. So I took the kids away, didn't I, right? And my big mate, right, he phoned me up and when I was away, I was with the kids, like on a little holiday, weren't I? And he phoned me up, he's like, lad, can you meet me in my bed? I said, yeah, sound. So, lad, I'd been like teetotal, no, just in the hotel room while the kids were in bed and all that. And I just thought, you know what, I had no lemon, not like that, so I ended up having a little bevy, not an heavy, but a little bevy now. So, lad, I went online, right, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pay for everyone to go to Marbella, right? So, just, you know, the usual characters, lad, there's Robbie, Chris, Levy, Tosh, you know what I mean? So I paid for everyone to go to this big 5-star hotel, lad. It cost me fucking brewskis. But there was an offer on, lad. So I got it cheaper than what it was. Listen to how fucked up this goes. So when I've come back, we were meant to go on the 28th, right? And I've come back, but lad, what happened is, because I hadn't had a strike for ages, as I come back, I got home and the crip phoned me and he's like, that's landed. I said, what you like? I went, lad, it's boss. I said, have a strike. He was like, he goes, lad, it's 1990 shit. I was like, yeah, I said, like, get an go tomorrow now. And I was just sitting there watching it. So then, yeah, so the night before we were meant to go, say we were meant to be going at like 6 o'clock in the night, right? The night before it, I've ended up on it, right, until like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, right? And then just thought, I'll just power through it. So I've ended up just like being silly about it. So I thought, I'm going to chill out now. So lad, I've lied down, right? I had all my stuff, everything, lad, and everything took my stuff out of fucking suitcases from the other all the...
Straight off one.
Just off on one, lad, yeah. So what I've done is I've lied down and I put headphones in, lads, but I only use wired headphones, you know what I mean? I don't like Bluetooth because it fucking burns your brain. So I had wired headphones in and I fell asleep with the headphones in, lad. As I fell asleep, lad, the headphones have come off my head and I was just being a kid. Yeah, lad, I woke up at 6:30, the flight was 6 o'clock, listen. I've looked at my phone, lad, there's about 90 missed calls on it, lad, because I said to everyone I'll meet you there, do you know what I mean? Right, so they haven't even bothered like trying to get over until they were already there at the airport.
Oh, they think you're going to meet them there.
Yeah, so
obviously.
So I just haven't turned up, lad. Otherwise, I was paying for the other, didn't even go. So I thought,
it's a good thing, really, though, isn't it?
No, but lad, no, because I bought another ticket as well. So I was going to go the day after, do you know what I mean? I bought another ticket. So I bought all them and Aldi and myself a new ticket and all that, yeah. Lad, listen, I woke up in the morning about 8 o'clock, something like that, and thought I'm going to cafe. So I go to the cafe and I text him, Tosh, saying, what's happening, lad? How's it go last night? And he's like, oh, lad, you are not going to believe this. Lev's on the missing list. I'm like, what do you mean? Lad, what's happened is they've been going into this bar, but Lev was in another bar with these birds, you know, he's like, so they've all gone to one bar. And as Lev's walked in, he's seen some kids who we've been arguing with, but it was like sound, lad, and he said to him, it's on site about 6 months ago, he hasn't seen him since. Lad, he's gone in and just stabbed him up the arse a few times or something. In this bar, so it's gone off. They've all jumped up, so then Tosh and all have jumped up. It's gone off heavy, so then they've been fuming on Lev. Lev's got off, gone to another bar. They've all gone back to the hotel. Yeah, then in the morning, this is when I'm told them now. When I'm told them now, they're in the Scrangaff. Do you know what I mean? It's like 9 o'clock.
The morning after.
Yeah, the morning after. It's like 9 o'clock, half 9 in the morning, something like that. So there's like, lad, we can't find Lev. I'm like, lad, you're going to have to go and find what you've told me. I'm like, use them. So I've then phoned up and booked them another hotel. You know what, like in a different town, the same building. Lad, it was damn bruises of it. So then Dave gone back to the hotel, yeah, lad had been plod all over the hotel and nicked them. And Lev got away. Lad had to get Lev a flight. So Lev had to fly to Heathrow the fucking same day. So he got back, yeah, and they all got nicked. Lad, they all had to pay like $2,000 or something to get out of the fucking busy station. And then they kept them in for days. And then took them to the busy station and just said, don't ever come back, none of us. Took them to the airport.
He's like a fucking cat, that lad, innit? Starts the drama, lands on his feet, everybody else gets nicked, he goes fucking missing.
Lad, he's a fucking lunatic, lad.
Do you know what? That's like fucking, my old man was looking over you. You weren't getting on that plane, mate, because you weren't coming back.
Lad, I said that.
It would have gone fucking well worse if you were there, because you know you're going to back him up to the death, innit? So obviously, no matter what, you get charged.
But to be fair though, he wouldn't have took nothing out with him, because I always search him now since fucking what he done to Rav, remember?
Yeah, but can you say, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I search him, lad, he just gets searched, lad, standard, lad, fuck him, lad, you know what I mean?
So what are you doing with the fucking holiday then? Because that's obviously cost a couple of G, that, innit?
Lad, here's what I've done. Listen, here's what I've done. Lad, they never even lasted 12 hours. So I thought, you know what? I went to Pi and just put it 1 to 1. Listen, put it 1 to 1 and doubled it.
That's right, innit? You've got you're right there, right?
That's what I mean, lad. That's what I mean. So it cost me like 9 grand altogether. And he ends up with 18, lads. Just sends a fucking, just got to put it 1 to 1, pressed it, and just sent it over the road, lads. Just got 18 for it. See you later. And I was saying, listen, when Lev comes to mind, he's going to me, I was going, lad, you know what I mean, I pay for it all. He went, lad, you haven't. He went, you fucking took the lovers. He went, and knowing you probably put it 1 to 1 and fucking Spanish a double.
Fucking on it straight away.
Oh, lad, listen, here's the door, here's one, lad, right. Let me just show what I'm doing now, because, lad, he's looking on bits and all that. I've got something for him here. So I'm going to jump off the phone, right, and then...
Oh, you just told me, I'm going to get my ass to the gym. I can't stay in all day.
No.
When you're done with the kids and that, give us a bell, we'll meet up in a bit.
Go on, well, I'll catch up with you later on, he's alright?
Alright, yeah. Yeah, give us a bell.
Ta-ra. So that is the plan, right? Let's see what happens, right? You know, plans can go well, but they can also go bad. And, you know, the logistics of all this, what we're doing now, it's going to be heavy, innit? It's going to be proper heavy, so let's just see what happens with this, yeah? So we've got it sorted, you know what I mean? We've got it sorted now. Everything seems to be going to plan, and we've got this coming in, we've got these deliveries, we've got the new security boot that's just coming on the outside. Listen to me, we're trying to blank Troy, where is it? He's always like, shut up, lad. So we've got these like baby monitors from the Argos and all that. So we goes down. Now this thermal imaging, this is the main like thing about it, you know what I mean? So we're trying to sort it. So we've got Jake. I'm like, oh Jake, you're gonna have to get down, you're gonna have to sort, you're gonna stay over in there. He's like, I've got the bunk beds. I've got the bunk beds. And we're putting these bunk beds together with these Allen keys and I'm fuming. I'm like, lad, we should have got everyone else. He's like, lad, well, you didn't tell us no, oh lad, shut up, someone's been there all night. So we put all these bunk beds together, right? Now we've got to like sales about like do it where one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing, do you know what I mean? We've got electricians, 3 sorts of electricians out, we've got these plasters, these builders, we've got all these thermal shit getting fitted into the windows, there's loads of windows, all that getting sorted. Now this factory is starting to come together, it's starting to come together, do you know what I mean? So I'm flying now, I've took a step back from everything, right, and I've got my own shit going on, I've got my own graph going on, but I've had to leg it, so we're getting it all done, we're going on there. So we've got these like new barriers, and we've got these, listen to me, this looks sick, it looks proper, looks the part, right? And I don't know where it's going to work out or where it's going to plan out and that, but if we can get this where this thermal imaging isn't seen from drones or like that, then we've smashed it. So I've got all these military people there phoning me. I've given backhanders, we've given sweeteners, we've paid all kinds, we've paid Brucey's for this, you know. Listen to me, we're down absolutely millions, right? And I mean millions. So a week gone past, and now Ethan's come over, and Marky's up there, and you know, Stewie, he's out. Everyone's just flying, right? And I'm like, lads, how have you done this? So what I've done is, we've set the factory up, right, where for this first one we do, for this first crop we do, it's not going to be that big, but the whole factory is rigged out ready for whatever crop we do in the whole factory. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all rigged out, ready to go. So whether we put one plant in or we fill it, it's all set up. All the windows are done, all the thermal imaging's done, all the military grade shit's done. There's backhanders gone everywhere. There's all, hey, it looks proper sick, right? And Dex is just walking around, he's going to be, lads, I'm like a fucking soldier, lads, a fucking soldier, lad. But we're up the wall, we're absolutely up the wall, and I mean up the wall. So I'm like, Levy's been bent on it, Tosh, Robbie, Chris, everyone's been bent on it, right? Oh, lad, you're proper sick. And I'm like, listen, lad, if we can pull this off for the first one, we can pull it off for the second one, the third one, the fourth one, because on the outside perimeter, there's cameras and all that right now. No one's coming near this gaff unless, number one, they know about it, or number two, it's plot ready to raise it. But if we can get the aerial view from the cameras or the drones or choppers, whatever, then no one's coming there. We need to like just keep it like proper, like manned for security wise over and over, do you know what I mean? So listen, my head's gone, and the only thing I'm thinking of is this factory, the factory, and everyone's just thinking the factory. So he's just like, listen lads, I'm like, listen, right, are we all ready to get down here? Like, yeah. I said, right, everyone meet up now, right? So we've arranged a meet time on a day and everyone's coming down. So everyone comes down, listen to me, we are flying, there's firms of us, right? And I mean, like, my whole firm and everyone I know who I trust in my inner circle is all ready to roll. We're all ready to roll. Got a bar, and Troy's like, lad, how have you got a bar? I said, lad, do you think I'm sitting here like every fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting here for 14 weeks like a proper mushroom. We've absolutely got everything. And then he's like, well, yeah, we've got ping pong. Yeah, ping pong. We've got everything. But listen, I've got a chessboard because I do like to play chess, right? We've got a bar. The bar is fully loaded for, like, in theory, it's going to be another 14 weeks, right? So we've got the Wales division, we've got the Scots division, listen to me. Now, Troy's a bit of a dark horse, right? Because Troy is into, like, all strains of weed and that. He's like one of them kids who makes things up, do you know what I mean? Now, I know this, but no one else knows that. And everyone's paranoid Troy. They're all paranoid Troy. And I can tell, because when we go out of different rooms and that, I'm listening to what's going on in them rooms. And Troy's like, just like, he's dominating, but without saying a word, you know what I mean? Because they're all just like proper paranoid Troy. He's like, you Scousers, mate. Troy's like, what? Listen, it's proper comical, and I mean comical, right? We arranged the day now. Everyone's been coming down, dishing out little bits and bobs, this and blah, blah, blah. But the day's come, right? The day has come where it's all coming together and everyone's meeting up at this gaff, right? Everyone's meeting up at the factory, right? So from today, everyone is coming down. They've all got bags, they've all got their stuff, they've got stuff to stay in. All the birds are fuming, all the phones are just bam, 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 and I said it was sound, but it's not sound, and I'm getting the blame for everyone's birds and all this, and I Scousers, right? We're all just like little kids. But we're all happy, do you know what I mean? We're all happy because we know we are going to smash it off this, right? We're going to smash it. So we need everyone to just shut the fuck up for 14 weeks and let's get the first one out. The first one is where all our dough comes back. We need our dough back no matter what. And if nothing else from then it doesn't matter. But we need our dough back at least, you know what I mean? I'm not putting this much dough in. Ethan's 3 dough in and Mark eats 3 dough in and Troy, everyone's 2 dough in. We need our dough back, right? So the first night comes, right, and we're all just sitting there. Comes in, I walks in, everyone's already there, right? So as I walks in, Deg's like, right, I've got a roster. A roster? I got you. He said, well, everyone you've named, well, I've got a roster. Oh my God, this is going to be hilarious. Listen, I already know for a fact this is going to be hilarious, right? But you know, if we get nicked, we are fucked. Because this is proper major operational shit. So our heads up the wall, right? We are proper busy, and I mean busy. We've got workers here, we've got electricians here, we've got plasterers, we've got all the fucking thermal shit going on and all that. So I'm like, yeah, come to the bar. Now, Ezo wasn't there at the minute because he was back in his, because he ain't coming till the next day, do you know what I mean? So we're all just sitting there, so I'm like, Lev, he's like, what was life me? He's like, come on, lads, we're playing pool and we got this new thing in, and we're nearly ready to roll, we're nearly ready to start and all that. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just playing pool with Lev, right? And next thing, Levy's phone goes, and I'm like, who's that? He's like, lads, Ezo. And he said, what's he phoning you for? He said, I don't know. I was like, come on then. So I just stopped what I'm doing right now. We're stoned. I'm off my bar. We're all just having a laugh. You know, like proper happy vibes and all that. And then Levy just looks at me. I'm like, lad, what? He's going, lad. He said, Ezo's just phoned me about Spaco. I said, Spaco? I said, you're Spaco? He went, yeah. I said, what for? He said, lad, asking me to a home. I said, what do you mean? He went, lad, Spaco. I said, Manny. What do you mean? He said, man, I said, what? I thought he said, your Mars. He's like, yeah, I know, but he's not. He said, he's fucking Manny. I said, what? I said, with his mate, what's his fucking mate's name? He's like, Noodles. I said, Noodles. I said, that's it, Noodles. Because I remember Noodles, because like... Now listen, this Spaco Noodles, they're like these little pair of fuck-ups. Levy's fuming with Spaco right now. Ages ago we were at a party, right, and Levy brought Spaco, right, and Spaco, we were at the party, and Spaco ends up being a bit cheeky to me, right. He no, I'm bad and all that, but I was only messing with him right now. I think Spaco thinks I'm some sort of fucking horrible cunt, but I was only messing with him, right. So me and Levy just had Spaco up the wall, right, and he says, "Stop being like, who are you talking to? Stop being like, listen lad, right." He's proper parcel, right, and then Levy fucking strangled him. No, Levy's horrible, right? He's horrible. But we're only messing with him and all that, we're only messing with that. So this kid phones up, right? And he's being like, listen, lad, he's always like, listen, lad, Spackle's with some kids. I'm like, so I can hear Levy on the phone, and Levy's looking at me, but Levy's like looking like, putting his hands on the phone, laughing and all that, you know what I mean? And he's going, lad, what do you want tablets? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, how much? I said, how many? How much? You know? He's like, lad, 3 quid each. I said, 3 quid. He said, you fucking mad. I said, off you, your Spacko. He's like, yeah. I said, where's he got them from? He's like, I don't know, lad. I'm like, lad, find out where he's got them from, like, because I knew that loads of guys that went missing a few days ago or the day before or something like that. I knew they'd went missing from some kid. Now, the kid who's been robbed, they're only mingies, right? They're from the other side of Liverpool, but they're all right in that, but I fucking wondered where they'd gone, do you know what I mean? So he's always talking to Lev and all that, this, that. I'm like, honey, oh lad, it's my shot, do you know what I mean? So he's like, go on, so it ends up being fucking Spacko and noodles, isn't it? I'm just like, lad, I fucking told you. I said, I told you he was going to do some shit like that. He's going and all that, he's going and all that. So I said, what should we do? I said, fuck him, lad. I said, it's right. I said, how's he robbed them? So we're just like talking to each other, laughing, all that, love that. And then I said, yeah, have you got his number? He went, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, you phone him first. So me and Lev are just having a laugh, just like, don't just winding the kids up and that, but the kids proper going white. So Levy says, oh, listen, and I'm shouting down the phone, watch what happens to him, like, we're only fucking messing with them, though, do you know what I mean? I don't mean it like that, but, you know, give the kid a due. If he's robbed them, I'm like, if he's robbed them, he is a funny kid, you know. Levi put the phone down. I said, what do you put the phone down on for? He's like, you phone him? I'm like, lad, I can't be asked. He's going, lad, buy them off him. I'm like, I'll buy them off him. I said, yeah. He said, well, throw him with me. He's like, go ahead, I will. So I'm like, go on. I said, how much? He's like, 2 quid. I'm like, 2 quid? I said, you fucking mad, aren't you? Like, but I thought, you know what? Give the kid, you know what? I'm not even asked. Give him 2 quid a tablet, you know what I mean? Fucking hell, lad. I said, where is he in your mind? He's like, no, he's in Manny. I said, what do you mean? He's like, he's with some kid called Eddie. I said, who the fuck's Eddie? So I phone's Ezo. I'm like, who's Eddie, lad? So Ezo's laughing his head off. He's going, lad, he's a proper shook off you know. So we're just all having a laugh, I said, yeah. I said, what's I get him now? When I say get him, I don't mean I'm going to be horrible to him. I'm just going to proper get him because he fucking needs getting right. This kid's got balls. Listen, I love this kid, right? He's got balls. I've never told him I love him, but I love him. He's got balls, and I knew quite well once he matured a little bit, right, he's gonna go places, right? And I had him on our radar anyway. So did Levy, we were already on it. We're like, listen, lad, he is proper front of him. And Noodles is the sickest kid ever. He's like a proper little car robber. He robs cars. He's just a proper car robber. So they're always in like stolies, you know what I mean? They're always in stolies and platers and all that. So so we're having a laugh and all that. I'm just winding them up and that, right? And you know, this Spacko, right? I said to him, let me phone him. He's like, phone him off your phone. He's like, go on, I will. So I phone him. I'm like, listen, lad. The kid's proper parcel. He's like, I'm like, don't fucking call me, mate, lad. You know, I'm only wise, but me and Lev are just proper laughing our heads off, right? And this kid's proper gut sucking to that. He's fucking Zevo, right? I'm saying, I know everything about you. I know everything about fucking Noodles. Because he's so sorry about Noodles. So me, he's on Levy, we're just all in a laugh, you know what I mean? We're just winding them up. And all. We're the older generation, these are the younger ones, but these are the way forward because these are sick, the sick kids, and they'll do anything for dough. So I'm like, yeah, well, you get the tablets off. And I'm like, he's my fucking mate. He's like, lad, I'm sorry. Let's just go, lad. You are horrible. I'm laughing, but I put my fucking hands over the phone, right? So I said to these, I'll go on, Sam, and I'll take them out. He's like, what? I said, I'll take them. He says, what's the dough there? He's like, I'll get someone to meet him. I'm like, go on, where, what. So I guess the details of he's always laughing his head off. I'm like, lad, don't break character. I said, let's just out of the fucking wall, lad. I'm like, where are they? He's like, lad, they're in this little fucking shit old bed shit. And I'm like, I said, Lev, I said, come on, lad. So Lev's saying, well, what should we do? I'm like, no, what should you? I said, lad, you need to man up here, lad. I said, you get them in a hotel. So he's like, all right, sound. So I'm like, all right, go on. I said, yeah, have you got your bank card? He's like, no. I said, go on, I'll sort it. So I jumps online, right, and I go, I'm just like, oh, lad, let's find him with these notes. Fucking sitting in a shit old hospital in the middle of Manny, lad. I said, lad, he deserves better. So I goes online and finds a Malmaison, gets him a little hotel and all that. So him and Eddie, fucking Eddie, you says no, I don't know who Eddie is, but whoever Eddie is, it's something to do with Ezo. It's not his family, but it's like one of his mates. Or, and you know, he's always like, lad, he's proper sound him and Santa. So I go on, so I was like, get him a little hotel for 2 weeks. So I'm saying to Lev, here's what we're going to do, right? We're going to give him the dough, but we'll take 20 grand back off them. And he's going, what? I said, lad, I'm not paying fucking £2 a tablet for them, lad. I said, you're mad, aren't you? I said, here's what we'll do. I said, we'll give them the dough, we'll give them a bit of, bit of paper on them, so they can fucking play out or do what to do. We'll give them a fucking hotel now, but I'm not paying that for them tablets, lad. And Levy's like, yeah, I know, lad, I know. I said, so we'll take 20 grand back off them, we'll give them that. And then, you know, we'll just go 10 quid each. He's like, go on, sound. So we're happy with that. We're happy with that. So me taking 20 grand off this kid is paying them what the normal average going rate is if the Gary's a sound. So me and Lev are playing pool and all that. I'm just off my bar, just fucking Lev away. So Zegs comes in, I'm like, what's happening? Zegs, he's like, what's happening? What's happening? So he's like, what are you up to? I said, oh, lad, I said, get on this, lad. So I filled him in a little bit and all that. So he's like, he's going to me, oh, you are proper heavy, you. I'm like, nah, I said, fuck that, the kid needs to learn, lad. So he's like, what have you done? I said, they've robbed Gary's off some kid. He's like, here, I said, such and such. He's like, is it a problem? I'm like, you saw. So Levy's like, shut up, Teggy. So next thing, Troy comes in. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, what are you all laughing at right now? We've got baby monitors right now. We're nearly ready to go, right? So, because we've got baby monitors, right? Marky from Leeds, he's just there, all like commotion, laughing as he's come upstairs. He's like, what's going on? So we're all sitting there, there's fucking firms of us, right? There's firms of us, and I mean firms of us, like, proper just all laughing at it. So I told about these kids, Spacco, who's his cousin, and he's like, I've heard about him, he's fucking mad, and I'm like, yeah, I said, he's funny, I said, he's coming through him, and Noodles, and like, Noodles stood out to everyone, because his name's Noodles. So we've just got these kids up the wall, like, throwing threats around, I know what they, but who they bumped, we're not last out anyway. So found him amazing, right? So booked him a boss room for him and Eddie. I don't even know who Eddie is, but whoever Eddie is, mate, he shouldn't do these. So booked him an hotel for the day after, right? I'm going to tell him to phone me tomorrow, right? Because I want Ezo to get them first, see what's going on and all that. And then once Ezo checked them out, then we'll get the dough round to him. So, do you know what I mean? We'll do it that way. So take them off him, and like, not on bail, but just have them for the day and make sure they're all fucking sound fair. Because, you know, you eat these Noodles and fucking Spacco, mate. You gotta watch them. They'd be fucking smints after them, do you know what I mean? That fucking battle of them. So the first night goes well and everyone's having a laugh and I get up in the morning. Now we've got the hotel for Spacco and around me. So I phoned Spacco up, right? Spacco's like, hello. Proper said, Paddy. So I just kept in character, right? Listen, lad, here's what we're going to do, right? So I'll just explain to him, we've got a hotel and all that for you and all that, you know what I mean? Get there now, get out that shit, all get your stuff there. I said, but here's what's going to happen, right? Listen to me now. We're taking 20 grand off you, lads, and that's that. And he's like, I said, don't stutter, lad. I said, we're taking 20 grand off you. Now I want the 20 grand because that's what I would have paid for the tablet. I'm not giving him fucking 20 grand for it, I don't care. You know, I'm not asked to, you know, what else is he's going to die? There's no way he's not going to die. You know, he's definitely going to die. So he's just like, yeah, sad, he's not asked, he's happy. Do you know what I mean? So get them all amazing. And know what? I said to me, Levy, and he's all coming down next week, lad. And you know, if you haven't got my fucking money, lad, and he's just like, boo. So then he gets on the phone to Lev and all that. He's talking to Lev, and then Lev puts the phone down to him, and Levy says to me, lad, you know what Spacco's done? I said, what? He said, he's got a florist. I said, what do you mean a florist? He's like, a florist. I said, what's that even mean? He went, lad, from Manny. I said, he's got a florist in Manny. I said, what? I said, what, flower boy? He's like, nah, lad, he doesn't even know where he's getting a flower from. Where's he getting his flower? What are you on about? And I was just thinking, you know what, Spacco? I was like, what's he on about? So he's going, lad, him and Eddie. Lad, who's Eddie? He's going, he's always mate. He's always... I'm like, well, listen, I've just told him that we're coming there next week, right? I said, so let's just see what happens. I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, no, what? A florist, right? You know, we've got loads of weed coming in. This could be a plan. So I'm saying, Levo, he's like, what's that come here? I said, there's what we can do. I said, he's got a florist, and he got no weed. I said, what are you going to do? He's like, sell flowers. I'm like, where do you get the flowers from? He's like, I don't know. I said, all right, so here's what we'll do now. I said, we'll go and see them next week, me, you and Ezo, we'll go and see them next week, and we'll just like, not like force them, but we'll just like give them a different idea what they can do. If they've got a florist, right, we'll make the florist a 24-hour florist, and Levy's just laughing, just like, lad, you are fucked. I said, listen to me, but we'll sell artificial flowers. He's going, what? I said, well, if you get fresh flowers, they're going to keep having to restock them. Then I'm going to start selling flowers. I'll do the fuck's buying flowers off them. He's like, I know. I said, so artificial flowers, right, 24 hours, bouquets and shit. Yeah, I'm going to just sell weed from there. And he's going, nah, oh, lad, you're mad. I'm like, lad, think about it. So it's sunk in a little bit, and we're thinking about it, and it makes sense, doesn't it? If we can get grips on that florist, right, and we can sell artificial flowers, but sell weeds from there, we're flying army. It's a fucking no-brainer, right? So let's just see what happens there, you know what I'm saying? We're going down next week anyway. We'll go down next week, we'll get the 20 grand out of it. We'll keep the 20 grand, but then we'll buy artificial flowers for the fucking florist with the 20 grand, you know what I mean? So then no matter how I look at it, we've threw 20 grand in, we've stocked the shop up with artificial flowers, haven't we? And he's just laughing his head off. And then the next thing he's over, you know, like, what's that? He's just laughing his head off. He's like, oh, lad. I said, lad, we've got a new plan. He's just like, oh, lad, what? So he comes in, he was outside, he's coming in now, everyone's there now. Drum, you've got a big fucking bag of tablets, you've got fucking thousands of tablets. It's proper sad, right? So I say to him, listen, the florist, right? So I've made a point of it, right? We're having a little chat and all that. And then we're going up next week to see them, lad. Listen, we'll get this florist off them right now. We'll tell him that we'll throw that 20 grand in. What we're taking off them to start it. As soon as they say, yeah, lads, they owe us 20 grand. I'm not asked them, they're going to keep that door what they've had there for long. As soon as that door's gone, I don't want to sound like a rapper. Lad, then he owes 20 grand. You know what I mean? And Lev's going, oh, lad, I know. Like, listen, lad, I said, if you don't pay, we'll just take it on the chin. We're not going to do nothing to you, but they don't know that. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't bother with the kids, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. So, you know, it's a no-brainer and it could work. And we'll look after them. Listen, we will look after them. Believe you me. He's always the boy down there. These are covered. No one will mess with them. He's always proper sound, he's proper deep, mate. You know, all the firms down there, he's always making that. Don't say a word, it'll just be funny, do you know what I mean? So the plan's made in my head, and I need to check on all this, like this setup and all that, because we've got this kid, right? Now this kid's our good mate, and he's a proper weed, you know, like proper farmer, and I mean, like, just knows everything. So I invite him down to come down, right? So he comes down, so he says to me, all right, I wanted to talk me through everything, because I know what we've bought and all that, but not on this scale. I'd never done nothing on this scale. We've got units, we've got 8 units with the weeding, but they're just like, it's a different setup, they're only small units. This, because we've got unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you remember right, where we took that kid away, napped them. So we've still got them going, but like, we don't bother with them. We've got like people in there just giving them like 1.5 a day to look after and all that, and he wouldn't bother with all like that. So, you know, this is different, this is massive, this is just ridiculously massive, right? So he says to me, he's walking down and he's going to me, well, yeah, lad, they've got that irrigation there, he's going, and you're like, and lad, this is all like proper top of the range AI shit. I'm like, I know, lad, we paid millions for it. So he says to him, so what have we got to do? And he's just like, lad, none. And what do you mean? He's like, lad, you don't have to do none. He said, you don't have to feed itself. Everything just does itself, lad. I'm like, yeah. He's going to see that chemical there. When you're lad, if any of them get fucking, like this chemical what kills mites and all shit like that, if anything like that happens, I'm just like, yes, I don't even know what he's on about. I'm like, yeah, but can you take it? He's like, nah, lad. He said, it's just not, it's just proper sound. He's like, that's the proper good gear, lad. He said, you can't taste it, doesn't do nothing to you. It's just like a better thing for everything. I'm like, yeah. He's going, you might have a bit too many lights though. I'm like, do you reckon? I said, I just thought to myself, 1 light per 2 plants. He's like, nah. He said, lad, them lights are boss, lad. He said, you get 4 plants for 1 light. I'm like, yeah. So I thought, well, Sam, that's just doubles our fucking capability straight away again, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Think about it, it's all falling into place. And he's going, yeah, he's going, what stain have you used? So I said, yeah, I have a joint of it there, because we got these cuttings and all that. So we had like different types of cuttings in different places and all that, do you know what I mean? Little bits of, weren't my idea, I weren't asked. I was like, just grow weed, you know what I mean? And like, we've had a few of the lads in like Slew as well. Slew's onto his weed, you know, and he's like, well, we've got this strain, and, you know, we've got these cuttings in this. So there's all shit going on what I don't even know about, you know what I mean? Like, all I see is the pound signs. I'm not asked about nothing else. I don't care whether it's fucking called Sonic Supernova. I don't care whether you want to call it fucking Rainbow Dash 360. I'm not asked. I just want the dough. I want my dough back first before I can even, you know, you know, I want my dough back, and that's it. We all want our dough back, who's living. That's what we're doing, that's our dough. We want it back. Yeah, so whatever happens after that is a fucking 100% bonus, time and time again, innit? So weeks gone past, right, and everything's just gone to plan, everything's sound. Listen, we don't have to even do nothing with these plants, you know, whatever. You know, there's people out there just having a little look and this and that, whatever they're doing, do you know what I mean? But we don't really have to do nothing, do you get what I mean? We don't have to. But, you know, people are interested, aren't they? So weeks gone past, everyone's like, yeah, lad, it's looking good, everything's looking good. I'm just like, yeah, sound. So we goes down to see Spackle, don't we? And by this time, he's got Eddie there, right? But Noodles is also there as well, right? Now, what Noodles has done is Noodles has brought his tablets. Yeah, listen to this. So as I've phoned up in the morning time, and he answered the phone straight away, like one ring, he's like, all right, mate. I was like, mate, he says, I don't know what I mean, it was like, well, it sounds anyway. So he says to me, we're on our way up. He's like, all right, chance. I said, who are you with? He said, well, Noodles is here. I said, what do you mean Noodles, Dave? He went, Noodles has got something for you, mate. I know you've been saying it. I know you've been saying not to call you mate. He said, but I reckon we could be mates, lad. I reckon we could be mates. So I've just like burst out laughing, but like, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because it was proper funny. Like, so I'm like, go on, Sam. We're on our way down. I was up the phone down and laughing at him. Like, he's got something for us. He's like, what? And he goes, lad, he's got them Garys off Noodles. And he's going to give us them Garys as like as so non-amps and Noodles neither. And I'm like, yeah, defo. I said, that's defo what's happening. And he's like, yeah. So I thought, all right, sounds. So he goes down, and as he walks in, right, listen to the gaffs, there's like proper spoilers, like they're all normal. I was thinking, why are these all normal? They haven't even had a berry, nothing last night. There's nothing round, no lemon, there's nothing in. I was thinking, that's a mad on that. So I'm talking to him now, listen, he's a proper sound kid, proper respectful and all right. And first thing he said, listen, I'm sorry about that, you know, remember in the party. So I said, yeah, don't worry about it. I just shook hands and I said, right, what's happening? And his mate Noodles comes over, he goes, all right, mate. I said, all right, mate, go on, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? So listen to me now, we've got these now, he's got Noodles, we've got this Eddie kid, he's proper sound as well, and we've got Spaco. So they come over and give us the parcel, like, he's like, yeah, listen, can you include me on the no-hit list off that firm? He said, I want to work with you. He said, I said, listen, this is what we're going to do. So I was talking about this florist lad, and he's gone, we've got the things, we've got everything all sorted now, we've got like a year's contract already. And he said, now we've got the keys. He's like, yes, where's the keys? He went there and said, yeah, let's go. So jumps in the car. So we goes down to this gaff, and Spaco's like proper made up in the car and all that. So we goes in, it's a big gaff, it's a bit wrecked, it needs a bit of a touch up, but you know, we'll sort it. So I said, all right. I said, how many tablets are there? He said, there's 20,000 tablets there. I said, in the bag. I said, yeah. I said, all right, and what are they for us? He went, yeah. So I said, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 50 grand, right? I said, I'm going to take the 20 off you now, yeah? And I'm going to give you 30. So what I'm going to do with the 20 is I'm going to stock your shop up with it, right? And the 30 now is to just get everything else boxed, yeah? Here's what I want you to do. So I've gone online, I've showed them this like manufacturers of all, I think he said, order every single one of them, right, for on the front. And I'm telling him about like artificial flowers. He goes to me, lad, that's it. He's going, lad, I've never done, yeah, say he's buying flowers and all that sort of, yeah, it does, lad, right. And here's what we're doing, we're having a 24-hour emergency flower shop just in the middle of Manny. That bang on, it's not bang on. And he's just like, I'm in. He's like, I'm in. He's going, lad, I swear I'm in. He's going, that's exactly what we're going to do with the tablets. I was like, was it? Yeah. So he was on it. So then that's it. That's a start. New day. So I'm like, come on anyway. You've got the hotel for another week. Yeah, I said, then fuck off, see what you're doing, right? And get have somewhere I can get hold of you when I want to speak to you. He's like, I'll be on this number, lad, I swear I'll be on this number. I said, go on, sound. So he gets off from the florist and all that, goes back, gets there again. We goes back to the factory and just leaves them to it. Me, Ezo and Levy, we're all just working on this plan for this florist. Just like in the background, you know what I mean? Just like everyone's playing pool, doing what they're doing and all that. And we're just like problem planning and shit, right? So this florist that's already been rigged out now, right, all the stuff's come, but the florist is a bit boffy, do you know what I mean? So I'm saying to him, listen, lad, I said, go to florist now. He's like, I said, and take a video of the fucking, just do a circle of it, like walking out, show me the map of it, send me it on WhatsApp on a video. He's like, go on, sound. So I'm like, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get the lads who've done the factory to go down there and just rig that out. It look proper sick, make it look like a proper belter. You know what I mean? If we're going to do it, may as well do it. So like, go on, sound. So that's all coming in. You know, we've got all the artificial flowers, they're all just in bags. They come in these like big baskets with like that see-through shit that comes on flowers, do you know what I mean? So it protects it and all that, and they're artificial, so they can just stay there as long as they need to stay there. That's the whole beauty of it. Do you know what I mean? So another week goes past right now, the factory's just absolutely smashing it, and this shop is looking proper heavy, right? It looks boss. It looks like you wouldn't expect it to just be there where it's fucking boss. It's for a florist, it's a belter, right? All the back shoulders and all that. It's just a belter, you know what I mean? There could be a gym in the back and that for the lads. They'll smash it, they'll be happy there, do you know what I mean? They'll just be like, they'll just live there. They'll end up just living there. Honest to God, they will. They'll end up having all bunk beds and everything. They can have our bunk beds when we finish in the factory. What? This is going to be a belt of this, you know. So the next day comes, right, and we're all proper flying. That flying's all been on it all night and all that in the bar and that. So I fell asleep early and that. And like, you know, when you fall asleep in a place like that, you're lucky if you wake up for eyebrows. So, you know what I mean? I was like, so like anyone comes near me while I'm asleep and watch what happens. So I was like, nah, we won't, anybody. Yeah, I know you won't. That's what I know you won't. So I get to the morning, I got a few missed calls off my mate. I haven't seen my mate for ages, right? And my mate's called Thomas. So I'm thinking, oh wait, what team we give me for now? Thomas is Bates. He's like some big proper head and that. They call the old bands, right? The proper heavy, right? Heavy. And the dad is who I got the lights off. He's like the military, you know, like the contractor who got it all sorted for us. So I'm saying, I'm thinking, no wait, why is he ringing me? So he phoned me up and I went to the phone. Like, what's happening, Thomas, lad? He's like, Scouse, what's happening, lad? So I'm telling him, he said, have you heard anything? I said, what do you mean, lad? He said, have you heard anything like about any of that happened last night? I went, nah, lad, nah. He went, well, it was fucking it was their granddad's funeral where I went, I know, lad, I know. I said, I heard about that, lad. I said, I was going to pop in, lad. I said, but just up the wall and all. He's like, yeah, I know, lad, I know. Because I don't even know, I don't know the granddad and all like that, but I know him and I know the dad, you know, I know Lindsay as well. So he's just telling me this mad story. He's like, lad, and then we went to some like gaff after and all that, and this is that, and I'm like, what? I said, you messing, lad. He went down, he went a bullet ricocheted, lad, and it's hit some kid who was in another party, and it's hit Lindsay, and I'm just like, lad, she alright? He's like, nah, lad, she was pregnant, didn't even tell me. I'm like, what do you mean, lad? He said, the kid who got it, he was nothing to do with it, he was just at a party over the road, it was his birthday or something like that. I said, yeah. I said, what's happened to him? He's like, nah, he was only hitting the shoulder, he's sad. I said, he's like, yeah, that's heavy, that, you know, that's proper heavy, that kid had nothing to do with it. Ah, mate, proper heavy. So I'm just listening, right? But just like wide awake now, just like, I know, and I'm thinking in my head, God help them, mate, God help whoever that was. He's going, keep your ear to the ground for me, lad. I'm like, yeah, I will, of course, lad. So he's telling me in detail and all, and he's going, these two kids pulled up on his surrounds and all that, started letting off. Thomas' brother, he's a proper heavy kid and all that. Like, no, these were no one, I'm not saying they were no one, they've always been bangers, but like, he got with this bird, this Lindsay bird, right, and he ended up like doing a brother in, like battered him in the house or something like that the first night. It's all the ins and outs, but he hasn't told me, but a few people have told me, you know what I mean? And he's every kid, like, don't get me wrong, and he's like, you know, he's going places in, and he's like, he's not my good mate, but he's an alright lad, you know what I mean? I've seen him a few times, a little bitch and all that, got respect for him, he's got respect for me, you know what I mean? So, I will keep me to the ground, but, mate, you know what, let me tell you now, God help whoever that was, you mean? So I'm like, listen, lad, if you need a touch and all, and he's like, yeah, I know, nice one, lad, we'll be alright, but they will be alright, because these are proper heavy, do you know what I mean? They're proper heavy. It's good to have allies and mates like that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, if I ever needed them, I'd call on them, but I would never need them, and no, they'd never need us, you know, we're separate firms and all that, but they're good to do bits with, you know what I mean? Because the dad's absolutely smashed it, lives in this, like, big, proper mansion, like a 32-bedroom mansion or something mad like that. And I've been once to see him, do you know what I mean? I've been once to see him, and we were talking about, you know, getting all these, like, the military lights on. He's the one who put me on it. He's the one who had the contacts and all that, so he just pointed me in the right direction. He used to give a little backhand or two, do you know what I mean? So, you know, when they're involved in all that, the fly, but, mate, that poor girl, and, you know, he must imagine being him now. He must be raging him, you know, so Levy's, like, looking at me, and I'm like, no way, get on this. So he went, what? I said, don't remember Jenko? He went, yeah. I said, he used to work with Thomas before Thomas was like with the old bands and all that. He's like, yeah. I said, lad, get on this, here's what's happened there. So I told him, now, Jenko, he's Spaco's mate, not his mate, but like they used to hang around together, but I think Jenko, he went straight and all that, you know, like when he did, like years ago, when he was kids and all that. So Jenko used to work with Thomas. I can't remember what Thomas used to do. He had his own business doing something like, I think he was a joiner or something like that, or gas fitter or something like that. He ended up getting with that bird, this Lindsay, and he's just ended up smashing it, you know what I mean, obviously, so and now he's like, I don't know whether he works in his oars or he's got something to do with the club, but he's proper smashed it. And Lindsay's brother, he went night, do you know what I mean? Someone done him, I don't know who it was or like that, but they've had a bad time then, mate, the family lately, do you know what I mean? And, you know, she was pregnant, and now he's saying she might be paralysed and all that. Mate, listen to me, you know, and you know what, you know what Tom's brother, he is a lunatic, mate. He's like Levy, but he's sound as all day, do you know what I mean? Not to talk to him, like, you wouldn't think that, but listen to me, he's a proper lunatic, mate. And Thomas is a lunatic as well. I think Thomas got about 3 kill streak. Do you know what I mean? Something bad like that. So he was taking chase, right, ages ago, years ago, and he ran a busy over and the busy died, so he ended up getting slammed for it. He got about a 5 or something mad like that, so he was off the scene for ages. You know, they're good to have around that, but maybe I goes out to him, so I'm just like, lads, now Tosh knows him as well. So Tosh was downstairs, so I ended up like finishing off the Thomas and all that, and I'm like, listen, lad, if there's anything we can do for you, you know what I mean? He's like, lad, just keep it easy to the ground for me, lad, anything at all, you know. He's like, lads, and I'm just like, yeah, of course, can't be doing that, mate, just like, mate, what's happened there, do you know what I mean? Now, it hasn't been on the news or nothing, but it's probably going to be, do you know what I mean? And his head's proper gone, he's up the wall with it, mate, so, you know, if we can do anything to help him, then whatever. So I goes downstairs and I'm talking to Tosh and that, and Tosh is just like, no way. Now, Tosh is, he's Thomas's brother, he knows him. I don't think they're mates, but he's had a bit to do with him, you know, like nothing to do with nothing like that, just like goes out with him, or he's been out with him a few times and all that. And I don't know, mate, but, mate, you know what, you know, if they need us, mate, we'll be there for them and all that. So I phoned Spaco, and I'm like, lad, no way, I said, what's happened there? Spaco's like, yeah. I said, how have you heard? He went, lad, Jenko told me. I said, how does Jenko know? He said, lad, I don't know. He said, some kid who was in a party opposite it, they've been put night as well, or something like that. I said, he's just told me that he never got put night, he was alright. He went, I don't know then, lad. He said, you know, just rumour goes round and all that. I'm like, yeah. I said, do you know who it was? He's like, no. I said, listen, I said, phone's in call. I said, and keep it ear to the ground. I said, and if anyone tells me who it was, I'll give them 10 grand. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah. He's like, what you got to do? I said, nothing, lad. I said, it's just me mates and I said, tell anyone who tells me, I'll give them 10 grand. He's like, go on, sound. I'm like, go on, get on the phone, just start getting round, but don't make it bang when they're asking round, because whoever it was who's done it, there's only like really one other firm that I'd have the balls to do that. And not because they've got the balls, it's because they're stupid. Do you know what I mean? So, whatever's gone on there, listen to me now, you don't want to be a part of that, mate. I'm telling you now, you don't want to be a part of that, because these old bands and that, mate, they've got proper reach, right? And I mean like abroad and all that. Listen to me, you are proper getting it. If they get whoever that's responsible for that, mate, they are proper getting it, let me tell you now. So me and Ethan, we goes downstairs, we're just walking down the factory, right? And we're just like, lad, get on, it's all looking good, right? And Robbie, I'm like, where's Robbie? He's like, lad, there's always bouncing around with a white coat on before. I went, what do you mean, lad? He's like, got goggles on there. I said, shut up, lad. He's like, he is, right? Yeah, let's go find Robbie. So we're running around looking at him. Now this factory's massive and all this room now. So he walks in the room, right? And Robbie's standing there in like a white, like, science coat, you know, what he's found in the factory with these goggles on. I'm like, lad, what are you doing? He went, lad, I was standing there before and some thing just sprayed all over me. The chemical for the mites. I'm like, lad, it detected a mite. He's going, shut up, you tit. I'm like, lad, it did. I was going, lad, you got STDs, that's what it detected. It's going, what? I'm like, lad, it's AI. Proper out of black. He's going, lad, I haven't got on. I'm like, lad, you have. I said, you go, proper riddled. Lad, even the eyes on you, lad, just sprayed you with mite killer. Crab killer, lad. He's going, shut up, lad. He's going, I'm starving anyway. Like, now, here's the funny thing, right? Robbie is boss of pool, right? He's proper boss, but he hasn't said nothing. He hasn't been playing and all like that. And I forgot how good he is because I haven't played with him for ages, right? I said, yeah, go and get a scratch. So he's like, where's Chris? I said, lad, he's upstairs playing pool. He went, is he? Yeah, because Chris and Steve, they were playing pool. He goes upstairs and he's like, yeah, go for a scratch and all that. So Chris like, oh, let me finish this game. So he finished the game, and like, I'm going to get pizza and all. I said, go on, I said, get it for everyone. He's like, yeah, of course, I will. What does everyone want? I was just throwing ours in. He's like, so Robbie's just like, nah, I'll just get cheese and tomato for everyone. That's what he's like when he gets confused. You know what I mean? So now, as we go back upstairs, we find it's like a homemade poker game, you know, with all chips and all that. And I'm thinking, no way, that's sound. That's what he wants to play poker. They're like, like, all right, so let's start playing poker then. So we'll get a game of poker on tonight. There's going to be Bruties involved in all this, right? So Robbie goes back with Chris and he's got all the scran and all that. And we just all eat that scran and all that. So Steve eats the scran now. He's like, who's on pool next? I said, go on, I'll have it again, lad. Yeah, no, I'm all right at pool. Do you know what I mean? Only from like being in jail and association and all that. But, you know, Steve's boss, mate. He's good. He's not better than Robbie, but watch what Robbie does here. So I'm playing, right, I just got slammed by Steve and all that like that. So Robbie's like, you go to pool, are you? Like, yeah, and Robbie's like, I'm good at pool. And Robbie is good at pool, but I know he's got a plan because he's horrible like that. So I'm just watching it, so Robbie gets proper slammed, right? Robbie says to Steve, yeah, I just want to play for 5, son. So Steve's like, yeah. So Robbie gets slammed again, and I'm thinking, what's he up to there? So Robbie's like, yeah, double or quit. He's like, go on, side, listen to me now, right? Steve breaks, right? And Robbie just clears the table. Proper lad. He's like, lad, get on. He's like, lad, transfer me now. And Steve's head's gone. And I'm like, lad, he's sick of pool, you know. He's going, a little rat, lad. He's just proper happy there. And Robbie's just laughing like, lad, you had yourself. As we're all laughing and that, right, of what he's just done, right, a few people are playing darts and that, they're playing because it's the bullseye. I'm like, lad, you won in 1998 Nissan Micro and a microwave. Do you remember bullseye when we were kids? I didn't won. Next thing the phone goes, I'm like, no way, so what's happening, lad? And it's some kid, he wants tablets. He's like, lad, you got tablets? I said, yeah. Says, how many? He wants like 10,000. I said, yeah, I've got them round me now as well. He said, well, because we had them in the bank, didn't we? Off what fucking spackle noodles give us. So I'm like, yeah. He says, how much? I said, £1 each, lad. He's like, go on, side. So I says, do you want to come to Tommy? He's like, yeah. I said, no, you'll take these tablets. He's like, yeah, come on then. So Dex comes in, I'm like, Dex, what's that? Where have you been, lad? He said, lad, I've just been down there, just have a little looks around the factory, you know, like reminiscing on me dad and all that. I said, have you, lad? And he said, yeah, I found some bad shit there. I said, what? He's like, get on this. And he's like, he's got these books, right? And it was like his dad's registering, you know, for like what he'd been doing, not illegal, but, you know, his business, like his dad, not like daddy, but like his invoice and all that. And I was just like, lad, look at the doughies, mate, there. There was like, in invoices for like 1.2 mil. What's he been doing to these companies in America and all that? I'm like, lad, what has he been doing with that right now? You know, 1.2 mil is a lot of money for a legit business to just be getting passed. So I'm like, no way. So he's like, what are you doing? I said, we're going to town. He's like, can I come? I said, yeah. I said, we're going to have tablets off, lad. He said, all right, sad. So we get everything ready and all that. I'm like, listen, we're going to go for a bit, right? So just keep clocking, just do that back. He's like, lad, I'm going to bed. I'm like, lad, I wouldn't go to bed in here if I was just going, nah, lad. He's going, it's sweet. And I'm like, where's Troy? He's like, I don't know. He's been missing for ages. Not missing out the factory, but he's been doing something. So I just leave him to it. I don't know what he's doing. Where is Troy? Because he's been quiet for ages. Like, like just doing whatever. So I said, yeah, I said, let me go find Troy a minute. Goes downstairs, Troy's playing chess on himself. He's got a table, like this little table with a chair, this deck chair. He's just sitting there, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm playing chess. And he said, who, where? He's like, with me. Well, he's going getting beat. Yeah, fuck off, Troy. He's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to town. He's like, all right. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm just playing chess. And I'm just thinking, that kid's like on proper, like, remember, I've seen the film Split. It's just like him. Just like playing chess on himself. And he getting beat. Holy Troy, mate, holy Troy. So me, Degs and Lev gets off and all of these tablets. And we jump in the car. And as we find the town, I remembered Thomas's birds in Aussie. So I'm like, no way. I said, let's go and get her a card. And that's so we go to this like flower shop, right? And we get this big bouquet of flowers and all that right now. We're not going to be allowed in. I don't really know Lindsay, but I'm not really going there to see Lindsay. I'm going to just pay respects, you know what I mean? Because Thomas is a good lad, you know what I mean? So if I'm flying down there anyway, I'm not really going on my way. Sounds a bit like ratty, but I'm not going on my way. Would I go on my way? Yeah, you know what, I would. Just you know, bunch of flowers and that. I know it's not going to do nothing considering what's gone on, but it's just nice to know that, you know, yeah, lad, there's some flowers and that for your bed, and you know what I mean? It's just a little bit of respect, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because he'd probably do that for me. In fact, he would do that for me, do you know what I mean? So, you know, we'll fly down there and all that, so gets these flowers, gets a card and all that, right, little card, I'll get well soon and all that, and that's it. So Lev's like, I'll write my name on it. I'm like, lads, you're going to buy a card, you meth. You go, nah, we can't just start bombarding them with cards, lads. And I'm like, all right. So I said, yeah, I'll write your name on it, lad. And he's like, what about me? I'm like, lads, I don't even know them. He's like, yeah, I don't know, but like, you know, lads, you can't just leave me out. And I'm just like, fucking hell, there was we're getting one card between 3 people. I was like, meths. I said, go and get them flowers yourself then. He's like, what? I said, go back to the shop now. So he goes back to the shop. So Levy gets a bunch of flowers, and Dad gets a bunch of flowers and cards and all that. So, you know, I was just bending on my graft. It looks methy, Dad, doesn't it? It's like getting a birthday card, and you've got about 10 names on you, like, you little meths. One bunch of flowers between 3. So we've got loads of flowers and that now, and I'm just not like, but get on this, proper rejected as well. So pulls up in the car park and that, so we all get out, and now we're not going in to see Lindsay, but I phoned Thomas and I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm in the Aussie. He said, I'm going to pop down a minute. And he's like, all right, lad, no problem, thanks, lad. Like, proper meal. I think it's nice, like, obviously he's got his own firm and all that, but it's nice just to know that people care sometimes, so we can, you know what I mean? So when we get there, I phone him, like, lad, comes downstairs and meet us, we comes downstairs. So I'm like, what's happening? He's like, oh, no way. He's like, what's happening, Lev? Lev's like, what's happening, mate? All right. And Degs just started there, and someone goes, who's that? I said, that's Degs, lad. He's like, who the fuck's Degs? I said, he's my mate from Manny. He's like, all right, Degs, you know, proper sound that. I'm like, lad, you look proper tired there, you know. He had like all bags around his eyes and all that. I'm like, fucking, I said, lad, you look like you've lost weight there. And he's like, oh, lad, I don't know, my head's gone. So he's just like talking to me. And Lev and Degs are like trailing behind a little bit, right? So I said, well, where are we going there? He went, she's on a wall up here. I said, yeah. He said, lad, so as we walked in, the nurse goes to me, you can't bring flowers in the Aussie, you know. I went, what? She went, you can't bring flowers in the Aussie. I said, what do you mean you can't bring flowers in it? It's an hospital. She's like, I know, but you can't. I'm like, what do you mean you can't bring flowers in an hospital? So what are you supposed to do? And Tom was like, oh, lad, I don't even know. Like, I've never even heard that before. I'm like, lad, I've never heard that you can't bring flowers in an Aussie. I've just never heard of it, lad, you know what I mean? And he's like, and I said, lad, when I was a kid, I remember my nan was dying of a fucking lung cancer, and everyone was in the room with her, smoking round her. I said, how's it changed that much? Now, I've been in the Aussie for years, mate. I don't bother with Aussies for general health and all like that. Obviously, do you know what I mean? If I had an accident, then that's about it. But I don't really bother with it. I just try and stay away from all that shit, because my nan said to me when I was a kid, right, you know what, lad, if you ever go to the hospital or the doctors for general health, you'll never get out. So I was just like, yeah, so just stay away. And she was right, you know what I mean? She was right. So I'm just like, so I was supposed to do this? She's like, So I'm like, Thomas, he's going, lad, listen, it's the thought that counts, lad. So this bird was coming out, and she was with a baby. I don't think she was in there because they weren't a kid, they weren't older, eh? So I think she was just a ma with a kid. So I said to I said, do you want to take them? She's like, what? I said, I'll take them flowers. So we've given her a bunch, and then we give two of the random people a bunch of flowers, and we else they were getting off. It's fucking out, he told me in the bin, just paid like a $1 for them. It's like 3 tons worth of flowers. I know it's none, but 3 tons worth of flowers, and then putting them in the bin. So we end up with these cards, like the proper snide, goes up and all that, and as we goes up onto the walls, where Lindsay is, the dar's there, the old band's are, so he comes out and he's like, no way, what's happening, Scouse? I'm like, what's happening, mate, you alright? Sorry to hear about that. And he's like, I know, lad, I know. He's like, how's your thing going? Said, proper sound and all that. Next thing, this kid just puts his arm on my shoulders, turns around, it's Thomas' brother. I'm like, no way. I said, what's happening, lad? And Lev's like, what's happening, lad? He's like, fucking hell, lads, I haven't seen you for ages. And I'm like, how's Tosh? I said, lad, he's sad and all. He's like, what are you up to? So it's not, lad, this, that. So what I mean? So as we walks over, there's these 3 big goons there right now. These big goons, they work for Thomas, but I didn't know they worked for Thomas. I called the Bruiser threesome because 2 of them are brothers and one's the cousin. So I'm like, no way. I said, what are you doing? They're standing there looking proper bang on. And they're just like, oh, what's happening, lad? I'm like, what are you doing with these? He's like, we work on the bar and a day club and all. I'm like, yeah, fucking hell, lad, where have I been? Been off the sea for ages. I'm like, how's it going? How are your kids now? Just talking to the 3 bruisers. And then we end just cut a long story short, we end up getting off, and as we going out, this busy walks over to me, this proper bastard busy, you know, and he's with his mate, right, pair of absolute knobheads, and he goes to me, what are you doing here, lads? And I'm like, you talking to me? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hello, Levington. And Levy's just looking at me and I'm looking at him. And he's going, who's the new face? And Deggy's just like, well, I'm like, shut up, lads. Did you want to tell him his name? Shut up, lads. And he's like, what? I'm like, lad, the busies. He's going, oh, Hardy. I'm like, Hardy. Look, lads, they couldn't be any more bang on. So the busies going, oh, what's wrong with you and the law, lad? He's like, what are you doing in here anyway, lad? Who have you come to see? I said, my auntie and that. He said, yeah. He said, have you come to see Thomas? I said, who's Thomas? He's like, and he just looks at me with this like weird look in his eye. I'm thinking, oh, fuck that, mate, only related to them. So I'm like, anyway, see you later, lads. He's looking, fucking turning out, you pair of divvies. And he's like, fuck off, Scouse, lads. I'm saying, shut up, you pair of divvies. So he gets in the car and gets off and all that. Now remember, we've still got 10,000 Garys in the boot. So them busies would have been like, hey, what are you? He would have been fucked. So fuck that, mate, we're going. So we get on, we go see this kid with tablets and all that, talking to him for a bit, like, what's happening, lad? And the kid's bars there, the lad's bars there. He's like, what's happening? I'm like, what's happening? You know, you know them and that, you know what I mean? We've known them for a while, so it's only polite, isn't it? So he's like, do you want a brew? I'm like, nah, you know, we've got to go. And she's like, have a brew, lads, have a brew. Ah. So then me, Degs and Levin, just sitting this kid's with his bar, having a brew, and all his bar's proper sound, and that's all it is. He's old school, mate, like proper sound bar and all that. And he's like, nah. She's going, what have you come here for? And I'm, that's what I'm supposed to say. I said, no, just to see him for a bit. She's like, oh yeah, she's like, I've been around for ages. I'm like, I know. Those are like pleasantries and all that. So he's looking at me, mate's looking at me, he's like, shh, like, lad, I'm on it, I'm stupid. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, gets off from there and all that, right, see you later. And next thing the phone goes and Spacco, someone in the car, I've got a loudspeaker, and there's me, Degs and Levin in the car, and Spacco goes to me, lad, I'm like, what are you about? I need you to come to Manny. I said, what do you need to come to Manny? He's like, lad, he says, I've only got this plate here, and I can't really come to, I'm like, what you want, lad? I said, what are you on about? He's like, lad, I need you to come to Manny, and I need to bring that 10 grand you said. And I'm like, what are you on about? I forgot about him, and lad, the 10 grand you said for the info. And I'm like, why, what do you know, lad? He's like, oh, lad, can I just talk to the person? I'm like, listen, lad, I said, no, if you drag me to Manny now. I said, I'm with Levin. I said, no, if you drag me to Manny now. I said, lad, and it's not, and he goes to me, listen, lad, he's like, Jenko's on his way down here now. I'm like, Jenko? And I thought, this is serious, you know what I mean? And, you know, we've only been in the odds with Thomas and all that. So I'm like, come on, son. I said, yeah, give me about 2 hours, then 3 hours. He's like, all right, son. So he flies back to the factory and all that. And we've got to off the tablets anyway, do you know what I mean? So may as well just use that. That is the reward. I did say there's a reward if it leads to information, do you know what I mean? Now, Jenko going to Manny, it means he knows something, doesn't it? He must know something. Or the plot to get the 10 grand. You know? You don't know it's Spacco and Noodles and that, you know. And there's Spacco Noodles, and you know, Jenko and all going to be like in this hotel room conspiring to get this 10 grand, but I swear to God, you know, if they lie and someone gets it who doesn't deserve it, I'll give it to all them proper. So it needs to be told. So he goes back and says, like, lad, you wait. He's like, what? So I says, he's always like, what? He's like, come with me. He's like, what? I said, come with me. We need to go to Manny. He's like, all right, sir. So Marky's like, yeah, I'm coming. I said, come on. Next day, he's like, why can't I come? I'm like, because we need you here, lad. Do you know what I mean? You can't start bouncing around fives up and all that. He's like, all right, sir. So there's me, Levy, Marky, and Ezo. So we've all jumped in the car, and now we had to do stuff in the factory for a little minute. So we've been in the factory for about an hour and all that, you know what I mean? So end up getting in the car and flies to Manny to go to this Malmaison to go and speak to these, you know. What do these know? What do these know? So we've got the 10 grand, you can have the 10 grand, you know what I mean? You know, I'm happy because, you know, them flowers just got legs. So, you know, there's 10 grand towards the course, you know what I mean? I'm not really asked about it because we got the tablets put on anyway. So what? It's nothing to me, do you know what I mean? So we get to this Malmaison in Manny, right, and we goes in, all that goes up to the room, and you can see the state of the room. It looked like a fucking bomb got off. I was like, lad, you little mess. Like last time we went, it was proper pristine, you know what I mean? So Spacho, Noodles, Eddie, and Jenko were in there. So I said, right, talk to me. And Jenko's like sort of half para. I said, listen, lad, I said, what's going on with you? I said, what's happening now? I don't really know Jenko, I don't even know, I just know his name, do you know what I mean? And he's only a young kid, and he seems like a nice lad and all that. And he said, will this come back on me? I said, no. I said, nothing will come back on you. I said, but you know if you lie to me, lad, I said, I'll fucking do you myself. And he's like, lad, I wouldn't dream it. And Noodles saying, I said, Noodles, shut up, I'm not talking to you. I said, I'm not talking to you, am I? I said, was I talking to you? He's like, no, so shut up then. I was like, fuck off. So I'm talking to this kid, right, and the kid saying to me, well, I don't know whether it's like this lad, but, you know, on my Facebook, I've got this woman, and the woman's like a family sort of friend, and her son got killed, and it was the same night. And he says, was it? Yeah. I said, show me. So he's gone on his Facebook and showed me all that. And I'm like, what? I said, no way. I said, what's his son's name? Because he didn't say his son's name. He told me. And I thought, you know what? I've heard of that name, you know. And you know what? I'm going to him, okay, so what have you got for me? What's like solid? He went, well, I know who he goes with. I know who his best mate is. And if he was there and that was him who got killed, then it'll be his mate. And I'm like, yeah. He said, lad, they both just take the proper, I'm on the fucking mingies. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Now, the kid who's been killed, I've put a name to him, do you know what I mean? I've got a name to him, but yeah, you can't start just like, you can't start doing all that, do you know what I mean? So I said, listen, you're going to have to come with me. He's like, what? I said, all you're going to have to come with me. They're like, what? I said, listen, you're going to fucking come with me. They're like, what? I said, follow us, because we had no room in the car. I said, you go first and we'll block for you, right? Because their car was a plater. They're like, all right, sound. So I rings Thomas. I said, I need to speak to you. He said, what about? I said, just something that, you know, might be something, it might be nothing. And he's like, oh yeah? I said, yeah. I said, what do you want to do? He said, I said, I'm not going back to Rosie, lad. I said, because them busy. And he went, lad, they're bastard. I said, lad, he called me before, asking me to know you and all that. He's like, lad, he said, you should see what he said to me tonight. He said, yeah. He said, lad, he said, you've been in the mansion, haven't you? He went, yeah. He went, how long will you be? I said, well, I'm just setting off from Manny now. He's like, Manny? I said, yeah, lad. I said, listen to me, lad. You know, it's something, lad. I said, I'm bringing the kids, lad. He's like, who? I said, just the lad who told me something, lad. I said, you know, I'm not relaying information to you, lad. Speak to them yourself. He's like, all right, I will do. He said, we'll go on. We're going to go back now. He said, because Lindsay's out anyway. She's Kip and all that. And, you know, we're going to go back. I'm going to get changed and all that. He said, do you want to come to the mansion? I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to be with these, though. He's like, all right, sound, mate, sound. So he flies up to this mansion, right? And there's me, Marky, Levo and Ezo in one car. And then there's Spacho, Noodles, Eddie, and Jenko in another car. So these are shot pattern, obviously. So he turns up to this mansion, right, and gets out. I'm like, yeah, so press the buzzer on the gate and all that. You should see the side, this gaff, it's ridiculous, you know. So as we goes in, all that, he drives in, I'm like, listen to me now. I said, you know, when we walk in here, I said, he's playing with heavy kids here, you know, mate. And Jenko's like, lad, I know him, he's my mate. I said, Tom's your mate. He said, oh, you used to work for him, didn't you? He's like, yeah. So how long did you work for him for? He's like, about a month. I said, Daddy. I said, I thought you used to work for him. He said, well, I did for about a month. I'm like, lad, I said, how long haven't you seen him for? He's like, years, lad. I said, lad, I said, what about 10 years ago? He's like, yeah. I said, lad, don't speak to him like he's your mate. He's a different person than when you knew him, lad. I said, so, you know, I said, he's going to probably be like, why are you here? Do you know what I mean? And I didn't forget about it, but I forgot about it. I was like, fucking hell. I thought, you know what, now, I'm not saying nothing to him because I'm not going to start saying to Tom, so just let them deal with themselves, do you know what I mean? I said, don't stutter, tell the truth. I said, don't blag nothing. I said, because if you lie and something bad happens, it's going to be on you, right? Because I'm not telling these, you are telling these. So they're all proper pad and all that, right? So he goes in. So Thomas opens the door. I'm like, what's happening, mate? And he walks in right now. The three brews are there, the Dar's there, Thomas's brother in, Thomas is there, right? So he walks in and he goes, there's like a little bar thing. So we're all just sitting there having a little brandy and all that, right? Talking. So Thomas says to Jenko, where do I know you from? He's my mate. And he's like, I used to work with you. He's going, that's right, innit? You're such and such, aren't you? He's like, yeah. And he's going, why are you here, lads? Why are you here? And you just see Jenko just go, brrr. But he wasn't being like that, you know what I mean? And Thomas was like, you know, he's stressed and that, so he's talking to Jenko and that. And he's like, yeah, so Jenko shows him on his phone and all that, this, that. So Thomas goes to me, lads, what do you reckon? I said, I don't know, you know, lads. I said, it's a bit of a coincidence, you know what I mean? I said, I knew his name in there, lads. Do you think they're on one, you know what I mean? Which I knew anyway, but they're only Muppet. He's going, I know, he's going, it's got to be something to do with that. And I said, maybe, lad, maybe. So Jenko goes to me, lads, can I get the dough now? And I went, oh. He said, lad, the dough, he said, the dough you said. So I said, yeah. I said, what's the fuck, you know, he's saying that in here. So Thomas goes to me, what do you mean? I said, I told him I give him a little reward, finds out. He goes, what? I said, lad, I told him give him 10 grand. Thomas like, lad, fuck off. He's going, I'll give him the 10 grand. I'm like, lad, don't worry about it. He's going, nah, lad. He said, nah, fuck that, lad. I said, lad. And then the dad's like, what? So I'm like, listen, just let's not make a point of it, right? I'm going to ask about the 10 grand. I've got it for nothing anyway. So he's going, lad, you know what, lad, nice one. I said, lad, do what you will with that information, right? I said, obviously, you know yourself, I'm not telling you what to do, but don't go all in. I said, just, you know, find out what's going on. He's like, I will. I said, I'll see what I can do as well. So he's like, Sam, nice one. And Levy's like, lad, do you want me to do him? I'm like, Levy, shut up, lad. Going, what? I'm like, what's got nothing to do with you, lad? I said, mind your own business. So his dad's going to me, yeah, that's right. That he's going, and Lev's just like Lev knows his place, you know what I mean? He was start messing around with the dad. Not so much Thomas, like, you know what I mean? Thomas just like, he's, you know what I mean? It is what it is for him. But, you know, the dad and that, mate, he's a proper heavy, do you know what I mean? So, see what happens there. And then Thomas' brother, he's like, lad, what's that? He's going, nice one for that. So they're like pulling me to the side, you know what I mean? Just like, nice one. I'm like, go on, lad, no problem at all. It's not no problem at all. It's not no problem at all. You just fucking killed your kid, lad. I'm not saying that to him, obviously, but in my head, I'm like, you just killed your kid, lad, and paralysed your birds or something. Yeah, it's fucking hell, lads. If we can be a help, we'll be a help, do you know what I mean? Now, they do it for me. That's just how it goes in Liverpool, do you know what I mean? And it is what it is, and you know, if you're big in the game and other people are big in the game, then you're going to know them. It's going to be weird if you don't know them. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, see what happens there, innit? But I'm telling you now, there's going to be blood on the streets soon, mate. If that turns out how that is, right, they'll just nap them and they'll do them that. So that's us out of it now, do you know what I mean? You know, we've done our part, and, you know, I've given 10 grand to the cause and that. We've tried to give it back. I don't want it back, but, you know, let's just see what happens. But I'm telling you now, mate, I'm telling you now, you do not want to be a part of their investigation. Let me tell you that right now. So now these have got to get home, do you know what I mean? He's got to get home. So we ended up dropping Jenko off because he only lives by ours, do you know what I mean? So we dropped Jenko off on that, and these are going back to Manny, but I can't really, I'm not driving a block and all them back to Manny and driving back. So I said, yeah, come here. So he said, what? So I go to this boozer, there's a boozer on the dock road. I said to him, yeah, I'll go and have a pint in there and I'll get something sorted. I said, he's always said, what? I said, drive this fucking plate up behind us, lad, in front of us, we'll block here, get it back to where we're going. He said, yeah. He said, then what? I said, we'll sort it. So we get back to the factory, as we left them in the boozer there, just having a little bevy and all that, you know what I mean? So I said, like, lad, get your car. He went, what? I said, your car's insured for anyone to drive in it. He's like, yeah, as long as they're over fucking 18. I'm like, yeah, sounds. I said, anyone? He went, yeah. So if we give Spacco this car, Spacco's got a license, he's legit in it, do you know what I mean? So he's like, lad, what do you mean? I said, have you got anything in the car? He's like, no. I said, here's your car. He's like, I said, lad, you can use my car. He's like, go ahead, sound. So I've got a feeling that he's just going to be going everywhere tomorrow in my car, do you know what I mean? Because he loves my car. So I says, all right. He's, oh yeah, follow me in Dex's car. He said, go on, sound. So I flies down to the boozer and we gives them Dex's car, and then they're like, sound. So they're like, yeah, sound. I said, you're legit in that, lad. I said, go and take them on me. He said, lad, you fucking bend it, you mend it for your mate's car. They're like, lad, it's a beast. I said, I know it's a fucking beast. I said, you know if you bend it, lad? I said, you mend it. I said, I'll swear, lads, you'll be in death for life. Now, it's only an RS6, but not only an RS6, it's a beast, you know what I mean? But, you know, in their hands, mate, it's a fucking missile, isn't it? They're buzzing, they're just in an RS6 now, just flying. So we leaves them to it, they gets off and all that, so we goes back to the factory, he's like, lad, who's got my car? I said, Spacco. He's going, what? I said, Spacco Noodles. He's going, lad, he's going, lad, Noodles a car, Robert. I'm like, I know, but he doesn't have to run. He's going, lad, but he'll try. I'm like, oh, lad, if they break it, I'll fucking buy you a new one. He's like, all right, sound guaranteed. I'm like, lad, guaranteed. And that goes back upstairs, right, and everyone's like, lad, he's a rat. I'm like, what? Robbie's been proper pool shark and everyone ever since. He's over $5 grand. I said, where's Troy? I said, he better not still be playing chess on his own. So I'm going downstairs, I'm like, lad, what are you doing? He's like, playing drafts. I said, on your own? He's like, yeah. I said, he won in chess. He went, lad, I got B5-0. He said, but I've done him 2-0 drafts. This kid, and you know what, he hasn't even had a stripe or a bevy on. It's just what he's like. So I'm like, right, listen, let's shut the gaff down now, let's lock it down for now, right? And let's just have a party with like Stan. So I was like, what happened there? So I just told him little bits and bobs, you know what I mean? Not everything, because it's not own business, mate, and fucking dodgy subject, isn't it? So I've just told him little bits and bobs, and I know then just on a need-to-know basis for individual people and all that. So I'm like, right, let's all have a bevy and that. So we all goes upstairs, right? Now we've got cameras everywhere over the gaff and all the screens in where we're all staying, right? There's just fucking bunk beds and everything there, right? So I said, you know what? It's like when you're a kid and you used to go away with the school or something like that, and you just all in like billets. It was just like, you know what? It was proper funny, you know. And Robbie's got his own bunk bed because no one wants to go under him. Yeah, listen to me. You know what Robbie Huntley either? Yeah, fuck that. So he's just got his own bed, right? And he's like, everyone's just like, no, you was the last one in. He's like, I weren't the last one in. Shut the fuck off. Everyone just ran through fucking all the stuff on what bed he wanted. You know, Robbie is on his own. Like a pink vest on. He's coming with me. No one, lad. So I'm sitting in the factory, right? And, you know, everyone's just vibing, everyone's just having a proper laugh and all that. Now, I've gone downstairs, but I've been missing for a little minute, right? Now, we've got these baby monitors, so I can hear the main room. Now, the main room, I call it the main room, but that's the one where the pool table is and the bar is and all that, right? So I've left eggs and I've left three up there. Get on this. So I'm listening, right? But what the problem is, right? Steve from the Wigan division, he said to me, listen, lads, we've got 1,000 tablets there. I said 1,000. I said, no, I'll do 1,000. He's like, okay. So he's on the phone, he's going to this lad, listen, we've got 3,000, that's it, yeah, blah. So lad's like, how much? I'm like, yeah, lads, £1 each, I'm for £1 each. So we still got these tablets of spaco and that, you see, you know what I mean? So he's like, all right, I'll take 3,000 and that, yeah. Cash, yeah, obviously. So Steve says to me, lad, do you want to come with me? I'm like, do I have to? He's like, well, you don't have to, lad, but it'd be better if you did, because my car's this, bang on, it's TRs or whatever, or firearm related, whatever. So I'm like, all right, sound. So I'm like, all right, I'll go in a minute, but as I'm like getting ready to bail and all that, because we're gonna go down to Wigan and all that, right? Now, Steve says to me, this lad, he's like, he's only a mushroom, but he hasn't seen him for ages. So I'm like, all right, sound, I'll come with you. Now, Levy's like, lad, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, what do you mean, lad? Now, I can't really be asked with Levy because Levy's off his barnet, and when Levy's off his barnet, right, he's just he's like a walking time bomb. So even Steve's looking at me and say, is he coming? I'm like, Levy, lad, let's go. Steve, Levy, let's go. Yeah, so I'm just listening on these monitors, right? I can hear that. I can hear Deggy's upstairs with three. Get on this.
Fucking always scared me then, mate. Where is everyone, bro? Fucking playing hide and seek.
Not a clue. It's just me and you, Davey.
Right. So what are we just say? On guard, or has he left instructions or something what we're doing, bro?
I know as much as you, Davey, lad. Fancy a game of pool, Davey, lad?
Nah, pool's not really my thing, bro. I'm just going to nip into the other room and fucking phone her. She's getting on my case, isn't she, about fucking being away from home and that. Thanks for the offer, though, lad.
Get him wrapped up anyway.
Go on then, try. It'll be a quick game, and I've definitely got to phone her, mate. Definitely got to phone her.
So what's happened is, right, I'm listening to this, right, I can hear, like, Dex doesn't want to play pool, but Troy does. So they just are, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? So he's like dominating, like racked him up like that. And all I can hear is 2 shots for me. And Troy's just proper like, not bullying him, but he's terrorised him. But what you need to realise is, right, you can be as hard as nails, you can be a fucking banger, you can be one-on-one the hardest person in the world, right, and then you can come across someone like Levy. And you see Levy, right, it doesn't matter how hard you are, right, he will fucking shit you off and put about 5 in you, no matter what, with no holes barred. So that's the difference between being hard and being gained, you see what I'm saying? Now, in Liverpool's underworld, right, you've got people like Levy, and there's loads of people like him, most people like him, right, so the game, they're up for it, they'll do anything they want right now. That's the difference, because you can have people who, you know, they deserve respect by being in the gym and going to the gym at 5 in the morning and this, that. But it doesn't matter how hard you are. You can't stop a 9mm or you can't stop a 410 shotty. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you've got lads like Levy, who've got 9mm and you've got 410 shotties and he'll put one through you, it's a fucking different world. Believe you me, it doesn't matter who you think you are, how hard you think you are, who you think you've got, who you think you haven't got. You've got someone like Levy, right, or you're like Levy yourself, then it's fucking game on, right? And see them, they're the people you need to worry about, right? Because these people do not give a fuck about none, right? And all that needs to be done is showed where, who, and when. And that's it, yeah, and that's it, and that's a different game. So let's get back into what I'm on about. But listen to me now, right? If you know, you fucking know, and believe you me, I know, right? It doesn't matter who you are, how big you are, how long you've trained for, how hard you are, and like you have to know, listen, all that, right? You start coming around Liverpool City's underwear like that, you will fucking get it, and you will fucking go night that fast. It's a shame, mate. So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to just talk you through it. Now, see these lads who are all like proper, like, the gym equipped and they're all proper cage, right? Listen, these are games, most of these are games as well, so let's not make no mistake about it. I'm not saying that. It's not like, oh, if you go to the gym, you're not game. Listen, these are games as well, these are gangsters, these are proper heavy kids and that, but, you know, it just like, it like sort of half like evens it up a bit if you've never been in the gym or you have been in the gym and you gain. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen to this fucking story now. This is proper mad. This, you know, now I don't even want to do it because I'm proper sound and all that. As you know, I'm just minding my own business, just getting on. Now, this lad, right, my mate Theo, he's like, listen, lad, I got these salads for me mate. I'm like, yeah, go on, son. Now, he hasn't seen him for a while, so Levy's like, lad, I'm coming with you. So, Theo doesn't really want to come with me, and I don't even want to come with me, but it is just is what it is, because once Levy says, lad, I'm coming with you, lad, he's coming with you. Do you know what I mean? Now, listen, I love Levy. Listen, I love Levy more than anyone in the world loves Levy, except probably his ma. I love Levy because I see Levy different to how people see Levy right now. Levy, if you don't know him, he's horrible. He's a piece of shit. He's that. But when me and Levy are on our own, right, and we're on the kitchen table, we're having a stripe and we're having a brandy and they that, he's different than he is with everyone else. He's my Levy. I fucking love Levy, right? And no one understands why I associate with Levy. And I get it, I fucking get it. But here's why I associate with him. Because he's sick. He's the sickest kid you've ever known in your life. Listen to me. You might see films, you might see programs. Listen, Levy is who these are based on. And what's fucked up about it is he doesn't even understand it. He doesn't even get it. If you say to Levy, lad, you're a sick kid, he'll be like, what are you on about, lad? Nah, I'm just normal. And that's what's crazy about it, because crazy people don't know the crazy. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So, all my mates who I've been with all my life, and then Levy, like Levy's my mate who met me in jail, like I told you before, in like the first gangland and all that. He's my mate, but no one gets it. No one gets it right now. I love him. I listen to me. I will fucking die for this lad, right? I'll die for him because I know he'll die for me. And you can't buy that. You can't buy that. So no matter who starts on you, who thinks this, who thinks that, yeah. Listen to me. If you've got someone like Levy side by side with you, right? It's going to be hard. It's going to be fucking hard to win the war. You might win the battle if you get him on your own, or you might win the battle if you get him on his own, but you know, to win the war, it's going to be fucking hard for you, mate. I will tell you that right now, right? Now, Steel, right, is the Wigan division, and he's got Towson, and he just fucking knows that Levy's not in the right frame of mind, and I know Levy's not in the right frame of mind, but we're going anyway. So he turns up to this gaff right in the middle of Wigan, and this is a belter gaff. Listen, this kid smashed it and all that, so he goes in and all that, he goes in there, and he's got a bar, he's like a little bar, like he's, you know, like a makeshift bar, he's made himself and all that. So Levy walks in, and Levy's just being a prick. He's like, what's that with Levy, little bar, that gives a little double this. I'm just thinking, oh, what are you on about? So the kid's like sitting there, he's got like a fucking white vest on. And There's nothing wrong with that, but lads, you've been in the gym, you've got fucking juiced up and you've got a white vest on, you're standing there like fucking black Crocs and white socks, and Levy's looking at me and saying, what's he on about, right? Now, Steo's his mate, but he's not his mate, you know what I mean? Now, here's what goes proper fucked up, you know, listen how fucked up this goes. So, me and Levy are standing there with Steo, and the lad, he mustn't not know, well obviously he didn't know who me and Levy are. I'm not saying with anyone, but he mustn't have known who like our names was. So he starts going about the stag do on Gangland. Then we go back to the stag do on Gangland, right? One of Steo's mates, he stabbed fucking Toshi up, right? So this kid, as soon as he walks in, he goes, what's that, lad, what's that, lad? And Steel's like, what's that, lad? He goes, oh, lad, I've seen you for years, blah, 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 and all that, you know what I mean? So Steel's talking to him that. Now me and Levy, we're just sitting there, and we're just like, we're just being proper sounds and that, you know what I mean? We've got a big bag of tablets, and we want the throw, there's your tablets, there's the throw, see you later. So this kid starts saying to Steel, whatever happened with them bellends from Liverpool, lads? And Steel just looks right, and you can just tell Steel's looked at. He's talking about us. But he doesn't know who we are. He doesn't know our faces. He just knows our names, you know what I mean? So he's like, what do you mean, lads? So he goes, whatever happened with that kid fucking Levy and that? No, what happened there? You stabbed him, wasn't you? You done them all in that. So Levy looks at me, right? And I'm looking at Levy. And I'm just thinking, this is fucked up, this, you know? So we start saying, so where's he from? Blah, 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 this, that. Yeah, well, you know, if I was there, I would have done this, and Steele's just looking at me, and she was going, what are you on about, lads? Well, she's going, no, like that Scouse and Levy, and all, they think they're all on money, they think they're all this, and you know, I've heard about this, I've heard that, no, just like proper, just talking proper shit. So Levy's looking at me, and he puts his arms out to me and says, lads, what's happening here? So I'm thinking, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to proper smack this kid up, right? Because if I don't smack this kid up, he's gonna do him. And now, I'm not being weird, I'm not being funny, I'm not being like all this, that. I'm not thinking I'm no one like that. But listen to me, in this situation now, it's well better if I punch your head in if Levy stabs you up. Just see what I'm saying? So now the reality is this kid is talking proper shit, and he's saying and Scouser and Levy, and you know, Steele's looking at us as to say, he does not know who you are. Now I'm not saying with anyone, but listen to me, you know, you start shouting your mouth off and just like proper small talk. And you've got the people in your house, in your gaff who you're talking about, sitting there looking at you, and you don't even know them. Listen, you are fucking messing you know, because Levy, listen, you don't know what's going on right now. We took tablets of this kid, there's tablets everywhere, all over the bar, and they're all over this kid. He's like, yeah, they are proper sound, and they look sound and all that. And we're like, where's the toll, lads? He's like, how much you want? And we're like, yeah, £1 each and all that, yeah. He's like, how much? Like 3 grand. Now, listen, 3 grand is absolute child's play. Why the fuck we're even there for 3 grand isn't the level, but Levy's looking at me, and I already know what's going on, right? I know what's going on. So what I've had to do is I've had to make a decision. Now this decision is mad, right? I've got this kid in black Crocs, white socks, and a vest with earrings in, talking about Levy like Levy's not there, with Levy standing next to him. To see what I'm saying. So he's going like, Levy, and in the stag do, I heard you've done the Scouse and you stabbed him up on this, that. If I was there, I would have done this, I would have done that. And Levy's just looking at me, right? Because Levy's just waiting for me to give him the go-ahead, right? If I give Levy the go-ahead, right, he would have fucking done him. Listen, he would have done him. And when I say done him, I mean proper done him. So what I'm thinking, listen, let's get the dough, let's get the grands off them. It's only 3 grand, but let's get them off from here, and let's get out the gaff, and then, you know, Steele can speak to him or whatever, but the kid's going on, I've heard the Scouser, and I've heard the Levy, and Levy's got this rep, and Levy's only a mushroom, and I'm just looking at Levy, and Levy's just looking at me, and I'm thinking, this is gonna go proper heavy. Now, you've got to think about it from Levy's point of view. Listen, Levy is a fucking animal. Listen, he's a fucking animal, right? And he's got some kid in Crocs and white socks and a vest and all the earrings. He's just like talking about him. So next thing I'm just sitting there, right, and I'm thinking it's only a matter of time. So I'm like 10, 9, 8, 7. Next thing Levy just grabs him by the neck, just fucking slaps him everywhere. He's like, hey, you saw that. And Theo, you know what, Theo, give him his due, he just starts laughing because he's like, lad, I've been expecting it. So he's laughing and I'm laughing, and Levy's like, who the fuck are you talking to, lad? Just grabs him, just chickens him, throws him on, he's down there, a fucking rat. So I am, lad, so I'm fucking him, you're talking about, see him, that Scouser, I'm fucking Levy. And the kid has just gone, boo. So I'm looking at Levy, I'm like, oh, I know, it was a good job Levy there, not on him, because if Levy had something on him, he'd have fucking put him night. I swear to God, right, to me, on the spot, in that moment in time, Levy would have put that kid night, right, and that is 100% facts, right. So the kid's just like, so the kid's gone white, right, and this kid's in a white vest with like fucking little study rings in and all, like a white silver chain and like white socks with Crocs, and Levy's going, who are you talking to, like, take your fucking blah, blah, blah. And I'm just looking at me mate, and Steele's looking at me, and we're looking, and he says, no, this is Steele's mate, but it's not his mate. He's just someone he knows. So Steele, give him his due, Steele is fucking laughing his head off, because Steele's already accepted it, like about half an hour ago, that this is what's happening. But I've like tried not to like fucking get it down that like pat, do you know what I mean? But I knew quite well, I fucking knew quite well that was the pat that was going down. So I can see Levy, right, and Levy's like getting all wound up, and he's looking at Steele, and Steele's like, what lad? And he's like, what do you mean, what lad? And I'm like, lad, jib that. So we're in this kid now, and this kid's got it's a decent gaff and that, you know what I mean? He's got a bar and all that, and Levy's looking at me like that, and no one knows, like sometimes, right, when your mate looks at you, and he's got this look in his eye, right, he's got this glint in his eye where, I know what he's on about here, right, but I don't know what he's on about, but he fucking better not be on about what I think he's on about now, right? And the kid's going on, next thing Levy just pulls a blade up, just goes bam, bam, and I'm like, lad, what the fuck? And he's going, lad, I'm sorry. I'm like, what do you mean you're fucking sorry? This kid's just been plugged twice, and Steele's looking at me, and I'm like, lad, and Levy, I'm like, oh my God, what are you on about, lad? Listen to me now, this kid has just been put two in him, yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God, lad, what the fuck? And we've got the zone, it's only $3 lad, what the fuck are you on about? He goes to me, lad, I'm sorry. And what do you fucking mean you're sorry? What do you fucking, this kid's bleeding out, what do you mean you're fucking sorry, lad? Oh my God, my head's gone, listen, I am fucking raging, right? It's gone over the top, it's gone too far, it's gone too quick. And the lad's mistake was small talk, listen, don't speak about people like that, lad, yeah? We're sitting in your fucking gaff, you don't know we're in your gaff, and you're talking to your mate like we're fucking muppets. Lad, you've got Levy in your gaff, Levy's fucking packing. I didn't even know Levy was packing, I didn't even search him, I didn't know he was packing. He just puts you in and bum, little stab up, bum, yeah. Lad, pokey, what's happening? And I'm like, lad, what the fuck? He's going, lad, I'm sorry. Lad, what do you mean? You fucking oh my God, lad, what are you on? And Steele's our mate, but he's like half gone green as well. Do you know what I mean? Lad, and we're just like, lad, what are you on about, lad? But then what makes it proper weird, right, is Steele's like us more than him. And Steele's like, lad, he's got a safe, and no, he's got a safe, and Levy's like, what do you mean he's got a safe? And I'm like, what the fuck? Next thing, right, so Steele's grabbed the kid, he's like, where's your fucking safe? Now listen, this kid's going from buying tablets to just getting robbed. And I'm just like, he's a fucking mess in his book. You know, it is what it is. Listen to me, if he's got fucking dough, and Steele's going, lad, he's got proper safes, and now he has, right? He's got 2 safes, I've been told about 2 safes. This kid is just fucking moving, right? So now he's got Steele's just turned on him. Listen, Steele's turned on him, right? Like that fast, it's a shame where if you've got 2 safes, you fucking better get these 2 safes on, right? So Levy's got him, Steele's got him, the kid's just like, boo, boo. And I'm like, you know what, for once, right? I'm like the middleman, just like, what the fuck is that here? So he's got him, so then next to this kid's like, it's over there. So Steele's just got him, I'm looking at Steele, I'm like, lad, what are you doing? He goes, we fucking lad, we're all in. And Levy's like, it's right, lad, it's right. I'm just like, you're fucking mad, you know. Like, I know this kid, this kid, he hasn't got really no back up on it like that, but this wasn't what we were doing. But the trail of events has led us to what we are doing, you know what I mean? So, I've took a step back now. Levy's fucked, you know what he's like, right? But Steo, I know Steo's fucked, but he's fucked. He's like, listen, I tell me this, that. And I think like him and Levy, I like sort of like you're playing fucking tit for tat, you know what I mean? Like we're the both like, no, I'm on one, no, you're on one, no, I'm on. And I'm just watching thinking, you are fucking messing you. So next thing this kid's just gone, boom! This kid's gone from being like dominant in his own gaff to being like, listen to me, proper submissive, listen, I'll give you everything I've got right. And Steo, I've seen a different side of Steo. Now, I know Steo's a sick cunt, right, because that's how I know him, but the way he's just like come in on this one right now, you've got to remember, Steo's mate in the bar in the stag do stabbed Tosh up, so like that was like sort of half what caused all the murder in the stag do. And this kid's like, remember in the stag do, the kids weren't even there, and Steo, like it took Steo quite a while, not like quite a while, but we had to sort it, because, you know, Levy and Steo, they had major beef, and then Steo said to me, listen, lad, it's not to do with me, and I'm like, yeah, no, so I had to sort it. So this went on for weeks, you know, listen, don't fucking make no mistake about it. To get Steo and Levy sound, it went on for weeks, and I've had to I've had to throw all my cards, and like, listen, lad, Steo's me mate, and Levy's me mate, and this is that, and Steo was like, listen, lad, Levy's been bouncing around the estate, he's been doing this, he's robbed him, and so, for them to get to the level where they are now, they're now side by side. And this kid has just fucking missed a label. I'm looking, but don't get me wrong, I'm impressed, I'm happy about it, I feel like it's a good thing, I feel like I'm moving up in the game, but mate, just the way it happened, it was fucking madness, because I was a bit wary about the pair of them, like, going on something together, like, on a graph together. Now, they're both up for it with me, but together, as I think he was, but, oh, mate, it was heavy, you know. So I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe what's down there, but I can't believe it now. The kid who we've got there, right, listen, he's being fucking robbed, he's being dragged out of a safe and that, and Steo's his mate, but he's not his mate, you know what I mean? And I'm just looking at him like, but Steo's looking at me, and and Levy's like, it's right, lad. And I'm like, I do not know what. I've took a step back, and I'm like, I do not believe this shit, you know, sometimes where you just can't believe what's just going on in front of your eyes, right? That's where I'm at, and I'm like, lads, what are you on about? And Steele goes to me, fuck it, lad, once you start all that. So there and then, from that point on, right, I know that the Wigan division is with us. I know they're a part of us. There's no way they're not. And you know, if anyone comes back on them, right, we will go all in. I'm not even messing, right, and Levy goes to me, lad, he's sick him, and then the kid just being there, they're fucking getting battered. Levy and Steele just fucking battered this kid. I haven't even done that. Listen to me. You might think like, oh, Scouse or I haven't done that. I'm just watching it thinking, these are fucking messing these, you know. Not just that, like, where you wasn't expecting it. So whatever's going on, the kids end up just like, let's just say he's out the equation now. He hasn't been putting that now, but he's out the equation. So Levy and Steo, and I'm like, lad, and Steo's going to be like 6 boxes of limo. And I'm like, he's going, watch my cut. Now, the fact he said, watch my cut, is respectful, isn't it? Because, okay, we wasn't a graft and it was his graft, but what's my cut? Do you understand what I'm saying by that? If you don't know what I'm saying by that, then you're not cut out for it. But if you do not understand what I'm saying by that, then you know what I'm saying, lad. Here's your cut, lad, 50-50, and me and Lev are getting 25-25 each. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's like, go on, sign. Now, he's getting 50%, and me and Lev are getting 25% each. It was his graft. He done it. It was his mate. It was his fucking... You know what? I'm happy with that. What's going to come back in it? None at all, right? So we ended up getting back to factory and all that. Now, Troy's sitting there, I'm saying to Troy, lad, he's going, what have you been up to? I'm like, lad, you are not going to believe this shit that's going on. So, Troy comes to the side now, these have got bags and these are all splitting whatever. Now, when I say splitting it, I don't mean we're like splitting it really, where like, yeah, this half's yours and this half's yours. We're like, listen, lad, add this though, that's what's yours, that's what, yeah. So you take this and you take that. So we've come to an arrangement and all that. And Degs is going to me, what just happened there? And I'm like, lad, get on this. So I'm telling him, and Marky's like, lad, I can hear you on the fucking speakers there. What the fuck's going on? So I've ended up telling everyone, but it's gone in a way where Steo, right, from the Wigan division, listen, he is sick. Listen, I knew he was sick, but Degs and Lev, they didn't understand, and Tosh even him said one point to another, lad, what are you doing with him? And even Marky said, listen, and I'm like, listen, lad, I've got faith in him, he is sick, but no one understood what it meant until fucking today, right? And today, while we're in the factory and we're all in there splitting all the shit up, they all understood right there and then that this is what I was on about. Listen to me now, Steo, the Wigan division, he is sick. Right, so a few days gone past and everything's signed, we're all happy. Now, Degs' car, it's been ripped off, hasn't it, by Spaco. Spaco Noodles phoned me and told me that they've ripped the car off, right? Yeah, some Degs is fuming on me, like proper fuming. I'm like, lad, listen, it doesn't matter, that's what insurance is for, no, listen, all that, right? But he's proper got a cob on, like proper fuming and all that. So he's like, you know what, I'm sick of this, right? And goes and gets his stuff and bails. And I'm like, lad, what are you doing? He's going, no, lad, I need a bit of a time out, lad, you burn me out. And I'm like, lad, yeah, do you want to take my car? He's like, no, I don't, I'm going to get a taxi. I'm like, lad, don't get a taxi from here. I said, phone it to the boozer down there. He's like, I will. So he's got his bags and all that. And everyone's like, lad, what are you doing? It's weird. What are you doing, lad? How have you took it that far? Lad, I'll buy you a new car. I don't want you to buy me a new car. Lad, calm down. Lad, I am calm, lad, I'm sick of you, lad, and this, that. Just proper unloading on me. And I'm like, lad, are you messing, lad? I'm thinking, you know what, that's just stress and pressure, that. So don't let him go home to his bed now, because I think his bed's been blowing his phone up and he's causing murder, do you know what I mean? So, I could see it coming, I could see him like, he was on the brink, he was on the brink of it anyway. And I think that just pushed him over the edge, you know what I mean? So he's got off and all that, so now his bed's empty, he's took all the stuff and that. And where I was like, lad, and Marky's going, lad, how's he got off at his factory? I'm like, I don't know. I said, he still get the same dough, lad. I said, it is what it is, you know what I mean? I said, I love him, lad, he's like me brother, in him, grew up with him, lad, one of my fucking best mates my whole life. And then I was like, lad, I know, like, you love him, don't you know? Like, lad, honestly, lad, I love the lad, yeah, fucking love him, lad. So that's where I'm at. Now, here's what goes on next, right? The next day he wakes up and all that, and he's always just gone, like, just proper white. And I'm looking at him, he's on the phone, and he's just staring at me, like proper weird. So I'm looking at these, and I'm saying, lad, what are you looking at me like that for? And he calls me, lad, like making gestures with his hand to say, lad, shimmer it. So I'm thinking, wow, it's got to be something to do with noodles and that. It's gotta be, Harry. What are they on about, right? So he's going to me, lad. I'm like, what? He went, lad, the florist has gone through. Hey, what do you mean the florist has gone through? He said, lad, plot have raided the florist. I said, plot? I said, you're mad, aren't you? I said, they won't be nicked. He's like, no. And I'm like, well, what could they get nicked for? It's not in there, it's only artificial flowers and that, you know what I mean? So, what do they nicked for? I'm like, who are you talking to? He's like, lad, hang on a sec. So I'm like, all right. Next thing, Levy's phone goes. Levy has the phone, and it's Levy's ma, right? Now, where Spaco was staying was in Levy's, when he was staying with his ma. Levy's ma's his auntie, isn't she? So she's like, the police have been here, and all that. So I'm thinking, that's mad, that. So I'm like, no way. Now, this has got nothing to do with us, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, where's Spaco? He's like, lad, I was like, find Spaco, need to speak to Spaco. So, bad now, he's gone past him, and Spaco rings me. I'm like, lad, what happened there? He's like, lad, no, he didn't even get nicked, lad. He said, he just like, come in. I said, raided it? He went, no, he said, he never raided it, lad. I said, lad, I thought it was all like choppers and all. He's like, nah. He said, lad, just forward and walked in and just said, can we have a look around? He said, lad, I just said, yeah, so they never raided none. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I said, yeah, they just want to know who that is. And what I said, so why have you gone to yours? He went, I don't know, lad. He went, I don't know why they've gone to ours, lad. And I'm thinking, it must be something to do with that car, you know Degs' car. So I'm like, lad, did you wipe the car down? He's like, yeah. I'm like, lad, are you sure? He's like, yeah, remember, lad, Noodles never had gloves on. And I'm like, all right, so if Noodles never had gloves on, why are they going to yours? He's like, I don't know. I said, lad, did you leave anything in the car with your name and address on? He's like, no. So I'm like, you are mad, you. So I told him, I have to phone Deg. So phone Deg, can't get hold of him and all that. So I phoned his wife. I'm like, is he back? She's like, yeah. I said, tell him to ring me then where he's in the shower. I told him, okay, so I said, tell him to ring me as soon as he gets out and all that. No, hasn't rang me or nothing like that. So I'm thinking, he's fuming there. So I says to Spacco, I said, lad, well, what's happening there? He said, Levy, so we're all just talking. So it ends up being sound, nothing's happened, right? Now the morning's coming, the sun's come up and all that. So I'm sitting there, right, and I get a phone call, and it's Thomas. So I'm like, weird. So I'm talking to Thomas, he says to me, listen, Lindsay's dad wants to speak to you. I said, yeah. He went, lad, it's important, you know. He said, talk now. I said, come on, Sam. He's got like this state of urgency, this like sort of panic in his voice. And he's saying to me, lad, get rid of the factory now. Get rid of the factory now. You haven't got much time. And I'm like, what? He's going, you've got a rat. I'm like, what do you mean? What? So my head's gone, he's going to me, lad, trust me. So obviously I do trust him because of who he is and all that. So I just runs in and I'm like, lad, go. Get rid of everything, right? So all of us, and I mean all of us, right? Troy, Marky, everyone is just scrambling. Now, Deggs hasn't been seen for a while. I don't know where he's been, but he's just, doing what he's doing and all that. So I'm on the phone to him and I'm like, lad, I can't get hold of him. So I'm leaving him voicemail. He's like, lad. So I'm thinking, shit, I can't even get hold of him. So we're just grabbing everything. We've got all our clothes, all our stuff, all our everything like that. We're going to have to melt it. We're going to have to burn the factory because it's just gone too far. We're going to have to just absolutely melt it. But, we were ready for this. This was like to pull the plug on it, you know what I mean? Now, the weed's ready. So we need to get the weeds out, don't we? And, it's our first one. We've got our first one. So we need this to get our dough back. So, we're fucking devastated now. I know quite well that whatever he's going on about is a thing, but I don't know what... You've got a rat. Who's the rat? How have we got a rat? What are you on about? No one knows about it. It's only me in a circle who know about it. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And Slew's just looking at me and I'm like, lad, let's go. Marky, everyone, Steo, Stewie, Ethan, all of us, we're just absolutely devils, mate, devils. We've got AJ, we've got Macara, lad, let's go. Everyone just scramble, get all your stuff and go. So we're just scrambling. So the first thing we did, we stripped the bar area where the pool table is, get rid of all our stuff from there, and just pour petty all over the gaff, right? We goes out, we're not going to light it yet though, pours petty everywhere, goes downstairs. Now what I've done is I've got these lads in, the lads in vans and that's, they're all out there cutting all the weeds. So, this is going to take ages, but we're going to have to go, we're going to have to get everything out. So I'm like, lad, take all that, you take that. So there's just cars leaving, coming back. We're just fucking, it's a good job. There was how many of us that there was, right? Or we would have been, fuck mate, honest to God, listen to this, right? So we're just like, lad, go. So we've got vans, we've got everything. Get the hard drive, get the CCTV, wipe it, lad, wipe a lot of it, everything. So we're just melting everything in the microwave, do you know what I mean? Pouring petty all over the kitchens. Just, lad, go. He's going, lad, I'm like, lad, we're going to have to melt the gaff. He's like, why? I said, I don't know. I said, something's not happening, lad. Something bad's happening, lad. And he's like, to do what? I'm like, lad, to do with plod. Fucking Thomas's fucking bird starts just phone me, lad. The one who sorts all the AI for us, lad. He sorts us, lad. He's got connections. He knows something, lad. Someone's tipped him off. They know about the factory, lad. They're like, lad, I don't know how. It's impossible, lad. Do you know what I mean? No one's been here, lad. It's only been us. Do you know what I mean? So, he's saying there's a rat in the works. Who's the rat? It doesn't make sense to me, but I've got a feeling of his state of urgency that he's not going to lie, he's not going to phone, especially what we did for Thomas, he's not going to lie to us, he's doing us a favour by letting us know, he knows something that we don't know, do you know what I mean? So there's vans, this has been going on for about 3 hours, right, listen to me, right, we've got the lot, we poured petty, everywhere, right, got all our stuff on that, I'm wounded, we've spent millions on it, right, but we've got one crop, so we've got like 10,000 plants, do you know what I mean? Now, it was ready, but it's all wet, you know what I mean? It needs to be dry out and all that. So now where are we going to dry 10,000 plants, you know what I mean? So there's just vans. So we've got it, so I'm like, yeah, I'll take it to the unit, because we've got 8 units, remember, we've got unit 1, unit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So I'm like, just take it there and just evenly distribute it, you know what I mean? Because them units are not big enough to hold all that. So we're all just on panic stations, right? Absolutely wounded, and I mean wounded, our heads have gone. So as we're all on the final drive out, loads have gone, right? And I'm the last one to go. So as I jump in the car to get off, right, listen to this. As I'm driving down the road to get to the bottom of the road, and he just sees a convoy of plod. And I mean a convoy of plod. I mean proper heavy squads, right? And I'm just thinking, no way. No, way, right? The factory's just been melted, right? So the factory's gone up, it's up in a blaze. So by the time they get there, they won't even be able to get in there, do you know what I mean? Because it's just all on fire. Everything, all the stuff is on, everything that was incriminating is just being lit. Both floors all lit, right? And I know quite well that, you know, imagine if Dad wouldn't have phoned me then, we'd have all been nicked on the spot in there, do you know what I mean? How this happens, I can't understand how it happens. So I get home and all that, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm on the phones, everyone, where's this, where's that, it's all been done, everything's drying out, you know, we've got, because there's loads of us, remember, there's firms, remember, from all over the gaff, right? Our whole firm's in there, do you know what, there's a rat, there's a fucking rat in our firm. So a few hours have gone past, right, and everyone's in the units and all that, and we've distributed it. So I've got a few lads in who have nothing to do with it, you know, who work in the units anyway, all the gardeners, and I'm like, chop all this down. There's about 1,200 plants or something like that in each unit, you know what I mean? So we've got a bit of extra manpower. So I says to all the firm, right, come meet me in Unit 8. They're like, go on, sound, because in Unit 8, we've got like a little setup where there's like a little bar and all that. It was not on the biggest scale as the factory, but it's a little bar, and we all need to talk, do you know what I mean? Because something's not right here, mate, something's not right here. And I lines everyone up. I don't line them up as in, like, I'm just looking and I'm trying to observe everyone's behaviour, and I'm thinking, this no one, you know what I mean? My head's gone, I don't know what's happened, I haven't got a clue what's happened, right? My head has proper fell off, all our heads are gone, right? But we probably got our dough back, do you know what I mean? We probably got our dough back if it all goes well. So, you know, we need these plants to dry, spin them and get our dough back at least, because that's the whole point of it. Otherwise we can't lose on it, because we've lost millions, you know what I mean? So as I'm sitting there, Ezo comes back over to you and he goes to me, lad, what do I need the words with you? How much do you need the words with me? He went, heavy. I said, you need the words with me, heavy? He went, yeah. I said, that's what are you on about? He went, I just had a phone call there, right? I said, yeah. He said, and it's from a firm in Manny. I said, yeah. He said, lad, do you know about the factory? I said, what do you mean you know about the factory? What fucking firm know about the factory, lad? And how did he know about it? Lad, you're the only person in Manny. And he's going, lad, I know. I'm like, what do you mean, you know? I'm like, so you said something? He's like, no, lad, no. He's like, you're fucking mad, aren't you, lad? I'm like, well, who was then, lad? And I'm thinking, if these gobshites, there's fucking Spaco Noodles being talking shit. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, you don't know where it is. He's like, lad, do you know where it is? I'm like, what do you mean you know where it is? How do you know where he is? He went, lad, Degs. And what do you mean? He went, lad, Degs just tried to get a firm to come rob it. I'm like, shut up, you fucking dickhead. He's like, lad, Degs just tried to get a firm to come up and rob it, but the firm know that mine. I don't want nothing to do with that because they're my mates. And I'm like, lad, are you messing with me? He's like, no. So I'm like, I don't believe it. So I'm phoning Degs doesn't answer the phone, and I phoned his bird, she doesn't answer the phone, no one's answering the phone now. And I'm thinking, know what, this sounds mad, but it makes a bit of sense, you know. It fucking makes sense, mate. It makes a bit of sense, right? Because he has been acting weird. Because what he's been doing, he's been pulling himself away from us all the time. You know, like just ignoring us and all that, and then popping back up every now and again, and then, oh, lad, I had to do this, I had to do that, but never taught him like that. And I'm like, lad, I said, get me on the phone to these people. He's like, all right, mate, sound. I said, do the people know me? He went, do you know who you are, mate? Yeah. He said, but, you know, these are heavies as well, lads. I said, go on. I said, I'm not even talking like that, I want to speak to them, lad. So I get to the phone to this lad, right? Oh my God, and he's going to me, yeah. He said, it's one of your mates, lads. He's from by ours. And I've been for a few meets with him. I'm like, you've been for a few meets with him? He went, listen, lad, listen. It's nothing to do with us. He said, lad, we're all in the same game. He said, and, you know, I'm sure that if we could do it around, you would have done it for us. He said, the only reason why we haven't, and I don't mean no disrespect by this, is because of Ezo. Ezo's my mate, and I know Ezo's your mate. So rather than, I've been playing along with it to see how far he take it, lad. He brought some blueprints and everything. And I'm like, lad, are you fucking messing? He went, lad, I've got the blueprints and everything in your factory. I'm like, take a picture of it and I'm sending on WhatsApp, mate. He's like, go on, mate. They've just been sitting there going for meetings with people from Manny and giving them blueprints of this factory to rob us. He's got greedy. He's bit the hand that fed him. And here's what he's done, right? After everything we've been through, after everything I've done for him, do you know what I mean? I've brought him from being a worker into being a gangster. We've looked after him, we've welcomed him, the whole firm's welcomed him, yeah, as our own, yeah. There's nothing but love for him. And this is how he repays me, is it? Yeah. Is this how he repays me? Yeah. By trying to take shit off me, by trying to have a piece of the pie, trying to be the leader. Lad, you'll never be a leader. You're not leader material. Do you understand me? You're not leader material, lad. Yeah, you're a good second or third man. You're not leading material. And if you go up against us, lad, you'll lose. You understand? And he's just like, oh, lad, I know what he's saying and I know what you're saying. And, you know, I'm like, well, that's it then. So you going up against us with him, are you? He's like, lad, no. So I'm all serious now and I'm being serious. I'm being fucking 1,000,000% serious. Lad, I will put you night. I will put your whole firm night. And I'll fucking put him night. Do you understand me? And he's like, yeah. So the lad just lowered his tone now because he knows I'm not messing around. You want to start all that? We're a collective, we're a firm. You want to come up against me like that? You come up against all of us like that. Do you understand me? He's like, lad, I know. Now I've got to give the kid his due for telling us in the first place because he could have, and he easily could have tried to plan a raid on it, but he didn't. He's gone to these. So I've got to give the lad respect. So I've piped down a little bit about, you know, listen, lad, I shouldn't really be speaking to you like that, especially when you come to us and all that, but I can't believe this. So I'm trying to phone Degs. I'm just like, I do not believe this. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go to this. So I said, lad, I'm going to Degs. They're like, what? I said, lad, I need to see him and look him in the eye and see if he's a rat. I want to see if he's a fucking rat. Come on, Sans. So he's like, I'm coming with you. I'm like, come on then. So me and Troy jumps in the car. We gets off and set sail to Manny, right? So I'm flying down and I'm still like half not believing it, you know what I mean? Because I just don't want to believe it. I know it can't be right, but listen, he was one of my good mates, him. He's been my good mate for a long time, right? And just the fact he's tried to do this and what he's gone behind our back and, you know, he's trying to set his own things up and all that. Nah, that's just rat tricks, that, mate. That's just fucking rat games, that, on another level. And I'm sure there's not one person who wouldn't agree with me. So I'm like, lad, so I was flying down, knocking at the door, no one's in, his car's not there, his bird's car's not there. What's going on here? Looking through the window, there's no activity in the house. Knock next door. Have you seen them? They've gone away. I went, what do you mean they've gone away? He said, they've gone away. I said, when? He went today. And I'm thinking, he's gone on all. What is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? So when we get back to Unit 8, it's just gloomy. It's gloomy, right? Because everyone knows about it now. Word spread, these old soul people and all that. And they know where I've gone, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm having a little bevy and all that. We're all just looking at each other. It's just no one knows what to say, do you know what I mean? Because there's no way it's not real. It must be real. Because it just wouldn't happen. That wouldn't, no one would just say that or do that. It's too, you know, they've got fucking blueprints and that, you know what I mean? What are you playing at, lads? What was he playing at? What's his game there? Do you know what I mean? He's got jealous and he wanted all the pie. Come on, lads. Oh, that's madness, that, you know. And you know what? I feel sorry for him because think about who he's trying to rob. Think about who he's trying to rob here, mate. Think about who he's like just trying to be a rat with. All of us. Do you know what I mean? The head's gone, you know what? And I love this lad. I genuinely love this lad, but no way, mate. So how does he know that none of us would have got killed in the process or something, do you know what I mean? He knows we're going to stand on, so he's told them to bring weapons. He's told them to bring weapons and that. He's told them that we're packing and they need pieces. Wow, lads, so that means you're happy to watch us all go night for benefit of yourself when we've done nothing but try and help you all the way through it. So then Rav phones me now. Rav bailed. He went up to Scotland again as soon as the factory, you know, after that happened in the factory. So he's back home now and all that. So he phones me up. And I'm like, what's happening, mate? He's like, what's happening? All right. I went, yeah, so I told him about Eggs and all that. And he calls me, no way. He's going, lad. I'm like, lad, listen to me now. I said, lad, he's tried to get us robbed at least. But not only that, you know, we was happy for us to go night because, you know, we told him to get pieces and come down and all that. And he told him we'd be packing. So if this firm from Manny would have done an attack on that factory, lad, they would have been armed. One of us would have went night, 1,000,000%, if not more of us, lads. Do you know what I mean? And he's going to me, lad, that is proper rat games. And I'm like, and he goes to me, lads, I'll phone you back. You keep your phone, yeah. I'll phone you back. And I'm thinking, what's your He put the phone down on me dead abruptly. And I'm thinking, no way, that's mad, that. So time's getting on. And you know, most of this weed is all getting cut down. So I'm looking at it, it's still a bit wet. So we're going to have to, now it's cut, it'll probably dry a bit faster, do you know what I mean? While it's off the stem and all that. So let's just see. So goes on a few visits around to the other units and all that. As a little look at it all now, I'm thinking, yeah, we've got our go back, depot. So go back to Unit 8 and I'm like, you know what, I need to go because my head's gone. My head's proper fell off, right? So I'm like, what are you doing then? Like we're going to stay. So there's like couches and that in there. There's no beds and that, but there's couches in there and, you know, everyone's on a level and that, so they're always going to have a bevy and stay there, but I can't stay there. I need to go home because my head proper fell off. Do you know what I mean? My head proper fell off. So I gets off and I said, I'll see you later. And that's so I goes to mine, I'm sitting there, right, and my head's just spinning. I'm trying to phone Degs, your number's just off now, do you know what I mean? So therefore, when what he's tried to do is he's tried to get us robbed, tried to get us, you know, potentially killed for the money. Lad, you've done that to me for the money, do you know what I mean? So my head's just gone, and I'm thinking, I can't believe it. It just makes so much sense, you know, now I'm thinking about it. You know, he's been at it all along, hasn't he? Next thing, Rav phones me back and he goes to me, lad, have you got Zeggy's voice? I said, what do you mean, I've got his voice? He said, on any videos on it? I said, yeah. He said, send me. I said, why? He went, because I've got that kid. I said, what kid? He went, when you got shot in the wedding? I went, yeah. He went, lad, I've got the kid who knew about the party. I went, what do you mean, lad? I went, what do you mean? He went, I've got him here, lad, I've got him wrapped up in that. I'm like, yeah. So I said, and then I've clicked and I thought, I said, shut up, lad, no way. He's going to me, lad. He just told me it was a man who told him. And I went, what? He said he did, so I thought, I'm not going to send him Deggs' voice. So I've got videos of like me and Ezo and, you know, me and Deggs. And so I thought, you know what, so phone smack. I'm like, are you your man, mate? He's like, yeah, I said, put him on the phone. So he had me on the phone and recording his voice, right? So I sent him that. And he went, nah, that's not him, lad. I said, sound. So then I sent him Ezo's voice. He's like, nah, that's not him. So I sent him Deggs' voice. He goes, lad, that's him. He's 100% identified it. Now, if you picked one voice out of 3 mank voices and it's him, and that's who the suspect is, that's who it was, yeah. Deggs tried to get me put to bed in his wedding. That's what happened. That's how they knew where it was. That's how that firm knew where I was, because Deggs just told him, get on that then. Get on that then. So all along, he's been a rat and no one even knew about it. He proper fooled me. The kid fooled me. Look what he's done to us to try and bring us down. Why, lads? Why would you even do that? What was your game there? So I just thought, you know what? My head has proper fell off here, mate. So I'm like, I'm going to call it a night. So now that's it. He's going night and there's no 2 ways about it, right? So I phoned Ezo and I'm like, Ezo's still there? I said, put Levy on. So Levy's like, what's that? And I said, lad, get on this then. Told him, and he's going to me, no way. And then he's like, yeah, Troy wants you. I said, Troy went to me, what? That's so told me, he went to me, lad, what? I'm like, I know, mad. And I said, lad, he got me shot, lad. He didn't know I was going to wear a vest. He got me shot, lad. So if you wouldn't have given me that vest, it would have been him who killed me, lad. And he's going, lads, I'm like, lads, he's told them where he was. He's told them where it was. He's pinpointed me to his own wedding, lads. He's tried to get me killed in his own wedding. Lads, I can't believe it. So goes to bed and all that, right? Goes to sleep, falls asleep. Must have fell asleep about 3 o'clock. Next thing he says, bam, door go to. Please. Fuck off, mate. Runs upstairs, all pieces pointing at me. Get out the fucking bed now. Get your bed out of bed. I'm like, no, I sleep in shorts just in case anything like this does happen. So I've been dragged out of bed and all that. Hands behind bed. You know, you're under arrest on suspicion of armed robbery. Oh my God, what are you on about? Remember the bank? Mate, he must have told him about that as well. My head just fell right off, right? So I was just being ragged now. Mate gets up to the busy station, all that. I'm interviewed for hours and hours to let you go on an ID parade. But be back in a pad, right? Because on ID parades, right, it's not like the old days where you'd be on a lineup. Do you use videos and pictures? So they say, yeah, turn to the left, turn to the right, and then you're allowed to pick other people who look like you to go in the ID parade, you know what I mean? So what I done was I picked just a mixed race of people, just all different people, just all different types of people, because I knew I had the bally on in there, do you know what I mean? Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but let's see what happens, right? So we brief and all that today, so I'm sitting in the pad, right, and while I'm waiting for the ID parade to like take place, you stay in the pad and then they come in, they charge it on us. So if I get points out now, I'm getting charged for armed robbery, do you know what I mean? And this is all because of him, right? So what he's done, the little rat, is he's asked me to be his best man at his wedding and then tried to get me killed, right? He set a graft up with us in his dad's warehouse and tried to rob it or get us killed again. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? Do you understand the severity of that, right? And how much that hurts me, that fucking breaks my heart, that, you know what I mean? Out of everyone, we grew up as kids together, and this is what he's done to me. Ow. Do you know what happens? When he got the money off the bank, it's changed him. Remember the hammer? It's changed him. He's got too big for his boots, right? And now it's all backfired, but it's backfired on me as well. Do you know what I mean? Now, he doesn't know where most of the others live. He knows where a couple of them live, and he knew where Spacco lived as well. So I don't know what's going on there. Has he had something to do with that? He must have blew the florist up as well, thinking that, you know what I mean, or whatever, or he's let it slip or something, and that's why they've gone in the florist. Look at what he's done, mate, and that's why, I knew he was overreacting over the car. Oh, well, lads, I'm sick of it. You know what, he needed to get out of that factory. That's why, because he knew he was getting raided by Plot. You little rat. After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us, you little piece of shit, mate. So I'm just like, so I'm fuming. And the business goes, we've got evidence on you anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm like, what do you mean? So he comes in, he goes, yeah, I come back in. So what they've had to do is, the people who done the lineup, right, they haven't said it was me. They've picked someone else, right? And I'm presuming that's because, remember the fella who pissed his pants? Remember that? I'm presuming he's had a little touch there. And he's just been like, nah, it's not him. Or he hasn't recognised me, do you know what I mean? But I reckon he did, because he was looking at me for a while. Remember he pissed his pants and I let him keep his dignity and never told no one. That's what's paid me back. And he never even set the alarms off straight away neither. Do you know what I mean? So maybe they've all been just like, you know what, he was sounding. I don't know, proper Stockholm syndrome, that, innit? But something's happened, so now I'm on a delayed charge now. I'm not getting charged with none because you've got no evidence on me, that's all they've got on me, right? I get out like the next day, gets out and all that, because you can only keep it 24 hours, and he applied to keep me longer, and the judge said no, because I never got ID, do you know what I mean? I never got ID paraders. So that was weird, because normally I don't get bail or nothing like that. It was weird, it was just a sound now. So I mean, so the busy funeral, and he's going to me, but we've got other evidence. I'm like, if you had other evidence, I wouldn't be here now. I said, I'd be still in the past. And he's going, don't worry about it, lads, don't worry about it. You know, your mates, you think you're your mates, lad. How do you think we know about it? And he's basically just told me that I've been blew up without telling me I've been blew up. Do you know what I mean? But I was like, what does he know? It's not news to me, mate. I would have been sitting there for fucking a full day and night thinking about it in my past. Do you know what I mean? Waiting, so I know what's going on. That's it, my head has proper fell off, and I mean fell off. So these have got 6 months to charge me, and if they don't charge me nothing, then they can't charge me nothing, do you know what I mean? Unless some major evidence comes up on that. Some people say they have got recordings and that, but it's only circumstantial, and they've tried to go to court with it to try and get it kept in, and the judge has dismissed it because it's not like proper evidence. I'm like, what is it? He went, they've got recordings of you talking, and I'm like, yeah. And now, do you know what? There's been a few times where we were in the factory and that, and Deg just pulled me to the side, and he's been talking to me about mad things, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, what are you on about, lad? And just subconsciously, not even like on purpose, thinking that he's recording me, just subconsciously, I don't talk about things that can incriminate you, just as a way of life. So when I've written with things, because he knows what I'm on about, he's thought that's enough evidence, but because no one else knows what I'm about, only him, it's circumstantial, it's speculation, it's not real evidence, it's not going to stand up in court. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, I've got him there. So all along in this factory, he's shaking me hand with one hand and stabbing us all in the back with the other. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what else he's got on anyone. I don't know what else is going on. So I've got out in that. I've gone to Unit 8 and I'm like, where is everyone? So we made to the guys, like, I divorced Scatter, he's out here. So I'm like, listen, so gets on the phone. I'm like, listen, everyone here, get back here now. Everyone is get back here. Now, Dex doesn't know about these units. He doesn't know about these units. It's going on. He knows they exist, but he doesn't know where they are. So it's a good job all day. The fucking went as well, wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean? So we know we're safe in there. So gets them all down. Everyone comes down. It's been a few hours. I'm sitting there just like, I've read about the limo and all that and brandy. And I'm like, listen, you all need to just get rid of everything. So everyone's on the phone. They're like, lad, get rid of everything out the house. Get everything out the house. Anyone where he knows where they live, get out the house, get everything out the house, clean the house up and get ready. Because just presume your door's going. Because if he knows where you lived and he's sitting there singing like a little rat canary, mate, use a death row gonna be next. So a few days it turned into a week and everything's sound, you know what I mean, all the weeds are, so we started getting rid of the weed, getting our door back in and all that, and no one else's gaff's gone. So what does that tell you? That tells you he just wanted me. He wanted me out the way. He befriended me and wanted me out the way to fill my shoes. Lad, your feet aren't big enough to fill these shoes, boy. Little boy, remember that, lad. Your fucking feet are not big enough to fill these shoes, and they never will be, because anything you can do, I can do better. Believe you me, I've got a bigger reach and I've got a bigger firm. Make no mistake about it, yeah. And you know what? The time's come, mate. I'm going to have to put it out there. I want him done. I want the kid done. I want him done, mate. He needs to die. He needs to die. I'm not going to burst his gaff because his bird's there. And I don't think his bird knows anything about it, because I don't think he'd have a part in it. But it starts to make sense now, the shit she said to me, you know. I don't take him at face value, but I just thought that was like what birds say, you know, they're arguing with the fella and all that. So, you know, she knows him better than I know him, mate. And I'm just like, you know what, mate? And it still hurts, but, you know, like, being hurt has now turned into, like, being hateful and being spiteful and wanting him to die. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is what's going to happen, make no mistake about it. So I put the word out and all that, right? And about a week later now after that, listen, all the weed's gone, we've got all the dough back. We still made a little bit, to be fair, you know, we made a bit, and we didn't have to give that soft cunt anything either, so we've kept his split and all that. So, you know, it wasn't worth it, not really, we got a bit more than what we paid in, but not really, it wasn't, because we were expecting big things, and the trouble we went through and all that, to set the factory up and all the shit that went on with it, you know what I mean, all the fucking troubles and times. We had a laugh in there though, but that's all been tarnished now by him. He's tarnished a lot of it, and you know what, I can't stand him, mate. My head's gone, because I'm thinking about it, it's getting worse in my mind. You little rat, right? Next thing he gets a phone call, and it's Thomas again, and I'm like, no way, so Chanel, what's on? I said, Chanel, you're all over me these days, and he went to me, listen lad, he said, you know, your mate. I went, he went, the lad, the Degs. I went, yeah. He went, he's in Wandsworth now. I went, what? He went, he's in Wandsworth now. I said, how do you know? He went, lad, I still speak to people in there, lad. He said, I was in there for years. He said, I've got loads of mates in there, lad, and some of the screws and that, lad. He said, the old bands and all that. I'm like, yeah. I said, is he, lad? Yeah. I said, yeah. I said, what for? He went to do with weed, lads. And I'm thinking, no way, cause that factory was in his name off his dad. They've nicked him. They've nicked him. He must have found traces or so and have nicked him because it's in his name and he must have known about it. So this is after he's already blew all those up, you know what I mean? So why is he in Wandsworth? He's in Wandsworth because he can't be in Liverpool. Now, the fact that he's in Liverpool, the crime is committed in Liverpool, you should have went to Liverpool, he should be in Walton, but he knows he can't go to Walton. If he goes to Walton, he'll be fucking night before his feet hit the floor. So I'm like, yeah. He's going, what do you want to do? I said, what are the options? He went, listen, lad. He said, I'll give someone 50 grand round out to put him night. I went, yeah. I said, all right, I'm going to get the money to you. He went, no. I said, don't even want the money. He said, I spoke to Lindsay's dad. We don't want the money. After what you've done for us, lad, and you paid that lad that 10 grand, it's only fair that we pay it back for you, mate. He said, it's on us, lad, yeah. It's on us. I said, what are you going to do? He said, we'll just make it look like he's done it himself. I'm like, yeah. I said, when he went, lad, tonight. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, and he went, are you sure? I said, lad, of course I'm sure. Because, you know, let's think about it. If I do get roped in and he's the witness, he's going to be the only evidence against me, innit? So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Night, Eggsy, lad. Night, you made your bed in it and now you're going to fucking lie in it forever. So I'm like, go on, do it then, lad. So he's like, sounds, we haven't said none. And you know what? It hurts, it breaks me heart because I'm thinking of all the funny times we've had and all the good times. I've known him since we were kids and this is what it's come to. Dad, you know what? That's the problem, right? You overstepped your mark and now you are the mark. Do you understand me? And that's how it works in life. And that's why you don't trust people at face value ever. Because, you know, they can be your best mate, fucking best mate for years. And then they've got plans and agendas. Now, think about how long he's been trying to dog me for. He's been trying to dog me for a good few months, thinking about how he's going to do it. Yeah, and then comes to me, lad, you little rat ass, mate. Do you know what? Go and die. And I hope the last thing you think of is me when you fail, right? Because you will fail. Do you know why? Because you're not big enough, lad. You're not big enough. You were never big enough to be me, and you'll never be me. Yeah, and you know, you want to be me, and that's okay. You know, I'll take that as a compliment, but there's ways and means of doing it, lads, and now's the wrong way and means to do it. So night, yeah. So I haven't said none, so I'm sitting in the house and all that. And then the next morning gets a phone call, job done, mate. I went, what? He went, I've heard your mate hung himself in jail. I said, have you, yeah, lad? Yeah. Sound, yeah. Thank you, good night, see you later. So goes back to the units and all, phones everyone and gets them all back in for the meeting and that. And Ethan's gone back to that, and so I'm phones Ethan up. I'm like, what's on, lads? I'm talking. So I'm just giving him in cold what's going on. And they're just like, no way, lad, that was rapido, that, yeah. So now I'm just sitting there thinking, I've only got a few weeks left now. I've got a few weeks left on this delayed charge, see what happened, right? So time's ticking. We got rid of all the weeds. We just ceased and desisted all activities, all legal activities. We've got nothing in the house. Just gone quiet for a bit. Everyone's gone quiet. Just all off radar. So plodders snooping around. They've got none. They've got absolutely none. They're not going to rope me in for Degsy's murder because it was a suicide. And what he's in Wandsworth jail, it's nothing to do with me, that lad, is it? So all the phones have gone. Everything's gone. I've just got a new Percy. Give everyone a number. Everyone's done the same. We've all gone quiet on the radar, right? Now I've got 1 day. I've got 1 day left to go on this delayed charge, and it's make or break. So I'm just sitting there. Tick tock. Boom! 1 minute past 12. Delayed charge is over. NFA, no further action. Thank you and good night. Scouser out.
From the heart of Liverpool, where the cold winds blow, built my empire from the ground, watch the legacy grow. Levitash, Robbie, Chris by my side, and Dex keeps me straight when the tempers collide. Scouse blood runs deep, but don't lose your head. Power means nothing if your brothers end up dead. This life ain't a game, but we play it so well. From the docks to the clubs, we got stories to tell. We run the streets, we make the rules. One big family, we never lose. From Liverpool to Leeds, from Dublin to Wales, Gangland rises, we tip the scales. Silent but deadly, I don't miss my shot. If you cross the crew, you'll be left to rot. Leads to the core, I hold my ground. We stack that paper, we run this town. Manchester Steel, got the muscle to prove. One call to the boys and we make the move. Scotland's finest blades, sharp like my mind. We expand the business, we stay hard to find. We run the streets, we make the rules. One big family, we never lose. From Liverpool to Leeds, from Dublin to Wales, Gangland rise as we tip the scale.